Yo, what up? What up? Sam, what's good? Makai, what up? What up? Waka, what's good? Eric, what up? Swinging for Marquis. Favorite Master Ace album? I love Sitting on Chrome. Uh, Disposable Arts. That was a great album. I'm chilling, yo. What's up with you? How's school doing? Swinging for Marquis to get here. Nah, I didn't even know it was record. I thought record store day was in October. I didn't know it was now. It happened already. What you got? Oh, there he is. Here's the homie.
Yo,
Yo,
yo, what up, baby?
hey, what up?
How you doing, Try?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
Chilling like a villain, man. Just trying to get better, man. I feel a little better, so I'm in good spirits. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. Just maintaining.
That's what's up, man. You know, I was excited about this, man. Wu-Tang, come on, man.
Yes,
Wu-Tang's the
definitely.
greatest. Wu-Tang is the
Um,
greatest, baby.
Makai asks, from least to favorite, how would you rank the four regions in hip hop?
They already asking. Oh, they already up in here. All right.
Yeah,
What's going on?
he
I'm late.
asks,
Sorry.
how would you rank the four regions in hip hop?
The four regions, meaning like
Yeah,
west, east, north, like that.
yeah.
Want me to go first?
Um,
Or you want to go?
east, west, south. I get. You consider like Midwest? Is he considering that as a
What's
region?
Midwest? Is Midwest South?
Mi- Midwest
What do
is
you think?
like Bone Thugs, Crucial Conflict, Kanye West.
Um, what about like something like Texas,
That's
like
like
the
the
Ghetto
South.
Boys and stuff?
That's the South though. That's considered like
That's the
Atlanta.
South. That's down.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of more west. That's something. I'm just thinking like West. Okay, South.
right,
Yeah, I mean, I gotta go East Coast, of course, because it started there.
right,
Some of the best MCs are from of course, from New York or this area.
right.
And then I probably have to go. You said West?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I probably have to agree with
Lot
you
of
on the
lot of
West.
good West Coast MCs. Evidence,
Yeah,
Exhibit,
yeah, there's a lot
Rascal.
of West Coast joints there's a lot of East Coast. There's a lot of West Coast people that I thought was East Coast, and then I was like, oh man, they West Coast. So I was like, I get
Right.
it. So yeah, I go East, West, South, and
He
what's
said
North
like
Canada? Like I don't know.
Southwest, East, Midwest.
Midwest would be yeah.
Yeah, Southwest, East, Midwest. Yeah.
The Midwest, yeah. Midwest would be like who's in Midwest? I can't even think about who's in Midwest. Like
Common, even though
Common
we
is
sound like Common, the Brat,
okay.
Twister, the Do or Die, artists like that.
Yeah, how come I can't chat? Am I going crazy?
You can't see the chat,
I see
the
it, but I
comment.
can't say nothing. How do I
Oh
type?
yeah, I think you would have to type if you don't see the post a comment in the on StreamYard, you can go on the channel and do it. But they should be able to let you comment on
Yeah,
it. Why
I
they don't
remember
let
the
you?
first time it let me talk, like at
Yeah,
least like do put stuff in the comments, but
I don't know why
it's
they don't let you do that.
that's weird. I'm just gonna look. I'll figure it out. I'll try to figure it
And
out.
they still update. They still adding features. Like I got like a notice. They still like adding new stuff. You know what I mean?
I'll just let you if you type, you could type,
Yeah.
and I just answer questions or whatever. I could see the questions. Um,
He
so
said,
yeah, I
right,
can
he
do that.
said South would be his first, and three are tied with West, East, and Midwest.
Just want to say what's up to everybody, man. Samuel, Blind, Butcher, Eric Johnson, whoever's on here. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? Appreciate it. You got the Wu-Tang shirt. Yo, I had to represent Wakanda,
Yes,
man. Boom, boom, boom.
yes, no doubt, definitely. I
Yeah, I
need to
had
get a
to, man.
Wakanda.
You
I
know,
should have been had one, yo.
I had to, man. I had to do it, man.
Slacking.
Nah. I mean, think about it, man. You ain't know the dude was gonna pass away. I mean, and plus it's a dope movie though. So
Right. Nah, but
did
I
he
mean, like,
finish part two?
huh? Nah,
Did he
nah.
finish part
They
two?
never even started. Like, they were
Oh,
like in pre-production, I believe, but they didn't start filming or nothing.
damn.
You know what I mean? Like, he was gonna like. I heard something about his weight. He was planning on gaining weight for the role or something.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
well, he was. Yeah, he was. Well, he would have had to because he was losing
Right.
weight anyway from the cancer, but we didn't know about.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I thought he was
I
getting
noticed
ready for a
last year
role.
when I saw him last year at the All Star game for in the NBA All Star game. That's when I noticed it
I
because
thought
he
he was
was
getting
like,
ready for a road try. I thought he was getting
"Oh,
like
that's
I thought he was gonna play Sammy Davis Jr. or something because he was getting skinny.
I don't know."
No, I just know because he played everybody else. He played the baseball, you know what I mean? Jackie
Right.
Robinson. He played uh James Brown.
It's all right.
Who else he played? Um, he played like
Um,
what's the
uh,
court dude? Thurman Marshall.
Thurgood Marshall, right?
Um, yeah, man, Wakanda, man.
Yeah,
R.I.P. R.I.P. too. You know, Chad.
the fans been calling for Marvel not to make it. Just write him out of the story of the MCU universe. They could easily do it.
They could do that. You know they're gonna do it though, man.
Yeah,
They chasing
of
that
course
buck.
they're
They
gonna
chasing
do it.
that
Yeah,
dollar, brother.
because they greedy. That's it's all about the money.
They chasing that money,
You
man. They
know,
chasing
I
that
would not
bag.
be
That's what.
surprised if they got my Michael B. Jordan because he was up for that role anyway, but he became Killmonger later. But he was up for the Black Panther role.
Oh yeah. I heard that too. I
You know
heard
what I
that
mean?
too.
So I would not be surprised, but I don't think they should do it though. I think that was his role. Like he brought Black Panther, live on screen. Is like it would be a shame for anybody to replace him. You know?
It would be, man. And they can't get nobody like that look like them. They gotta do something. Well, they gotta do something, man. They gotta do something corny. I know they are, man.
I don't know.
I know they are. I feel it, man. I feel it in my bones, man.
I think, but again, like both with Marvel and DC, they have so many characters to expand on in their universe with of color. They don't need Black Panther. They have so many others. Falcon is getting his own TV show on Disney streaming, and this is the time for Anthony Mackie to be pushed out there in the forefront. He's been there the
True,
longest,
true.
you know,
No,
and I
you're
feel like
right,
he's
man.
like in the back seat. People forgot about him, you know.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, man. Because they already talking about part two. I
Right,
thought he filmed most of it or something. So I thought they was gonna do like kill him off like in the middle or something. You know, that's what I thought they was gonna do.
right,
And then like maybe like have his sister take over or something.
right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
His sister could take. I mean, unless they make her the Black Panther.
Right.
I don't know. Who's next in
Yeah,
line?
Blade is getting Mashallah Ali is playing Blade, but that's gonna be for Disney streaming. That's gonna be a TV show. Luke Cage they're bringing back at some point when they restart the Marvel shows. They're gonna bring back Daredevil and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. I heard Iron Fist. They might actually change the guy to play Iron Fist if they bring
Who's
that
doing
back.
that? Disney?
Yeah, that's gonna come back on Disney. And the Punisher, the guy that played the Punisher, John Barrithol, he's busy, so they don't know if they're gonna be able to get him back for the Punisher. But they're supposed to be restarting those TV shows again.
That's what's up, man. Because I missed a couple of those shows. I even started liking Jessica Jones. I started liking that show.
It was
I
good.
started
The
started
last
getting
season was
addicted
good.
to it.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
last season was good. You know,
Cage was dope. Luke Cage. Oh man,
Luke
I was
Cage,
mad
yeah,
when it took Luke Cage. I was like,
yeah.
are you crazy,
But
dude?
he's playing on Evil on that CBS show.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
That's
he's
good.
on
I'm glad
another
he got
show
a
now.
job, dog. They just
Right.
damn, dude. And hope they bring
But
him back, like you
they,
said. That'd be
they
great.
definitely bring them back because they want Daredevil and Luke Cage back first, and they said they mentioned Jessica Jones, so she's coming back at some point.
Okay.
Now I don't know if they're gonna reboot the story or if they're just gonna continue from when it was on Netflix, but they definitely want those shows back.
Speaking of superheroes, have you watched that new show, The Boys?
I have not seen that. I
Oh,
keep hearing about it. I haven't watched it yet
dude,
though.
yo,
Is it
it's
good?
because your boy I watched it. Your boy that do the reviews.
Who's that?
What's his name?
Guillermo?
Is that him? The one that do the movie reviews?
Oh, movie files.
Yeah, the
Oh,
movie
yeah, I
dude,
gotta check that.
the black dude. What's his name? I forget his
Yeah,
name.
yeah, movie files. Elliot.
Yeah,
Yeah, shout out to him.
I started following him, like I only watch the stuff that I like, and then I
Yeah,
said, "What the hell is it?" I kept seeing the boys. The boy, what is this, man? So I said, "Let
yeah,
me check your boy out and see what he say about it."
right.
And
I ain't see it. I don't know. I was gonna check it out, but when I came out, I was watching it was another show. I think it was Titans I was watching. So I was like, I'm gonna watch Titans first, but I never got
yeah,
back to the point. Reg
I'll
was
just be
good.
honest. You won't be disappointed. You
Yeah,
won't be disappointed.
yeah. Shout out to Movie Files. Movie Files is the homie, and I was on his he allowed me to be on his live stream last week before last. So no, he has good peoples right there. I always like to see his stuff.
Yeah, it's a good dude.
Yeah,
I'm from Boston, yo. Hold on, want me to
yeah.
switch? Hold on. He
Oh,
actually
they
where I'm
want you to
from.
wear a
Hold
Red
on.
Sox hat? Ah man, don't start that,
D-Town,
man.
baby.
Don't
Boston,
start
man.
that.
They do the hat switch like I'm what's the name? What's the DJ? DJ D Nice. I'm D Nice now.
Be nice. Oh yeah,
Now
yeah.
you
But
keep
he was
switching
a
the hats to
DJ
these
though. Like I didn't realize it till like years ago. I seen him like on YouTube. He was doing DJ and stuff, and then he just became big this year. You know?
I loved D Nice when he came out
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah.
Like my
He's
name
the
is D Nice. That was my
my name is
joint,
nice.
yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had a
Mhm.
solid okay album. It wasn't all that, but that
Right.
D Nice single took over.
Yeah. Crumbs on the table. I think
Crumbs
he
on
had that
yep.
joint called
Yep.
Time to Build. Yeah. He had some joints.
And he played the backfield. He do a lot of producing, DJing. So like he was like,
Right.
like the back dude, chilling, doing stuff. So he
Right.
played his part. But like now he's more famous than he's ever been. The world knows
Sam,
the world
what?
knows him, yo.
Sam asks, do you like clam chowder?
What?
Do you like clam chowder? You know, Mr.
To you or
Massachusetts.
who? Oh yeah, clam chowder is supposed to be clam
Yeah.
chowder. We say like they try to mess up they try to imitate our accent like clam chowder. We like clam
Yeah.
chowder, but I don't talk like that. I actually do like clam chowder. It's pretty good, man. The one in
Mhm.
Boston is pretty good. Boston clam chowder is pretty famous. Yeah. Thanks for
Right.
asking. It's pretty good, man. Try it when you come to Boston. Where you from, Samuel? Right down where's he from? You know where he's from?
Nah, I don't know where y'all
Where you
from.
from, Sam?
I know where Reg is from Carolina. He's from North Carolina.
What up, Reg? I
Yeah,
ain't see he's in there. Oh, what up?
yeah, yeah. Shout out to Reg. He's taking care of his grandma right now. So
Oh man. Hope
yeah,
everything goes well, man.
no doubt. Um, but Wacker said, not going to lie, though DC might have Marvel beat in movies now with all the announcements. I don't know. I think Marvel is still ahead of the game though, because it's
Yeah,
one thing if you announce movies for like 3 4 years down the line, but they have to actually execute those movies. I feel like their animation is great and the TV show they do is good. You know, the CW Universal, but those movies like the Black Adam, I want to see how that comes out. And then you
oh yeah,
got
that's pretty good.
Shazam Part
Okay.
2. Then you got the Flash movie. That's gonna be a big one. So I want to see how a lot of those movies, pan out. The Batman is coming out next year as well, with Robert Pattinson playing Bruce Wayne and Batman. So those are gonna be the important films. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see how they do, especially the Batman and Wonder Woman 84 is coming out until delayed
That
until
looks
next
good.
year. Yeah,
It looks better than part one. I like part one though. I did like that Wonder Woman. It was all
right.
right. It was okay,
It
but
was
I
all
think
right.
it's
Yeah,
supposed to be probably more action.
part two looks better. Yeah,
Yeah, more
I think.
action. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Flash movie, definitely, because I've always been a Flash fan with the TV show with Grant Gustin playing Flash. So I
Yeah.
definitely want to see how they do that movie. And they got to pull that off right.
They
You know what I'm
got
saying?
they
But
got to
right,
do it right. They
yeah.
got to do it right.
But for them to
But you think
even like
they're gonna do
like
the universe thing? You think they're gonna do the universe thing, the cross universe in the movie? You
you
know
mean
how they
like
do the
the
universe?
Crisis on Infinite Earth and all that? They
Yeah, you know
doing
how they
like
do like
the
20 years.
Flashpoint. They're doing the Flashpoint story from the comic book.
Yeah,
They're
that's
doing that
oh,
with like
so
the
they are
different,
doing it for the movie.
yeah, with the different
Okay.
Batmans or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they have to pull that off right. Like if they get those movies right, and as well as the Zack Snyder cut for Justice League next year, then
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think they're gonna be right there. I feel like they're ahead of the game when it comes to the TV shows. I think like they have the better TV shows
You
and
talking
the
about DC,
animated,
right?
yeah, the animated films. 'Cause I watched like from all the way from like Batman Mask of the Phantasm all the way to now to like the Justice League Dark films and all that. So they got that down pat. But as far as the big screen, I think they have to still catch up to Marvel. But if they can get those important movies out the way and they're like $1 billion hits and the fans love it, they're gonna be it's gonna be a competition.
Well, if this Wonder Woman turns out great, and this then the
Freezy,
Batman,
yes,
I
you
think I think gonna be dope.
who is that? Blow range tears. I think that's Freezy because only he says the yo 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 like that.
He keep changing his name. I think it is. It probably is.
Why you keep chasing your name?
Probably is him.
Blow what does that say? Blow orange tears? Blow
What did it say?
I can't pronounce that.
Where you reading that?
Blow orange? Blow orange tears?
Where? Were you? I don't see
You
that.
see it? You don't see him?
I see the. Oh, what? Oh, what does it say? Oh, his name.
Yeah. I can't pronounce
Blow
that.
range tears.
Blow range?
Bull rat. Bull around. Bull range. We gonna have to go back to school, dogs. It's got to mean something to him. Something tears. Bull rat.
Nah,
We
I
have to
didn't.
look it up.
No,
We just learned a
which
word
one are you
today.
talking about? Are you talking about that the red Superman? I didn't see that one yet. I know there's another one out, but I didn't watch that one yet. The new Superman animated film.
Somebody knows something. Who's
Yeah, why?
Mackay? Is that
Yeah,
Mackay? Yeah, he's saying something about
yeah, it's gonna be
2021. He
big. Yeah,
must know some knowledge.
right. Because DC films that are supposed to come out this year got delayed till next year. So it's gonna be big. The Batman, I'm definitely want to see that one because I've always been a Batman fan. Even like watching the Batman and Robin from '66 or whatever. Always been a
Yeah.
fan of Batman, so I definitely want to see how Robert Pattinson, pulls it off. And I've always been skeptical. Like it seemed like every time we go through a Batman reboot, I always say like, yo, they're not gonna pull it off. Ben Affleck proved me wrong because I felt like he wasn't gonna pull it off, and he did. But I want to see how Robert Pattinson, because I haven't seen nothing with Robert Pattinson
Listen,
since.
everybody's skeptical
Right,
because when they saw, because I saw the preview and everything, but at first I didn't know it was Robert Pattinson because I was just looking at the preview like, oh, this is gonna be dope. But
right.
then he took off his, he's in the back cave at the end and he takes off his like mask or whatever he does. He's just like and looking all sweaty and his hair looking all long. I was like, who is that? And then like the dude was like Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson, the
Right,
vampire
right.
dude. Vampire
I
dude.
haven't seen
Let's
him
see.
since I want to say the Twilight. So I mean, this is a big movie for him.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Well, Twilight was his biggest movie,
right,
of course, to date, and then hopefully
right.
Batman pans out for him because I'm all about good acting. If you're a good actor,
Mm,
get the part. Why not? You know?
okay. He said watch Good Time and The Lighthouse. Yeah, The Lighthouse I kept hearing about, but is it really a horror and not some like what I'm saying? Like horror and thriller. I think people confuse those.
Yeah, because thriller could just be like you just kind of jump every once in a while or something, and it's not like a scary movie like a horror movie.
Who's my favorite portrayal of Spider-Man? I love Tobey Maguire. I went to see those Spider-Man films back in the 2000s. I love Tobey as Spider-Man, but I will say Tom Holland is a great Spider-Man too.
Yeah,
Because when he got the role at the time, he was still a teenager. I don't think he's a teenager anymore though, but he was a teenager when he got the role, and Tobey Maguire wasn't. But I love Tobey as Spider Man. Andrew Garfield, I didn't really care for that one, and he had problems with Sony when those leaked emails came out. He had problems with Sony, and they got rid of him or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, because they had
I like Tony. I say Tony. What's his name? What'd you just say? What's the first one you said? McGuire.
Tobey Maguire.
Toby McGuire. I would say Tony
Yeah,
McGuire. Toby McGuire. Yeah, I like Toby. Tony.
yeah.
But yeah,
This is turning into like a movie discussion now.
I know, right? I'm just
Supposed to
answering
be
questions.
Wu-Tang.
Starting it off. It's on you, man.
Right.
How you want to do the
So,
format anyway? Like you do,
just
like you
like
got the 10, but you want to do
like
your
from
you do
nine
10,
from
I do
nine
10, then you a
yeah,
9, I
like
do
from
9.
10, right, like from 10 to 1,
Yeah,
and we can
go back and
you know,
forth.
right, however order you want to place it. Like I don't have no order. I do have an order like from I guess like from the first five, but like from 10 to like 5, I just no orders. I just put them. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was thinking the same thing. I was gonna ask you that because I'm like, I want to know how he's gonna do the format. Because I'm
Mhm,
like, if you go, you say your 10, I say my 10. You say your
right,
9, I say my 9. But then
right,
like I was wondering how you did your 10. Like, did you like like you said the first 10 to 6, right?
Right.
They could probably go in any order,
Right.
and then like my last 3 can
Right.
kind of go in any order too.
Right.
So it's
But
like,
I
one year I
kind of
might go,
like
oh, I like this guy,
the
oh,
way
I
that
like this person, I like this group, or
right,
what, you know what I
like
mean?
the way that me and Reg used to do was like if we do like a countdown, we would put like from if it's a top 10 or top 20, we usually go like from like least to greatest. So
Okay.
like from but I there's gonna be of course there's gonna be albums on that's not on the list, you know what I'm saying? But especially from Ghostface, but um it's like from 10 would be like I guess like the least, but they all great, but they would be like from the least of my favorite to like the first 5 would be like my favorite.
Okay.
So I did it
Fair.
like that, but you know what I'm saying?
I did the same
I
thing.
mean,
I did the same things. I was thinking like how he's gonna do it, but I did it the way you just said it.
right.
So
MH was good, bro. You know what I mean? Okay, all right, I'll do my number 10.
you want to start it off?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Let's see
do
what
my number
Tri-Boro
10.
is gonna. Now you gotta explain what you gotta do. I gotta see this. Go ahead, man. Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
excited.
all right. Now I'm gonna tell you, number 10 is from an artist. And and we could put this is all like Wu-Tang. It's all like group, solo, and Wu affiliated artists. So
Okay.
it's all Wu-Tang related. That's why it's Wu Wednesday. It's all Wu-Tang related. Now number 10 is from an artist that came from Killer Army, and he's been doing solo albums for like I think 2001, 2002.
I
He
already
has
know.
like 15 solo albums, and I only heard like maybe 2 already. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the mixtapes on his albums went under the radar. I'm
Mm.
talking about Don Pacino with War Poetry 2, Poetic Justice. Definitely a dope album. It was produced all by Bronze Nazareth. It came out, I believe it came out in 2018.
What's the
And
artist name again?
Don Pacino,
Oh,
the,
Don
the Puerto
Pacino.
Rican, the Puerto Rican,
Oh,
the PR terrorist from Killer
yeah,
Army.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Don Pacino, War Poetry. It came out in 2018 on his own label, Napalm Recordings. All produced by Bronze Nazareth. He has Killer Army on one track on Killer Blitz. He has Tragedy Gaddafi on $1,000 Watches too. Snow Goons is on the last track. We Are Rebels.
Mm.
Definitely some dope tracks. Blue, Substance, Metropolis, Half Man, Half Amazing. Definitely a solid album by him. I definitely feel like he's underrated, and I watch a lot of his videos on his YouTube channel as well. And I don't think he gets enough credit. I mean, a lot of people like the other members, Second Assassin, a lot of those other cats, Sons of Man, and those other Killer Sin, but I never hear nobody talk about Don Pacino when it comes to his solo stuff, and I think he's very underrated. And I wanted to include not just all the clan members and the solo stuff. I wanted to include like the Wu affiliated artists. So I'm going with Don Pacino for my number 10.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably one of those dudes that probably really never got into him.
Right.
Now because of this, I'm a people. You know what I'm saying? This is what
Right.
this is for. So because like you have your 10, I have my 10, and then we can always share, and then people can throw their 10
Right.
in the
Yeah.
comments too, and we can
Yeah.
probably share
We
hip hop.
including we including the solo albums too, MH, like from Ghostface, Raekwon, everybody.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you answer
It's
the
for,
question.
it's for everybody. It's all Wu-Tang related. It's for everybody.
Oh,
So
Wu-Tang, yeah.
it's not just a
So
group. They don't have 10 albums, you know what I'm saying? And they're only like their first 3 are like great. So
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do a little explaining too.
okay.
So I remember when you said about the affiliates, right?
Yes.
And I was thinking about all the affiliates, and like the only affiliates that I really like was tuned into was Shaheen.
Right.
And I don't know if I guess you can consider Capadonna affiliate, and what's the guy that Bible Killer Priest.
Killer Peace.
Those are the ones. I mean, I listen to other people too. I know the other affiliates,
Right.
but I never really like got into them.
Mm.
So for number 10. I did sneak an affiliate in, but but it's not really an affiliate because he was supposed to be down with the group.
Okay.
Until he got locked up. If you know the story, and this has to do with my character back in the day. I used to be, I'm a Leo. I used to be a fly boy. I used to want to look dress up and I always talked about my clothes and my gear. So you know where this is going.
Right.
Slang editorial. Yo,
Right.
Capadonna is number 10, man.
Definitely.
Capadonna, The Pillage, all mostly produced by the RZA. There's a couple other ones like who else is on here that produced? But mostly the RZA, man. I think who else did something? I gotta look at the
I think True Master
who Elements. Who's that? I know who
that's like True Master for Disciple.
True Master was like all of them put together or something, right? Yeah, like so this album, believe it or not, man, I'm telling you, when I first heard it, it's probably the RZA beats that got me, because the RZA was in his bag back then.
Oh yeah.
He couldn't it's like he couldn't go wrong back then with beats. He was going bananas with beats. He was kind of stretching himself, but you start seeing when he stretched himself, you know what I'm saying? But around this time, I think he still was in his bag with the beats.
Right.
And Capadonna, the Pillage, man. Oh no, man. It's something about that album that come on. I'll be hyped, man. I'll be in the car or in the house, just vibing and going bananas, man. And there's something about it. And then most music relates to us.
Right.
So it could be the time you're listening to it. It could be something you're going through. And so the Pillage, it really sunk in at the time. I think I was just trying to be a fly boy. I was trying to be the pimp, you know what I mean? And and all the stuff he rapped about, all he rapped about was like clothes and girls and stuff like that. And I was like, I put that on, like, driving around like trying to get some booty, you know what I'm saying? Like
rocking the bow tie in the ice cream video.
Yeah. And I thought he had bars, you know what I'm saying? I just thought like he was different from just bars. He played around a little bit. Sometimes I like rappers playing around. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be funny. You know what I'm saying? You could be funny in your rhymes a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could be, corny sometimes. And I just liked that album, man. So it was between that album and Killer Priest. Don't get mad. I know Killer Priest is dope, but I was going back and forth with that one and that one to make, because they was the affiliates, and I wanted to sneak one affiliate in there, but I wanted to go all Wu-Tang albums. Well, real Wu-Tang members. That's the rest of my list. So I just give you a clue what's going on next.
and I like his verse on Winter Wars. I think Winter Wars, he killed it.
Yes, and I'm on Tidal. I was listening to it. I thought I was doing some homework and stuff. I'm listening to it, and they, for some reason, they graded out, blacked it out. I'm like, why they blacked that one out? I don't know if there's a clearance thing or something. I don't know what's going on Tidal, but they be blacking out a lot of things, man. I'd be mad.
Crazy.
And that's the only one they blacked out. Winter Wars. I was like, what?
That's all.
I go on YouTube to listen to it. But your top 10. I'm about to do some research.
Yeah,
you already know the Pillage, so.
Yes, definitely. That's his best album to me. I mean, he dropped.
What does everybody else think? Everybody saying 10? What they saying?
Eric got
Killer
Bobby
Priest,
Digital.
Inspector Deck, Bobby Digital. Yep, those are some good ones.
Yeah, Bobby Digital is good. Definitely.
Those are some good ones.
Inspector Deck. I think it could have been a classic if it wasn't for that flood. If RZA didn't have that flood, and he had came out with that album like around 94, 95, I think that would have been a classic.
Yeah, because he already had the beats or something. He had to do them all over or something, right?
Right, but he had them like on floppy disk or whatever, and they all got like messed up in the they were like water damage. Yeah.
Water damage,
yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine what that? Oh man, I still thought that was a great album though.
Oh yeah, I mean it was a dope album. I don't put it with the other classic Wu solo albums, but it was dope.
Yeah.
Number 9. Speaking of Killer Priest, number 9 is Heavy Mental. Definitely have to add this to the
Oh, you got it.
yeah. This is a great album. Definitely one of the underrated Wu solo albums, in my opinion. When he got like joints like my favorite joint is Fake MCs. You got Cross My Heart and Tai Chi and You Don't Know, Mystic City. Definitely a dope album. Great production for Disciple, and I think True Master was on this album as well, and he killed it. He didn't have like a whole bunch of collabs. He had his collabs here and there. I thought ODB was on the joint, and I think he had Inspector Deck on it and shit. I know I'm forgetting some people, but definitely is a solid album. He always do live streams as well on his YouTube channel, but he'd be like late at night, like 2, 3 in the morning. You
heard his new album? Was it Nubia? What's the new album? He got a new album called, was it Nubia? Then he got another album that came out after that. I didn't even listen to that yet.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I haven't heard a lot of his stuff, but the first one definitely I had to listen to, because I remember when that came out, that was like a big thing. I used to see like the posters up on like in the Manhattan and shit. So I definitely wanted to add that to the countdown. Sam got Shaheem Manchild
for number 9. I got a question for you before I do my number 9. Try that. Okay, on the song Bible,
right?
It was on the Jizz's album first,
Right.
And then and it had nothing to do with the Jizza. Like Jizza's not even on it. He didn't produce it or nothing. But it's on Jizza's album. I think it's on Liquid Swords. But then it came out again, of course, on Killer Priest's solo album.
Right.
So I was like, do you know anything about that?
I
Anybody in
don't
the
know.
comments?
If you all know anything, Reg is usually good at that information. I'm like not into like, well, this is what happened. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I might know, but
No, if
I
you
don't
know,
know
you know. Yeah.
Right. I don't know the situation with the Bible song.
I'm gonna go with my number 9.
Yeah.
My number 9, Return to the 36 Chambers, ODB.
I see.
Yo.
I see.
Yo. And the reason it probably ain't lower is because he was just wild and crazy, and sometimes I'd be like, I don't feel like listening to him right now. You know what I mean? He's like one of those people you gotta like be in the mood to listen to. For me,
Definitely.
I love Old Dirty Bastard. He was, he had a personality. He did have lyrics if you really listen to it. He would say stuff. You go, what that dude say? Right? You'd be like, oh shoot, right? And you gotta rewind it sometimes. But sometimes you be thinking he's just bugging out, but he's not. He wasn't bugging out. He really had some lyrics. If you like listen to the Wu albums and stuff, he was spitting, man. He was spitting. So, but this album, I think he really showed his butt. I love the of course the cover, and that, he had the
welfare card.
Welfare card.
Yeah.
And that was his real welfare card. That was a story that he really.
I think that was his baby mama's welfare card that he took and designed the album cover.
Put his name on it.
Yeah.
A face on it or whatever. Oh, it could have been because they said it was his. I don't know because then there was a rumor that he got pulled from child support. Found out about not child support. The welfare system found out about it, and then they took him off welfare. Supposedly, that's what I heard. I don't know if that was a rumor or that was in the hip hop community. That they were saying that.
ODB, only the ODB can get on MTV Raps. Remember that time he got on MTV Raps and he's getting paid. He's in a limo with I forgot who was with him, and
he had the white suit on.
Yeah, I think it was Tabitha Sloan or one of them that used to work at MTV, and he's in a limo and he got his welfare, his food stamps, and I'm like, and he's getting paid by the label. Like I've never seen that. That shit is crazy.
Yo, he had the white suit on.
Right.
Yeah, I think he have a girl or dude with him. So yeah, you look crazy.
He had a chick. I think it was Tabitha Sloan. It's one of those MTV colleagues that used to work there, and he didn't have a suit on. He had like the Timberland. He had like a Timberland
jean suit on. I'm thinking about something else.
He had like I think like a Timberland jacket on, and it was like in the winter time, and I'm like, only him could have food stamps, cashing out food stamps, and you getting paid by record label. That's retarded, yo.
I'm mixing it up with his when he went on the award show and he had
the award show, right? The Grammys, he had the
Grammys, and he was like, and he interrupted the people like, Wu-Tang's for the children, like. Right. I'm like, this dude crazy. This dude gotta be high, dog. Like,
Puffy won for No Way Out, and I thought Wu-Tang should have won for Wu-Tang Forever.
Oh yeah. They should have won for that.
You know what I'm saying? And they all came decked out in suits, and they were pissed off that Puffy won, and that was a crazy moment for the Grammys.
I think they probably wanted to beat for Puffy, dog.
Yeah. They didn't really rock with Puffy like that.
They wasn't rocking like that. Who said with 9? I got Shaheem so far. Nobody did. What's some more 9s?
Ever got Golden Arms?
Golden Arms. Oh, okay.
I didn't like that You Got album.
They said I couldn't really rock with You Got, man.
To me, I think the latter stuff were better, like the Keynote Speak album and the Venom album that he dropped a couple years ago. That's better than the first album to me.
Yeah, because he got better.
Yeah, he got better, right?
He got better. He never had. I don't think he ever had a classic album, but he got better.
Classic, nah.
You know,
I'm saying again, if it wasn't for those floods, maybe You Got without a classic too.
I know, because I'm telling you, RZA was going bananas, man. He was just doing beats for everybody.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, like I was looking at the Shaheem album, and he only produced like one cut on the first joint. Then he did one joint on the other one that I almost put in here.
Lost Generation.
Which one is it?
Lost Generation.
Generation. Yeah, that's because I got
a great album. That's a great album. That's probably Shaheem's best album.
Yeah.
Man Child. I haven't listened to Man Child.
Lost Generation. Yeah.
The crazy thing is, I saw Shaheem in concert 2 times. I saw him in '96. I saw him in '99. '99, I saw him. They were passing out the Man Child stickers, but that album, I believe, it got pushed back though.
Oh, it might have. I think he got locked up twice. He got locked up once for like a year.
Yeah, he was in and out of jail.
For a couple months.
He was cool with Little Vicious. They both were in and out of jail.
Oh yeah. They both.
Yeah. And that's when
So
I
they
saw them. I saw them the first time I saw them in '96. It was him and Little Vicious, and in '99 I saw him. I believe Inspector Deck was with them in '99, but they both were in and out of jail. So like that's what happened. Then like he fell out of love with the clan. He had beef with Raekwon.
because they believed in him because they kept him around. I
Yeah,
don't know. Somebody said he might be he was related to. Was he related to Method Man or somebody?
that was rumors. I never
It was
believe it was
rumors, right?
related to
Yeah,
Method
like he
Man.
was
That
related to
was
some. I
rumors.
think he was related to somebody. So they kind of kept
Yeah,
when he went to jail. They kept him around,
yeah.
gave him another chance.
And he had some type of like verbal beef with Raekwon, and you know what I mean. But
He
he's
can't
out
do that.
now. He's
What's wrong with
home.
this dude? Is he
Yeah,
crazy?
he's home now, and hopefully he come out with some new music.
Yeah, let's see what happens, man. Hopefully he does, man. Hopefully his head seems right.
Yeah,
You know,
we definitely
so
need some new Shaheem music, yo.
we got to get some. We got to
You
get
know,
some.
definitely.
Got to.
I mean, even if the RZA don't produce it, I would like to see like Fourth Disciple or Mathematics like do some stuff on it. You
Yeah,
know?
there's so many other producers out there now
Yeah,
that would be willing to work with him if he
exactly.
got his head on right. And from the interview, I think he was on. I forget what interview he was on, but I saw him talk and stuff, and he seemed pretty level headed.
He
So
related to Ghostface?
what happened? Is
He
that what they
related to
said?
Ghostface. That's what
I
Sam
told you
said.
he might be related to somebody. ODB is.
What is he, like his cousin or something?
He might be. Who said that?
Sam said he's related to Ghostface. I didn't know that.
Oh, Shaheem is related. So I told I think he was related to somebody. Somebody it kept me in a rumor though. I didn't
Right,
know. I don't take rumor. I just like think about it. If I bring
right.
it up, like I want to know the truth. I
Yeah,
gotta
they
find
used
the
to
truth.
say
You gotta
Method
find the
Man
truth.
like back. This is before the internet. They used to say like he was related to Method Man, and Meth was on Shaolin Style, that track from Lost Generation.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I didn't know that. Yeah, yeah,
I
the
didn't know that
limo.
either.
He was in the limo with the ODB was in the limo with the food stamps, and that shit was hilarious,
Yo, I
yo.
love. Yo, that's what I loved about him. He had because he kind of like that had that I don't give a beat attitude, but at the
Right,
same time, it was like he was down to earth. I heard he would give you his last dollar if you was
right.
cool with him. You know what I'm saying? So I
That
like people like that.
energy, they missing that energy once he passed away. They don't really have that energy. That he brought a certain energy to the clan that they
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah.
Like
He was a bomb.
Method Man got that energy, but
Yeah.
ODB energy was like it was crazy energy. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's why people fell in love with him because he was out there. He wasn't like the
Yeah.
other members, and that energy is missing from the clan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know they're working
I
on
like
something
to,
new. RZA was on
yeah, I heard they're working on a new
Twitter.
album. They take their time with it because I don't want them rushing out no album just to do it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And plus, a lot of people
And
say RZA don't got them beats no more. So hopefully he allows everybody else to
I,
work
I
with the
think
clan too.
RZA has. I'm pretty sure he has like still like a lot of like unreleased beats left somewhere. It would be nice if he could dig into that vault and get out those beats because like he I mean I feel like he hasn't made nothing great since I don't even remember. Like it's been a long time because he's done like other projects. Like he did an album with what's the guy from Interpol, that group.
Oh yeah, the
Banks and
white
Steel,
dude,
Banks and Steel
like a rock
album.
and roll dude, right?
Yeah, the Banks and Steel album. I didn't like that album. He's
Yeah.
done he's been scoring movies for Quentin Tarantino. He hasn't done nothing relevant for the clan in forever. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
See?
Iron Flag had different producers on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had the track masters on there of all people.
Yeah.
Um, um, I can't remember Eight Diagrams. I think he did something on Eight Diagrams, but
I have to
it's
look
been
that up.
years though. That was like a slept on album. It's not even people don't even talk about that album. But
Nobody. Yeah, there's a lot of albums that don't talk about with
all right,
Wu-Tang.
but RZA got to go back if they're gonna do a clan album. RZA got to go in the vault and pull out the dusty beat RZA. Like when he had like the fangs, the gold fangs, and the afro. That's what we need. That blowout afro they used to have. That's like the Grave Diggers. RZA. I love that RZA.
When you hear like the music crackling and you know that was
Right,
like a weird beat that from a
right,
record from like 1920,
right.
that's the
When he
RZA you talking about.
when he was like doing like Tikal and Cuban Link and ODB album, he wasn't even mixing those albums properly, and they still classic albums.
Yeah,
Like you can hear the
that's
mistakes
what
in like
that's what I'm
the
saying. Yeah.
OG copies. You can still hear the mistakes on those albums,
Yep.
not the remastered version, because they totally clean that
Yep.
up. When you get the
Yep.
OG copy of like of a ODB album with the bass was all fucked up and the treble and everything,
Yep.
and Cuban Link and Tikal, all of those albums were terribly mixed, but they still came out classic.
Still
That's
came
the
out
RZA
okay.
album. And I don't
Dude,
know
I
if you
heard the
still got
first.
that.
I heard Wu-Tang, the first Wu-Tang album. Some of the songs on a tape, like a tape from a tape from a tape from a tape from somebody. From you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
That's how I heard it first, and I go, "Yo, who are these dudes?"
Mm,
It was a tape that somebody gave me. Like I don't know where I got the
right,
tape from, but it got to come from New York or
right.
somewhere. I have to like
Mm-hmm.
come to Boston somehow. And
Exactly.
I was checking for him ever since, and I didn't mind all that weird stuff. I was like, "Yo, this is
Yeah,
dope.
it was
No matter
different.
what it is, this is dope."
Yeah, it was different. You know what I'm saying? And that
Yeah,
that I think if we get that, if we go back in the vault and he pick out those beats, then we could get something special. But
yeah.
this new RZA that we have, this going to Hollywood and scoring movies, I don't know. I don't.
Dude, he's chasing that bag, and he's getting so much money for those scores because they call
Right.
scores. You know when he does it for the
Exactly.
movie, he's
Exactly.
making bank. So he don't have to come back to hip hop at all.
Right. Right. And
But he
um,
loves it.
I
He loves
I
hip
do
hop.
I did like the two tracks he gave Nas on the Lost Tapes too, like the Tanasia and for the other track. Those tracks were dope because Tanasia
Yeah,
actually sound like old RZA. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But I didn't care for Lost Tapes too, but I like those two tracks from RZA. If we could get something close to that, we might have a solid Wu-Tang album. It's been forever since I said that. But um like I said, like I think like after ODB passed away, they like the energy is off. Like Iron Flag was okay, it's not a great album, but that was like their first album that they did after ODB passed away. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
they haven't, I don't know, like I
Yo,
would rather hear I
Eric
would
said
rather
Hollywood
hear
RZA.
yeah.
Hollywood RZA. I
And the
get it
thing
though
is they
because he's chasing that bag and you lose stuff and especially with the ODB thing, it's kind of
right,
like losing your grandmother. When you lose your grandmother, like the family dynamic kind of splits apart.
exactly,
You know what I
exactly,
mean? And
exactly.
I thought it started when Method Man head got big. When he had that solo on his first.
Nah,
You don't think so?
no, you know what it is? And I think the first time I saw the show documentary, I noticed that whole like interaction on the bullet train when they were like in China with You God and Ghostface and Meth is like cursing them out in the train and shit. That was the first time I noticed, yo, the clan is jealous of Method Man because he's the only one from the clan with a Grammy. But to Cal for All I Need, he was the only one with a Grammy. The other ones got nominated, but they never won. Raekwon never won for Cuban Link. ODB never won
Yep.
for Return to 36.
Yep.
But I feel like I don't think it's Method Man. I feel like everybody should be focused on them and doing them. And Method Man was the popular one, but Ghostface did his thing. Raekwon was doing his thing. ODB. There were others that
Oh
was
no
just
no yeah, I agree. I
you know what I'm
agree. No, I
saying?
agree 100%. I just think like I ain't gonna say for like a whole long time. I
Mm.
think for a split second, Method Man thought he was a shit, and because
But he
the
is. I
world gave
mean,
it
I
to him.
mean, he have a shitty discography now. I love Meth,
Yeah,
but after the first two, yeah, our discography is shitty. But
exactly. That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
like. I'm calling the way it is. Like I love you. Got to give these artists smoke when they need it. But you know what I'm saying. When they got a great album, you praise them. But
I'm gonna praise the Method
I
Man and
never felt like Meth like was like big headed or I don't feel like he was ever on it. I feel like the clan was jealous of him because he got that Grammy that they all wanted, and
yeah,
because he was getting those collabs with Mary J
Mary.
and yeah and other people and started dabbling in the movies.
Yeah,
They felt some type of way. Now if they if I know for a fact, even if they don't come out and say it and tell the fans, I know for a fact that that's a main issue with the clan even to this day that they still got issues with Method Man because
I
of
would
that.
hope not. I
Yeah,
hope they ain't jealous.
because I mean we've heard stories. I've heard stories about there was infighting within the clan of members that don't like certain. You know what I mean? And the RZA, especially the RZA not paying certain members, and then Capadonna was driving a cab because he wasn't getting paid by RZA. All that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think the RZA did do people dirty, but
Right.
I don't know the whole story, but it seemed like he did. So hopefully they all on the same page now. Hopefully he paid them.
Right.
They seem like they cool
Meth.
now. I'm
People
ready for
forget Meth.
Method's new
Meth.
album though.
Meth
He's
was the
doing
only
an album
one.
with who?
Supposedly Meth was the only one that was there for like the latter albums. Like he was there for A Better Tomorrow. Yeah, I think he was there for Eight Diagrams. All of those albums, even with
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
the mathematics album, it's a heavy Red and Meth influence on that album. That album is a dope album because of Red and Meth, not even
yeah,
because of the other members.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That Red Man come into the fold, he bring like a special energy that it elevates everybody else.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Redman's dope.
Because
Redman's.
Redman in himself, he's a dope lyricist in himself. He
Oh,
got a solid discography. And when you include Redman to Wu-Tang, that's gonna elevate everybody else. So that everybody else can get better step up.
They're gonna be like, what? Redman's on it? Let me hold on. Let me write this over.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you look at all the singles they dropped from that Mathematics album, include Redman and Method Man on it. The Lessons Learned joint, they got the Could Go Bang. They have the remix with You Got and Raekwon on that joint. That album was a dope album, but it's because of Red and Meth on it.
Yeah, Red and Meth. First, Red and Meth combination is dope.
Right.
That's one of the dopest combinations that I put together as a duo.
Right.
Yeah, but Redman, he's been one of my favorites for like he's been in my top 5 for like 20,000 years.
Definitely.
He might move around a little bit because it might be like maybe you don't put out an album or something, and then I have to move him up. But he's still he's still on my my Mount Rushmore. Like he's an ill lyricist, and he got classics.
If there was anybody that would be a good replacement or like a good like stand-in for ODB, it's Redman, because Redman is solid lyrically. His discography is solid. Definitely a dope ass artist. Definitely top 10 in my opinion, easily. You know what I'm saying? Because he got classics, not just Muddy Waters. You know what I'm saying? So.
And he's a character.
And he's a character. He has his own person, right? He got his own person. He should already had like his own show. I don't understand why.
No, they was getting that money like TV shows and movies, but then like I don't know what happened, man.
Yeah,
because they had a cartoon. They had like the
they talking about
it. They was getting stuff.
They talked about the Fox show that Fox wanted them. They were like too hood for Fox, and they wanted them to change stuff about the show, and they were like, they're not doing it.
Yeah.
But that's why they canceled it. But I used to watch that show.
Yep.
You know, definitely Redman in the Clan. I would like to see Redman do more stuff with them.
I think so. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they do.
I think that's another thing. Like, even we haven't seen a lot of Clan features on the Wu-Tang album. Like, I know like for the Wu-Tang Forever they had Street Life on a couple songs and he killed it. But I've never heard like Sons of Man or Killer Army or Shaheem on a Wu-Tang album. I think that's something that they need to do also. If you do a new Wu-Tang album, I would like to see like more features from the Clan itself, not just like from Redman or even like outside of Redman, like, do something like Griselda, do something like Voice the 5'9", you know what I mean? There's something different.
They got to challenge themselves.
Yeah,
and that's what any old school rapper. And I'm gonna say, I don't like to say old school because rap's still new. It's like what 40-something years. So it's just like challenge yourself.
Right.
Get with those rappers that gonna tear you a new one, and you got to step your bars up.
Exactly. And we haven't seen that. It's just been them within the Clan, but they haven't really gone outside of that for collabs. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's always been weird for me. I'm like, well, why didn't they have all these members of the Clan, but they don't collaborate with them on the Wu-Tang album?
Yeah. You're right. No, you're right about that, brother.
I would like to see that. Something different that the fans haven't seen before. Like, Wu-Tang featuring Killer Army, okay. Wu-Tang featuring Don Pacino.
Yep.
Something different.
Yeah, man.
Even producers, I don't really care for them using outside of producer. I mean, unless they want to use like Primo, maybe Pete Rock, but just keep it within the Clan for the sound. But
they got Mathematics. They got some dope producers. So it's not like
Bronze Nazareth is down with them, and he still got that Wu-Tang sound, and they never use Bronze Nazareth.
They bugging.
So I'm like, I would like to see that happen. Like use Bronze Nazareth on the board. Some Mathematics because he still got that sound. And try to collaborate with some other artists. So we can see like how the Clan would sound with like a J. Cole. You know what I'm saying, or like a Kendrick.
With a Kendrick or somebody like that.
Mayhem Loren. I could see Mayhem Loren on the Wu-Tang album.
Yo.
So
that's kind of dope.
Fleet Lord,
you're right.
I know you're a big Fleet Lord fan, so.
No, Fleet. I'm a big Fleet Lord fan. You know what it is? He just raps. He's like one of them rapidy rap dudes. Right. But he got bars. You got to listen to that. You listen to his stuff. He reminds me of like kind of like a Prodigy, but like but he got clever and funny lyrics sometimes. Right. Like he'll say something, you go, "Oh, this dude's crazy," and this the way he admires hip hop. It's like I admire people that love hip hop and they put their 120% into that one song. You could tell. You know what I'm saying? You could go, yo, he did something. He loved that song. You could tell. You know what I mean? So I just like the effort, man.
He has a certain type of flow with Fleet Lord.
He does.
You know what I mean? And I think it's like everything he's dropping this year has been is fire. So
Yo, 8 albums so far.
crazy,
8
crazy. And he's
months, eight
still dropping
albums.
more. Still
He's doing
dropping more.
12.
Yeah.
He's gonna
12.
do 12 this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh
totally
man.
surpassed what Rock Marcy did like 2 years ago when he dropped like 3 albums in 1 year.
Yeah. He's
Crazy.
oh yeah, he surpassed it. But who else did more than 8 out? Like who else did 12 albums? Because he's gonna do 12.
Yeah. That's a
So
first. That's a first time.
it's gotta be a first, yeah.
You know.
And they're all good. It's not like they all suck. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
Like
all solid, all
they're all
bang,
pretty good, yeah.
definitely. Shit,
You know what I
he
mean?
should need to take a whole year off after this. Like, just drop every album every month for this year. Take the whole 2021 off. You good?
He could. He could just tour with all 12 albums.
Yep, for
Every
real.
month he just tour with that album he did last year.
Crazy,
That's all.
crazy. All right, number 8, I got Method Man to Cal. Definitely a classic
Alright.
album. You know what's crazy about this album? And
Tell
I
me,
said
brother.
this before. When this album dropped, I was underwhelmed by this album. It wasn't what I was expecting. I thought he was gonna have like the big collabs, with Mary J and other people on there. And we didn't get that. We got like a real dark and gritty sound from RZA on this album, but still gave you some fire joints like Bring the Pain and Biscuits and All I Need and PLO Style, one of my favorites on there with Carlton
Yep,
Fisk.
Pillow Style.
The title track was fire. You got the All I Need regular version. I wish they had put the remix on here, but definitely a classic album, especially when you look at his discography now. Like, because before I didn't think this was a classic album. I thought it was decent. And then when Takal 2 came out, I liked Takal 2 more actually than this album. But after when you look at after the first 2 albums and you look at his discography and how it turned out, I'm like, yo, well, this is definitely a classic album, and part 2 as well, because I didn't like anything else that he dropped. But definitely a great album, and like his stage presence is great. He has a lot of energy. I've seen him before live. Definitely a great lyricist as well, and definitely wanted to include this on here. Now, this is the type of RZA we need for like a Wu-Tang album now. Like, we got like 94 RZA. Definitely.
94.
Yeah. If we get 94 RZA, like unreleased 94 RZA production on a new Wu-Tang album in 2021, definitely that would be a classic album. So I
You
definitely
think
think
you think RZA's pig-headed? Like, so if somebody gave him advice like you did, say
right.
like Method Man said, "Yo, man, we need the '94 RZA back."
Mhm.
What you think he'd say? You think he'd
I,
be
I
like, "No,
think
I'm
he would
doing
say,
my."
I definitely think he would say "fuck you." I think he would say that. You know what I'm saying? Like the I mean, I don't know him personally. I never met him, but like, just I don't know. I just get that feeling like if a fan told him that, he would be like, "Yo, fuck off." You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing. I'm the RZA. Like, I got platinum plaques on my wall
I
from
think so too.
Transparency.
I think so too. But I think he needs to listen to criticism like people like
He does.
yourself. You know what
But a lot of artists do, but they don't listen to us. They feel like, okay, you want to make shit with Drake, okay. When your
I'm saying?
shit don't sell.
I like the Takao album. I think I had the same feeling you did when it first came out. I was like, "What is this?" At first, I'm like, "What is this album?" And I was expecting more from Method Man only because he was a standout guy. Like he was supposed to be
Right.
the one that, as soon as this album come out, it's supposed to be classic or it's supposed to be like the best album since Wu-Tang, right?
Right.
So I was like, and I gave it a couple listens, and I probably have to go back to it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably have to go back to it.
Mhm.
Um, it's not on my list. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest. It's not. No, it's not on my list. Yeah, I'm just being honest, yo. I'm gonna give you my 8. I know people might not agree, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Mhm.
Hey, where's it at? Oh, here. Ghost Dini.
Ooh,
Ghost
I wasn't
Dini.
expecting that. I was not
Ghostface
expecting
Killer.
that at all.
Ghost
That's a
Dini.
that's a
Wizard of
that's a dope. I
Poetry.
like the concept with him doing the R&B and the rap. I like that. Thought that was collabs.
Listen. Let me tell you a little bit about like. First of all, Ghostface. At first, I thought Inspector Deck was the dopest MC in the world, like as
Right.
Wu-Tang, right?
Right.
And then in the Jizza, I was like, those are my favorite at first.
Mhm.
Until he put out his first, until he put out Iron Man, of course, right? And I was like,
Right.
yo, Ghostface is the dopest. And then he kept
Right.
putting out better albums, better
Mhm.
albums. And when he put out this Ghost Dini one, I didn't think first of all, I didn't think he was capable of doing like an R&B fabulous type of thing, right?
Right.
But dude, this got to be probably the best rap R&B album I've ever heard in my life.
I agree.
Because and I love Fabulous.
Right.
If you talk to all my boys, they be like, yo, he love Fabulous. He goes crazy about Fabulous. I love Fabulous, right? But even Fabulous last album, he tried to do what this one was, I think. I think he tried to do this with the R&B shit on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Fab's lyrical, but some of that singing, I was like, yo. But Ghost Dini, I enjoy this from front to back. Just not just the singing, just the way Ghostface puts albums together. It's incredible. Like he have a concept and it works. And all the producers, like, and you look at some of these producers, like I think it's Graham Jones. It's people that you go, who? You know, like I know Graham Jones, but like Mahogany, like he stopped like kind of working with RZA, Rashid Smith. It's people I never heard of probably. And
Rashad Smith is that's the Tumbling Dice dude from back in the 90s.
That what it is? That's who he is.
Yeah.
Sean C. Like, dude, like just the like any of these tracks, I'm telling you, man. You play them right now. You play them today. You play this album to the kids these days, and they might think they're gonna go, "Who's that?"
Right.
You just play the album for kids, and they didn't know about Ghostface. They go, "Yo, this is dope," because it's just one of those albums that lasted this long, and I think just by the sound of it, man, just the production, the sound, it sounds like he had a band sometimes. Like it just sounded like so and lyrical too. Like you know. Even the short songs, long, whatever it was, even when he tried to sing and bug out and be funny, it went with the albums, his skits, all that, man. Like this was, man. I went back and forth with this too, man. But Ghost Dini, I can't put this album down.
I have to go by. I like the first track he did, Not Your Average Girl. That's track one. I like the baby joint with what's his name, Raheem Devon.
Yep,
that's the dope joint. Stapleton
Girl. Raheem was do over. Yep.
Do over. That was a dope track. Right. Yes.
Yo, man, he just like I don't know what it was. John Legend joint was dope.
Yeah, John Legend. Yeah.
Lloyd.
Lonely, where he's talking about like being lonely without his woman and shit, and like another guy, and he can't watch boxing matches no more at the crib. I love that.
Yeah, Jack Knight does it.
Yeah, that joint is fire. Like the whole album was dope.
I really thought it was. I thought it was a dope album.
Yeah,
it's probably like I might sometimes I might say it's a classic. Sometimes I might say it's all right. Like you know what I'm saying, it might be close on that edge.
Right.
I just thought it's just a great album, and it's a great listen. You know what I'm saying? If you go back to it and go, you won't be skipping no tracks. You're not skipping no tracks on this, unless you're tired of the singing and you just want to get a boom bap rap.
Right.
You just gotta be in the mood. You know what I'm saying? It's a mood album.
It is. And he has a lot of albums in his discography that's underrated, like that one. I think Blue Wallet is another one that's underrated. Love that album.
Do you think he got more classics than anybody in the Wu-Tang? Or close to classic, like you know what I mean? Like best albums.
Iron Man, Supreme Clientele, definitely. Like I said, like I think Blue for Wallace was a great album. A lot of people they're like on the fence about that album. Pretty Tony, I thought that was a solid album. You know what I'm saying? He have like 2 classics for sure. And he got like a couple of albums that are maybe near classic. Yeah. But like I said, like about like him and Sean Price, they both kept that flag waving for both of their cliques. Like Sean Price did it for Boot Camp, because in the 2000s nobody else was dropping heat but Sean Price from Boot Camp. Wasn't OGC, it wasn't Rock. He had went off and did his thing with DJ Lethal or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Buckshot wasn't dropping albums like that, so Sean Price definitely represented Boot Camp through all the 2000s and the 2010s, and same thing with Ghost. All through the 2000s and 2010s, it was Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
Right about that.
Albums. It wasn't Method Man. It wasn't Raekwon. You know what I mean?
And if somebody did put out an album from Wu-Tang, it was like, It was like one of those. It was like, it's all right.
Yeah, like I mean, you had Master Killer dropping, but nobody was paying attention to Master Killer. I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And he's a dope lyricist. I just wasn't paying attention to his albums. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it in the buck. I wasn't paying attention to all those albums he dropped. You know what I'm saying? And Capadonna was dropping shit. There's a lot of albums I missed from Capadonna. So, you know what I'm saying? They were dropping stuff, but nobody was paying attention. But
I just like the Village. And then like other stuff was just like it was okay from Capadonna, but just that first. Sometimes that first album sometimes usually be your best album, and then you just can't get it back. Like kind of like everybody you saying Nas is chasing that high.
Right.
Which that rock. You know what I'm saying?
Nas got more than one classic album.
Yeah, Nas got more than one classic though. I think that too. So I'm just saying other rappers
Right.
somebody like a Capadonna or like let me see, or could be like a Killer Priest or trying to think of keeping in a Wu bag.
The
The
Jizza.
Jizza been chasing his bag too. So like you know what I mean. So like a lot of rappers do that. You know,
Although
sometimes
Jizza, I do like the Jizza album with Muggs, the Grandmasters. That was a solid album.
yeah. That was
You know what
dope.
I'm saying?
Yeah, that was
But
dope.
you know, yeah, like Ghostface was the only one I was waving an iron flag and making solid projects for Wu. So he kept them relevant. If it wasn't for
True.
him, they'd be long gone right now.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, Ghost got a lot of albums that people sleeping
Yeah,
on. I bet you, like, hopefully after this, everybody in the comments go listen to Ghostface albums.
yeah. Eric said he's gonna
Yeah.
play the Ghost Dini album.
So did everybody put their eights? I seen a couple eights earlier.
I didn't see
I know somebody did some eights earlier.
eight. Okay.
They following us. I think somebody agreed with you on the 8.
All right. Number 7, I got ODB, Return 36 Chambers. Love this album. Classic album. I love the album cover. There's never seen nothing like that before with the welfare card, and I think he has the best intro for any rap album ever.
Oh,
The best intro. Go, well, yo, when I first heard that on Stretch and Bobbito back in the 90s, and
yeah.
they played like the first couple songs before the album dropped. Like they played the intro, they played Shimmy Shimmy Ya, they played Baby Come On. A couple songs they played from that album before it dropped.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, that is the best rap intro ever for any rap album. I don't care. Not Illmatic, not any of these other albums. ODB made it feel like it was like it was like the ODB show when you heard that. You heard the intro and he's starting off and he's singing all kind of crazy shit and it was good. I loved it. Love that intro alone for any album. And just the production again. We got the dirty RZA production. The mixing was terrible, but it just fit for the album.
Oh yeah.
And you know, you got joint like Shimmy Shimmy Ya, Baby Come On, The Stomp, Drunk Game, Rawhide. Love Rawhide. That was from the Tales from the Hood soundtrack. I remember that. Great album. Love it. The production, the collabs. That's a classic. That's ODB's best album in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a great album.
That's why it's on my list.
Yeah,
that's why it's on my list, man.
Definitely a great album. And I don't feel like it gets enough like respect now than it did back then, because back then it was really big. I feel like now over the years when you talk about Wu solo albums, they always talk about Cuban Link, and I have done that because I love Cuban Link.
Of course.
Liquid Swords, Iron Man, Supreme Clientele, those are great. But I feel like ODB first album got to be in that conversation as well with those other albums.
I'm gonna be honest. I bumped one of those ones you said for that album, for this album. That's why ODB's on here, because I was like, yo, I gotta get ODB on this top 10.
Definitely.
I gotta get ODB on the top 10. Got to.
Definitely. And he was great. That's the missing link from Wu right now. But he was great, and he have a classic solo album. So that's my number 7.
All right. I like that, man. Yo, you got, you know what I'm saying? Is that the first time we agreed?
No,
top 10. No, not agreed. I'm saying our top 10.
Yeah, I think I met the man at number 8. I met the man at number 8.
I like that. I like this though, because listen, I want to hear a different opinion, and I want people to say the same thing. I want people to, because I want to like your number 10. I was like, who? And then now I remember, and I got to listen to it. No, serious. I like that stuff. But yo, my number, what's it? Wait, where we at? 7?
7, yeah.
All right, man. Number 7 is Uncontrollable Substance.
Yeah. Somebody had, I think Eric had that on there before.
Now listen, I think we were talking about it earlier, but listen, Inspector Deck and the Jizza was my favorite when Wu-Tang first came out. Right. I was like, yo, nobody's beating these dudes are so lyrical. They're crazy. The lyrics is insane. Right. And when Inspector Deck first came out, I think matter of fact, I'm trying to think, is Big Pun on this one, or he did a song with Big Pun before this album?
Oh, that was on Capital Punishment on the Trez Lectures.
So I think Capital Punishment came out first, right? Before this album or something?
Yeah, I believe so. I think
so. And that's when I was like, yo, Deck is a problem. And then when he came out with this album, I couldn't wait, man. I was like, it's funny as you showing CDs. Right. I got robbed back in the day for all my CDs. So I'm not buying no more CDs. I just stopped buying music. Then that's when digital came anyway, right? Right. Eventually, I'm like when I buy my first house, I'm gonna start getting records. I'm gonna like and never open them. You know what I'm saying? Right. And just,
Reg does that. He buys records all the time and never open them.
Yeah, you got to. It's no, that's what I'm doing. It's you're a collector. You're a collector. That's gonna be my
Right.
collectibles. But yo, man, this album, I'm sorry, man.
Mm.
It's not a classic, but it's like I can listen to this album over and over again too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From front cover too, man. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Movers and Shakers, Ninth Champ, like I think that's sometimes I like about titles. Sometimes you can't find a producer, you gotta look for them. I think did RZA do most of this album too? I think.
Nah, he had some different producers on here.
Yeah,
I
different
believe
producers.
I
Yeah,
believe Pete Rock was like one of the producers.
yeah. So like
Um,
this Rec Room,
yeah, Rec Room. That was
everything,
my
man.
joint.
All this stuff, man. This everything
Rec
was.
Room.
He just a lyrical dude, and even
Yeah.
even the beat. If the beats was simple,
Mhm.
I was in tune to his lyrics
Right.
because he just one of them dudes. I'm like, and he had that voice, and he's a powerhouse, man. And
Definitely.
you know what I'm saying? Best verse on the Triumph, like you know what I'm saying? Like he
Right.
best verse on Pig Bun Pun's joint, like he.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When he went solo, I was like, yo, this dude is dope.
Mhm.
And I
The,
think this one's underrated. I think a lot of people don't talk
oh,
about this album.
the
Just like
Gangstar,
I don't talk about this album.
Above the Clouds. That joint he was killed
Above the
above the
Clouds.
clouds.
Yep.
Love
Yep.
that joint.
I
Yeah,
like
I said, Inspector Deck is the table setter. Like, if you want somebody to start off your track, you get Deck.
start him up.
He's like Derek Jeter. Like when Derek Jeter was in the lineup for the Yankees, he started off. He's like the Derek Jeter
The
reject.
Yankees, let me stop you. Let me bring this down more.
You
You
know,
see it?
I gotta represent. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta rep. Derek Jeter, when Derek Jeter started, he was hitting first. That's the table setter. When you
Yeah,
get Jeter on base, you know you're
yeah,
gonna have a good game. When you get Deck on starting off your track, he's gonna
yeah.
be a good track.
Yeah,
Because
Deck was one of
that's
those
just his lane. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, he could start a track.
Yeah,
Hey, like you said, yo, I ain't gonna lie.
yeah,
I thought this
and
was underrated too, just like the ODB
yeah,
album. And that's why I was like, I got to get both of them in there because I want
right,
them to be in that discussion. They
right.
should be in the Wu-Tang discussion.
Definitely,
ODB
definitely.
and Inspector Deck should be in this
And
discussion. I
it's
just
good that we have different picks sometimes. Like it don't have to be the same. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? I'm not gonna bash you because you got Deck. Like that's great.
It would be
'Cause I
boring
love Deck.
we had the same top 10 to be boring. People would be like, yo, y'all
Exactly.
suck.
Exactly.
Did
Exactly.
y'all trade notes or something? You know, they be
Right.
messing with us like that. But
There's gonna be albums that are left off of the list. It don't mean it's not great. It's just that it's a top 10, and I picked the top 10. But
I'm
it
gonna
don't
be
mean if
honest.
I
Yeah,
left something off that is not it doesn't deserve to be on here. So and there's I'm gonna tell you now.
where we
The
at now? 7?
there's gonna be a couple.
So
So
you already know it's gonna be
you know
people
what I
already
mean?
probably
You have Ghost Dini, and I didn't expect that at all. So that's great because I always like that album. So
I love Ghostini, man. It's
you know what I mean?
just stuff like man. I went back to it when I was doing the research. I'm like,
Right.
oh my god, this is a good. I listened to it like 3 times at work. I'm like, I'm supposed to be listening to other Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
But yeah,
A lot of
I
good
really
albums.
respect that album though.
Definitely.
So where we
That's a
going?
great. Wow,
6,
yeah.
baby.
Number six. Number six, I
Oh
got
yeah.
Grave Diggers, 6 Feet Deep, a classic horrorcore album, one of my
Oh,
favorites of 1994. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I was waiting for this album to come out because I was big into the horrorcore, and I remember MTV did a horrorcore segment when they used to do MTV News, and
yeah.
they had talking about like the genre. They had they talked about the Grave Diggers, they talked about the Flatliners, they talked about Almighty RSO, Benzino, and his crew
Mhm.
from your neck of the woods. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it was yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Bring
and it was like a big thing. And you know, they talked about like they couldn't play the Flatliners Live Evil video on their network because it was like it had like satanic images and stuff like that. Never played. I only saw that video once. It was on YouTube. I never saw it like on MTV or BET. You know what I'm saying? Um, but you know, Gravediggers, I was awaiting this album because I heard like a lot of joints from the album before it dropped, like Constant Elevation and so I seen the video for Diary of a Madman, and I was like, yo, you got like a super group with RZA, and you got Fuquan from Stetsasonic, you got Prince Paul, everybody know Prince Paul from De La Soul, and Poetic. And I'm like, yo, this is gonna be interesting. So I definitely waited, and then when the album dropped, I rushed out and bought it. And it was definitely one of my favorites of that summer in '94. I played that a lot. I played the Warren G Regulate album a lot. Those two like my favorite summer albums. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, and it's still a classic album. It's still a good album. It's like I was telling Reg the other day, this is like one of those albums you can play for Halloween because it just fit the whole theme of Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Like that with Temples of Boom. You know what I'm saying? And Esham and Nadas, you know what I mean? and it
Now, did
just
they
was like
start horror rap? Did they start the horror rap? Was this the group that started? Because I love this album too.
right.
But was they the first? I don't know if they were the first. Maybe did
No,
they?
I don't.
Were they the
They
first
they
to bring it
wasn't
into
the
rap?
first. I don't even. I don't want to say who was the first one. I don't really know for sure, but they wasn't the first ones. But like when they came out with 6 Feet Deep, it was like they came out at the same time like the Flatliners did. You know what I'm saying? And like I said,
Oh,
like
flat, yeah,
and
yeah.
Benzino and Almighty Oriso, they were doing like some hardcore. They did a Hellbound joint. I remember that joint, and
That was
they were
dope.
all
That was
yeah, that
dope
was
from
dope.
RSO.
That
Hellbound
was
was dope.
dope. Yes, and they all were coming out around the same time, and it was like a new thing for hip hop. So it was like being that MTV like put it at the forefront like that. I think that's what like really made it big. And I've always loved this album, and I don't feel like the second one was good. The second one was good. The third album I think was forgot the name of that joint, but that wasn't. I don't think that had the RZA. That was just Fuquan and Too Poetic because the RZA had left and Prince Paul. But that was okay. But this is they classic album, and I've always loved it. And the production is real dark and gritty, and the collabs with Killer Priest being on there. That's like the first time I heard him on Diary Madman, and having you had who else was on here? You had Biz Marquis was like on. I think he was like on the intro for is it Defective Trip? I know Biz Marquis was on one of those joints, but he wasn't rapping. He was like on like talking in the background. It had like
Yeah,
MC
I remember
Search was
that.
on one of the tracks, and but Constant Elevation, classic joint, and Two Cups of Blood, and Mommy Was a
Yep.
Grave Digger. Definitely a classic album. It's still my favorite Wu affiliated album when it comes to like Killer Army and Sons of Men and everybody. I love this album the most, but definitely have to include this on the list because it is a Wu affiliated album. So I definitely love it, and it's a to me it's a five mic album.
You know
I don't
what's
know how
funny?
everybody else feels about it, but
No, when they ask everybody, what y'all think about the album? But you
Made
know
by
what's funny
Harlem,
when
what
you
up?
said, huh?
Hold
Okay.
on, Made by Harlem, salute to you. He said I never liked the Jizz album. You talking about Liquid Swords? You never like Liquid
What are you
Swords?
talking about? Who said
Wow,
that?
never heard that. Never heard that. That's a hot take.
I
That's a
didn't
hot
like.
take.
I said, yo, if I can kick you out the group, nah, I'm joking around. Block him. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We're
I'm
not
joking
doing
around.
that. We're not doing
You know,
that.
that's his opinion. I'm just joking around. But yo, you didn't
I
like the
never heard
album at
that though,
all?
but
Not
I
even one
mean,
song, brother?
Liquid Swords.
Not one song from the Jizza?
Wow, I love
Wow.
that album.
I
That's
gotta
that's
listen.
that's
I gotta no, forget this. I gotta erase that from my memory because you're gonna see me. Oh, I'm going crazy. Yo, number what's me 6?
number 6.
All right, man. I'm going for it again, man. I'm going
Okay.
for it, man. Yo, I told you it's my favorite.
Uh-huh.
I'm going for Ghostface Fish
Oh, Fish Scale. That's a
Fish
dope
Scale.
album too. Yes, definitely
Yo,
like that one.
this album, if you like listen to most of the cuts, it's pretty much just Ghostface. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Once in a while, you got the Neo joint.
right.
I think Trice the God's on here. Who
Yeah.
else is on here? Not a lot of people, man. Raekwon's on the cut on Kilo.
Uh-huh.
Not really a lot of people on here. You know what I'm saying? But like
Mhm.
Ghostface carried this album pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was still.
What did you think of?
It's something about Ghost. Like I said, he's like a concept dude. Like if he thinks about a concept album, like this album's completely different
Right,
from Ghostini. It's like you go, if you listen to both, you go, is that the same dude?
right.
I mean, you hear his voice, but you go, no way, because Fish Scale was like, it's drug talk. It's like,
Mhm.
yo, I'm in the streets.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this stuff. I'm serving your moms. I'm doing whatever.
mhm.
But
Right.
the way he elevated it and made it, some of the stuff was radio friendly. I think his first hit was with Neo, right? His first
Mhm.
radio hit was
Mhm.
with Neo. What's it called? What's the Neo joint?
Oh, I'm back like that.
Back Like That.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So like that's when people was like, I think that was his first hit single or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I think on the radio at least,
on
or
the
maybe
radio.
like a top something.
Right.
Because I remember it was a Neo song. Because we got another song with Neo in
Um.
another album, maybe. I think this was the only one.
Yeah. It was Neo, and then on the remix is Kanye West.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
remixed with Kanye. That Kanye, and that's that Kanye West we missed
Yes.
on that
Yeah.
remix.
Mhm.
Woo! Kanye
Yep.
West was in his bag back then,
Oh
man, with
yeah.
them lyrics, man. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I'm telling you, like this Ghostface, man. I ain't gonna like you said, he got a couple classics. He got a couple
Yeah.
albums that you're gonna say might be classic. And
Right.
Fish Scale was dope. But then I started thinking, I was like, more fish scale. That's the next album he did.
Yeah.
That was dope too.
Yes.
Yo, it's like how much music do you have? Like he was that year, that 2 years, whenever he was cooking up. This dude was incredible. He was putting out the best music he ever put out in his life.
Right.
Around that time, and I was like, damn, Ghostface, what? Like you said, he was carrying Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
This is around the time he was carrying Wu-Tang. He came out with Fish Scale. People were like, oh, this is dope.
Right.
Came out with Ghosteen. This is dope. And then he came out with more Fish. I'm like, more of it? I don't know. And then I listened to it and go, wait a minute.
That was dope.
This is dope too.
I was gonna ask you if you listened to that one because that was like a continuation.
Yeah, I did. I did listen to it. I listened to it again. I listened to it again, you know, prior to this.
Right.
And I was like, let me listen to this again because I remember liking this one, but I don't remember liking it as much as Fish Scale.
Right.
But then when I heard more Fish, I'm like, yo, this is a good album too. I was like so mad about it. I'm like, yo, why I didn't think about this album? Because you know, first I wrote my list down. I didn't want to listen to music. I just wanted to remember it. Oh, I remember this was dope. I remember this was dope. And then I did my research. And then I kind of said, okay, this one's good, staying on. This one's not staying on. So that's how I kind of did it. But yeah, man, I'm sorry. Ghostface was in his bag, man. And he was, like you said, he was carrying Wu. Yeah. One of the best lyricists in Wu-Tang. I don't care what nobody says. Right now, he's my favorite Wu-Tang member. Like if you think about all the catalog, the whole catalog of all the Wu-Tang members,
right? You
can't beat Ghostface's catalog. Tell me who? Don't say Method Man. No. Who you gonna say? Who's gonna beat it? Don't say RZA. Nope. Who else? Raekwon? No.
Not Ray.
Nobody's beating his catalog. And I'm just talking about Wu-Tang. I ain't talking about nobody. Don't bring up no other. Don't bring up Nas and then where's Freezy? Freezy ain't dog to bring up Nas, dog. You know what I'm saying, dog?
He must have left. I don't see him.
I thought you said his name earlier. I'm like, is he in here?
Yeah, he was here. I thought that was him. I don't know. I thought that was him.
Oh, here we go. He said, that's what it was. The Kyle Thomas song.
Yeah, never be the same.
That was the one. That was the first. I'm sorry. That was my bad, y'all. That was the first.
I remember. That was always on 106 and Park Countdown.
Yeah, that was on. Yeah, that was like top 10, went to 1.
I like that song. That was good. That's a good.
Yeah, but the Neo joint was dope too. But you know what I'm saying? It was like it played on the radio too, but not like the Kyle Thomas. Yo, shout out to Made in by Harlem, man. That's what I like, man. I think people interacting and commenting, correcting us and talking to us and stuff.
Right. He said he only liked one song on Liquid Swords. Wow. I never heard
listen, man, I'm gonna he's going up and down with me, man.
Wu-Block. Wu-Block is the Wu-Block album with the Locks and the Wu. That was a good album too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was Crack Spot Stories. That was my favorite joint on there. The joint they did with Erykah Badu, that was dope. That was a dope album, but that was slept on, and they always said they was gonna do another one, but they haven't done it yet though.
No,
they should. Locks take like 20 years to come out with albums.
They got time now. All the rappers got time. If any rapper go, I never got to work with so and so. Man, get the hell out of here.
There's no excuse now. You see, Nas took advantage of COVID and came out with a solid album. There's no excuse.
Yo, Nas.
Now you can, there's no reason why people can't drop albums.
I gave Nas a 4.2 out of 5.
Yeah, that's a dope album. That's a dope album. Now, I'm not putting it in top 5 with his other stuff though, but that's a solid album.
I don't want to say top. It's not a classic, but it's like you said, it's a great album.
People have lost their mind because you know why? It's because Nas ain't dropped nothing solid in a minute, and it's Nas. They lost their mind and say, "Oh, well, Acne King's Disease is a top 5 classic." I'm like, what?
When they first hold on,
they dropped only a week ago. It's already a classic.
No, they didn't even hear a song, and they were saying classic online. I'm like, yo, you didn't even hear a song yet. Yo, I was online just now. It was Big Sean's coming out, right? With D2 or Detroit 2 or something. Right. Everybody's like, what track's gonna be the best track? I don't know. I gotta listen to it, man. Like, what the hell?
I could kill it.
Down, yo, relax. Like, we don't know.
Kill it. No, I don't kill Big Sean, so I could kill it. He could drop like 10 parts of that album. I don't really.
You're not gonna listen to Big Sean?
Hell no. I'm good.
Shoot.
I'm good. Even the song he did with Nas, I didn't care for. I like the beat, but I don't think Big Sean was needed on that track.
Yeah, you know I can see that. But
yes, it is a good album, man. I haven't said that about Nas in a long time. It's a good album. I like it. You know what I'm saying? No, but top 5 in his whole discography, I'm not putting that.
No, it's not. It's not top 5 for Nas. It's probably like
they totally excluded. They totally excluded Godson and I Am, and I'm like, you excluded I Am. That was a new classic. It's not a classic album.
I'll do it again. Illmatic, Stillmatic, Godson, I Am, What's 5 for me?
Stillmatic?
The Lost Tapes first one.
Lost Tapes, yeah.
And then then I gotta think about it. And maybe 6 or 7
even
might be
with
good.
that,
I don't
like
know.
what Lost Tapes is I don't even that's not even like a full album. That's like a compilation album. You know what I'm saying? But people
I
put
mean,
that, as an album. But I
I
mean,
don't
if you
know.
go with like
I was listening.
Nas albums is Illmatic. It was written. I Am.
Oh, it was written. I'm sorry, that was in my 5.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Godson and Stillmatic. Those are his best albums to me in his discography.
My bad. Yeah, Illmatic's in my 5. Yeah, I'm not saying. I forgot. I don't know why I forgot
number
about that.
7. Like what Made by Harlem said. Like number 7, I would put it number 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Like
what
if
I'm
I
saying.
had to
Like
throw in,
6 or 7. That's what I said. 6 or 7, I put King's Disease.
And then King's Disease would be number 7, right?
Yep, 6 or 7, I put King's Disease.
The other albums, I still don't like Untitled, and I played that like maybe a couple days ago. I still don't like it. I don't like Hip Hop Is Dead and Distant Relatives. I do like though. That have to be on the list. I think that was a slept on album. Him and Damian Marley.
Oh, I forgot about that one. So that one might be number 6 for me.
That might have to be number 6,
album.
right? So we got to push King Disease to like number 8, maybe. Number 7.
I like that collabo album with was it Damian Marley?
Damian
Marley, yeah. The young kid. He was young then.
It was
he was the one that was dating he wasn't the one that dated. He wasn't the one that dated Lauryn Hill. Which one dated Lauryn Hill? Was married or whatever?
That was Rohan Marley.
Oh, Rohan.
Yeah. That's his.
I ain't got
that's his
no comment, dog. Because he might have might be some Jamaicans in here. Any Jamaicans in here, dog? I don't want to say that and get fucked up. I want to get a machete. Somebody get a machete off me, dog.
Yeah, It Was Written is in my top 5. Definitely, that's a classic album.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Definitely, that's not going anywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. That could be number 1. You know what I mean? But yeah.
He said He said you got at number 7.
Number 7. Yeah, I agree. You know, number 6 would be
about that 6, 7, something like that. 8, something like that. Because Nas, dog, you really listen to his work, man. He has some great projects, man. I don't know why people go, oh, you don't know the select beats. Like, you gotta relax, man.
Other than him and Jay, there's not too many other artists around from that like era that have like 4 or 5 classic albums.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Jay, Nas.
How many LL?
Ghostface. I'm gonna say Ghostface.
LL got? How many classic LL Cool J got? He don't got 5. He got like 2 or 3 that are, you know what I'm saying? Like radio, 5. People say radio. Mama Said Knock You Out definitely is a classic.
Yeah.
After that,
I'm trying to think of more artists. I'm trying to think.
Is a classic, but it's not a classic to everybody else. So.
You know who? I'm gonna say De La Soul. Because they old school. They got a couple good albums, man. They got some great albums. I don't know if you was a De La Soul fan. Tribe Called Quest has some great albums.
Yes.
I
mean, not even like counting the groups. I mean, like just an artist, not even.
Oh, artist. I'm sorry. I thought you meant
artists
out,
itself.
like old school.
There ain't too many that got like 4 or 5 classics.
Oh, I thought you just meant old school people. For classic for one person.
Right.
Yeah. It's short, man.
I mean, it's a short list. So, you know
what I'm saying?
Nas got more than one. It ain't just Illmatic, and I don't know why people just stuck on Illmatic. And he only celebrate that album, and he need to celebrate his other albums.
I know why. I don't know why you don't do that. Just do it. Just celebrate just do it. To make people like him. I don't know.
I've been to 2 Illmatic pop-up events where he celebrated the one album. Why don't you celebrate It Was Written? Celebrate Stillmatic. Celebrate I Am and Godson.
Most MCs that's really bar for bar MCs like Nas, they like It Was Written over Illmatic. So it's got to be telling Nas something.
That's true. I agree.
Every MC that they be like, yo, my favorites. They say it was written. They always say it.
I never felt like he was a bad beat pick. I think that's something that Vlad started. I never felt like that. Every artist will have a bad album. That's how I see it. Every artist in any genre.
Somebody started it. Jay-Z probably started it.
Wu-Tang. We talking about Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang got bad albums now. Iron Flag.
No, Wu-Tang got bad albums too. No, Wu-Tang got bad albums.
The A Diagram's not a classic. Better Tomorrow is probably their worst album ever. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have everything, and they disargue is not classic.
That's why we got to put affiliates in and the solo art, like solo. Yeah, we got to. And plus, they don't got enough albums for. Well, do they? They don't got no 10 albums, do they?
They don't got 10 albums.
Like 6 or
They
something,
got like
7. I don't know.
about maybe 5 or 6. Yeah.
5 or 6 or something like that.
But it's only like really 3 that were great. Like the W is underrated. I think that's a solid album.
I do like the W.
Yeah, that's
I do like
solid.
the W.
Nobody talks about it. It's only Wu-Tang Forever in the first one, but W is solid. After the
Yeah.
W is a problem, you know.
Yeah, everybody. I told you that they wore that dude out. RZA was producing for
Jay,
everybody in the world.
even if Jay said that about Nas, Jay got better albums soon as discography. You know
Oh,
what I'm
hell
saying?
yeah.
3 times like Magna Carta was shit. Didn't like it. Blueprint
Nope.
2, I promoted for Rockefeller during that time. Didn't like it. Blueprint
Bluetooth,
3,
yeah,
trash.
Blueprint 2 wasn't all that. And then the
He
one,
picked the right
what's the one he
singles for
did
Blueprint
for the
3, but
movie?
overall the album was trash.
What's the
You know what
movie
I'm
one
saying?
he did? He did the
Oh,
Jay-Z with
American
the
Gangster.
movie, the American
Yeah,
Gangster.
yeah, that was a
I
good
didn't think it
album.
was all that. It was
You didn't like it?
okay. I didn't think it was
I
like
like
a
the movie.
classic or one of his best. I thought it was I thought it was a solid album. Like
Right.
if I had to rate it, I would give it a 3 out of 5 or something. I gotta listen to it again, but I remember listening to it and going, okay.
Well, I tell you this, I like American Gangster more than 444 and Blueprint 2 and 3 and Magna Carta.
Hold on. Then which ones? Then 444?
Yeah. I mean, it was okay.
Wow.
It's not great to me. See, it's great to this generation because they didn't grow up on Reasonable Doubt. They didn't grow up on Blueprint.
Yeah,
So all
yeah.
they know is 444. But when you compare that to the earlier stuff, you can, is that better than Blueprint? Is that better than Reasonable Doubt? Is that better than Volume 2? I don't
No,
think it
no,
is. A
it's
Black
not.
Album? You
It's
think
not.
that's better than Black
No, it's
Album?
not.
I don't think that's better than Black
But
Album.
but I would disagree with you on the 444. I think 444 is better than the American Gangster, but I thought American Gangster, like I said, was a solid album. But like I would listen to it, but I wouldn't. It's not the first one I'm gonna pick up,
I feel
or
you.
the third, or the fourth, or the fifth.
I feel you.
It's it's gonna be the older ones that you was talking about, like Volume 2 or whatever. Blueprint.
Even volume 1 and Volume 3 are slept on too, and I thought those were solid albums.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People sleep on Volume 1 because of that Sunshine song. I'm like, that ain't the only joint he got on there. Face
When
Off,
he started, when
Friend
he
of
started
Foe.
doing the Annie songs and stuff, they was like,
Right.
"What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah. But
But
that's what
they
made
was
him
still
a
dope.
household name. If it wasn't for that Hard Knock Life anthem, he probably wouldn't be where he's at right now.
Yep.
How
Who
many
did
people
that
was
beat? Was that
bumping?
Just Blaze? Who
That
did the
was
Annie beat?
Mark the 45 King.
45 Kings? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
How many people was bumping Reasonable Doubt when he came out? I wasn't bumping. I could admit I wasn't bumping Jay when he first came out with that. I don't have that in my collection.
I was for some I think that's the time I worked at UPS and I was getting free CDs.
Right.
Yeah, those free CDs just
I know
popping
what
in
you
my
was
pocket. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, friggin' I remember getting it and I was like, yo, this is better than I was saying better. I was like, yo, this is no, I was at the time I was saying it was better than It Was Written because they came out the same time, I think, the same week. Okay. It Was Written and Reasonable Doubt came out the same day or same week.
Right.
If you remember. And I remember getting both albums
I don't remember.
for free. And and I remember listening to both of them, but then I couldn't put down Reasonable Doubt over It Was Written for some reason. And I kept going back to It Was Written because I'm like, Nas is my favorite. Why am I keep going back to this dude, Jay-Z?
Right.
And it was just like that first #1 album, your debut album, he just had that energy. He had that, you know what I'm saying? Like he had that.
Like to me, it was good. It was good, but I didn't take him like seriously at that point. I think when Volume 2 came out, I think that's when I was like, yo, he's gonna be big. Because even with Volume 1, it was dope, but I still wasn't like a big Jay-Z fan like that. Like it took me until Volume 2.
If you had to say Reasonable Doubt versus It Was Written, you would say It Was Written?
Definitely. I still pick It Was Written over that.
That's what's up.
Now if you say Volume 2 or Blueprint, I don't know. Might have a debate, but
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because Volume 2 for me is because that's the first Jay-Z album I bought. I never bought Reasonable Doubt. I still don't have it. Volume 1 I bought later, but I never bought Reasonable Doubt. But Volume 2 for me was like the first time I actually bought a Jay-Z album. I bought that the same day as the Noriega album, the NORE album. You know what I'm saying? Because they came out the same year. But that to me.
Oh, he's saying Volume 1 made by Harlem, saying who's sleeping on Volume 1? Nobody's sleeping on Volume 1.
No.
Oh, you saying some people? You saying some? Oh, you saying
even now, people slept on Volume 1. They that's never in the conversation when it comes to classic Jay-Z albums. It's always Blueprint, Reasonable Doubt. You know what I'm saying? But Volume 1 is heavily slept on. Even back then, it was slept on. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Maybe not in Boston. Boston loved that. Boston, like the Boston dudes, they love that album, man. Volume 1?
I don't think that like little mini movie he made helped the album though. Like it's like
No,
people have their favorites. Like they
I didn't
got
like that
People's
movie. I didn't like
Watching,
that little thing. Yeah,
or
I
they
didn't like
got Where I'm From. But the whole album, I never hear the whole album. It's always about, oh, the Sunshine video was bad, and you know what I mean. I'm like, well, he got other joints on there besides Sunshine. You know what I'm
that. Sam
saying?
said
So
Volume 2 over Blueprint. What you think?
hey, I can't argue with that. 'Cause I love both of those albums. But for
Me
me,
too, guys. Like,
Volume 2 always hold a special place for me because that was the first time I bought a Jay-Z album. So I consider it a classic, and that's when he really blew up. He became a household name with the Hard Knock Life anthem.
it's kind of like having twins, and you gotta pick one.
Right.
You're like, yo, I don't like you, dog. Let me.
I love both of them. So I
Yeah, you
love
love
both.
boy. Yeah, I love both. I, ain't gonna lie. I love both of them too. I don't know. I would have to listen to both of them back to back and then go
Right.
then pick. You know what I mean?
There's no bad songs. If you look at
Yeah,
Volume, there's no bad songs in Volume 2.
I don't know what the. Yeah, I don't even know what I would.
It's very commercial. Like he had Money in the Thing on there. That was also on the Jermaine Dupri album. You
Yep.
know, Jiggle What Jiggle Who. You got the Hard Knock Life anthem. You know what I'm saying? You got Can I Get Her? That's like the first single from that album. There's no bad songs on there. It's a commercial album, but that's
AZ
what Jay-Z is.
he knew how to make like a record that could be radio or some and kind of hood too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like most
Right.
guys, you go, damn, that's
Right. Like
a radio.
when you listen to Can I Get Her is commercial is for the club. You listen to Where I'm From is for the streets. He was
Exactly.
always good at balancing the streets and the club. That that's what he is.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But I love both albums. So I don't, if anybody feel like it's better than Blueprint, I don't
Yeah,
care. Like it's a
you
good
go
album.
back and forth with those. It's like a mood album. Like I said, like certain
Right.
albums, like it's like when I listen to any Wu album, I gotta be some albums you gotta be in a certain mood.
Right.
Like ODB, I gotta probably be in a funny mood or want to just laugh and bug out and
Right.
be entertained.
But
So I listen to
when
ODB.
you when the discussion comes to the Hard Knock Life volume, what's the best one? It's always part two. They overlook part three as well. They overlook part one, and part three was supposed to be his thriller album. He said he was coming out with like 9 singles from that album. He never did.
Yeah,
You
he
know what
never
I'm saying?
was that with number 2, right? Well, that was
Huh?
3. He did that. He did that with 2.
Volume was Big Pimpin' and
Yeah, with all those out. Yeah, well, he's gonna do all the singles. Yeah,
right. And he never came out with 9 singles. But I thought
he
that was
could
a
have did
slept
it.
on album.
He could have did it. I don't know. Somebody stopped. I don't know what happened. Maybe
Right,
I don't know. You gotta ask him. I ask him
right.
tomorrow. Don't worry about it. I don't know that dude. Get out of here. Yo, we in our top 5, baby.
Yes.
What's up?
In the
We in the
top
top
five.
5. What's
The
up?
top five. Okay. The top
Everybody put their
five
top
I have.
5. Let's go.
The
Number
top
5 at least.
five. Starting in the top five, I got the first Wu-Tang album, Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, a classic album, 1993 classic. I had this on
Yep.
cassette. I got it on vinyl, and I got it on two CDs. I love it that much. You got Protect Your Neck, classic all time Wu-Tang song, and Shame on the Nigga with ODB and Method Man. Wu-Tang Nothing to Fuck With. Can It All Be So Simple? Cream, the anthem to me, as far as I'm concerned, for the whole album. I love it. Classic. Definitely top 3, top 5 all time. Classic album. So that's my number 5. It could have been number 1, but like I said, it's just a countdown. It don't mean anything because it's
Yeah,
number
yeah.
5. Oh, what are you doing, Try? Why is it number 5? It don't mean anything.
Get this guy
That's
out of
just put it
here.
number
Get him off the
5. You know
planet.
what I'm saying? It could be number 1. If it was number 1, people were like, "Well, why you don't have Liquid Swords number 1 or Cuban Link?" You never know. It's
You
number
never
5.
know. Yeah, that's why I like
It's all
I like
classics.
the
You know what
suspense.
I mean?
And the way
That's how deep.
how you said it could be either or
Right.
is funny because if you look at my list, I was going back and forth with the 2 main Wu albums that everybody go crazy for.
Right.
So the funny thing is, I had that at
Okay.
number 5, but then I
Oh,
switched it
you switched it. Okay.
with the
Oh
other
wow.
Wu album. So I did
Oh
Wu-Tang
man.
Forever for
Oh
my
man.
number 5. And the only reason, let me tell you the reason.
Oh.
Because I love listen, let me tell you, first of all, when I heard this double album,
Right.
I remember where I was at. I remember where I got it from. I remember who I was with.
Same.
I remember what cologne I had on, what train I got on, what time the train. Like I just remember all the stuff. But
Wow.
what freaking, because it was tapes. I remember my Walkman. It was a yellow Walkman. I think it was Sony.
It's Sony joint.
I remember all this, dude. Tower
Same.
Records had to wait until 12 o'clock. All my boys were smoking weed before we got in the line. We got in the line. blazed out. We all got the album. We went crazy. We split apart. And the next, because we came from work, I was working at UPS that night, and we went straight to Tower Records. Got blazed up.
Right.
Went to Tower Records down. Was it on Newberry Street? Famous one in Boston. It's not there no more, but we go there, get high. I'm listening to the first one, and I was hypnotized by the first album, first tape.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even think I went in the house. I just stayed outside, listened to the goddamn double album. So I do remember this album, and that's why I was going back and forth with it, going, who gets what album gets the most respect? The first one that made them famous, or this one that's double CD that nobody kind of ever did, that was all hot. Everything pretty much was dope.
Yeah.
The beats, everything, man. Like you said, the beats were insane.
Crazy.
This double album was I can't even name people go, oh, which one you like, Volume 1 or Volume 2? It just depends. Volume 1, of course I was introduced first, so I listened to it first. But then when I heard part 2, the intro and then Triumph came on.
Fire.
I said, come on, man. I said, yo, RZA, what you doing to me, man?
I remember in when that album came out, the summer '97, I went to HMV Records, a record store that's no longer around, and they were bumping that intro, and then when Triumph came on, I was like, holy shit, I lost my mind. And that's before I even saw the video, because the video wasn't even out.
I know.
And I was like, yo, I gotta get this album. Whenever that shit dropped, I gotta get it. I saw the video. I remember they had a line at the record store back when we had like Virgin Megastore in the city, and 12 a.m. there were people lined up for that album. MTV was out there. They were talking people on the line just to get that album.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I'm not going. I didn't go the first day, but a couple days later I went and I got it. I was like, yo, it's still my favorite double album of all time.
And then when the video came out and fucking Inspector Deck's on the wall like Spider-Man, like this guy's on the wall like abomatically. I was like, yo, oh my God. I'm like, yo, it's like hearing it for the first time again watching the video. I'm like, this is crazy.
Right.
Dope album. Crazy. And like that's why number 5, like 5 and down, they could be interchangeable, but I said, I was going back and forth. We almost tied, you know what I'm saying, with that because I had it there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, and I kept messing around in my head going. So I put it at 5, yo. Anybody else got 5? What y'all got for y'all 5? Tikal 5.
Sam got Tikal 2000.
Tikal.
That's a good one.
Yo, King, what you got? King of Capital K. What you got for number 5? Made by Harlem. What you got for 5, man?
He said you old.
I want to see what Made for Harlem gonna say, though. He might say something crazy, though. This dude, dog. Where you from, too? You never answered that question. Made from by Harlem. Harlem, I'm guessing. You from Harlem?
Oh. He said he was a sophomore high school when that dropped. Yeah. Number 4, I got Iron Man, Ghostface, classic album. And this is the OG copy with the bonus track.
Okay.
I got the bonus track on. I think it was Soul Controller. Yes, this is OG copy. Definitely a classic album. Like I said, Supreme Clientele, love that. But I love Iron Man more. That might sound blasphemy, but I love Iron Man more because it had, the RZA was on that. RZA produced Supreme Clientele, but he had like other producers involved in that, like Juju from the Beatnuts and all that. But Iron Man, you got Winter Wars on there. You got Cammy. You got Fish. You got a Motherless Child. You got all I Got Is You. Like, I love that album more. To me, I just think that it's definitely a fire mic album. You know what I'm saying? And the features on there with Ray and Inspector Deck and RZA and Capadonna playing like the
third fiddle.
Yeah,
like the third dude.
They were like the 3 Musketeers, like Kim and Raekwon and Kappa. This is like the sequel to Only Built for Cuban Link for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's a great companion album with Cuban Link, and you know what I'm saying. I love that. I wish Capadonna would have did that with the Pillage, where he had Ray and Ghost featured on that. That would have been even better. You know what I mean?
That's what was missing. But at the same, I think that's why I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear the Pillage, because I'm thinking, you know how like, okay, first it was Ray and Ghost, and then it was Ray, Ghost, and Capadonna. Then I'm thinking it's gonna be who they gonna add to the Capadonna album. You know, I'm thinking they was doing it like that. They introduced a new member. That's what I was thinking they was doing.
Yeah.
But
Like definitely a great album. RZA was in his bag. You know what I'm saying? You got joints like Assassination Day, and Ghost not even on that joint, and that's a fire joint. You know what I'm saying? You got, like I said, Winter Wars and Cam A and Wildflower. Classic album. I love it. Like I said, I love Iron Man more than Supreme Blind Tell, but Supreme Blind Tell is a classic as well. But I don't know, it's just something about the album cover and him with like the wallabies and rocking the polo.
Oh,
I love it, man. I love it.
I wonder if you ever got paid from Wallabies, because he made Wallabies, and they still famous because of
Right.
Ghostface.
Oh yeah,
and
for
the
sure.
Wu-Tang.
For sure. I was always into Timbs. I still rock Timbs. I'm not a Wallaby. I was never into Wallabies like that, but you know, Wallabies, I seen people in New York wearing Wallabies, and it was big because of Ghost and Ray, and that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they were interchanging the colors and the patterns and all that, and you know, but you know, that
That's
definitely
a comfortable shoe. I actually wear them for work. I just started wearing Wallabies probably 2 or 3 years ago,
right.
and they're actually comfortable. So now I get what they was talking about, how they
Right.
loved them and stuff. And they
Right.
lasted. I think I had these Wallabies probably longer than 3 years. I was wearing for style at first,
Right.
and then I started wearing them for work, like maybe actually 4 years ago. I started wearing them for work, and they still last. Still got the soul,
Yeah,
you know.
I had like homeboys that was into Wallabies, you know, way back then, and they were rocking. I just was never into that. I was always into Timbs. So, you know what I mean? But
I'm a,
Wallaby, I mean,
Timberland. Yeah, I'm a Timberland guy. We got the Timberland factory up in here in Boston and rent
okay,
them. And
yeah,
we used to go there deep, man, and get
mm-hmm,
all colors. So I had every Tim, anything you could think of. I had all them Tims, man.
mm-hmm. Oh
All
yeah.
Tims, man.
I always try to get like the Timbs that nobody else had, like the blueberry Timbs and
Yep,
the black denim Timbs and all that. Yeah.
yep,
So
yep.
I love Timbs, man. That's always been my boot.
I loved it, man. Yo, we at number 4.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4. Oh man, here we go, man. I
Oh.
gotta bring it in. I gotta bring it up.
Ah.
It's
Classic.
only built for Cuma Links. The purple tape. I just put the purple
Definitely.
tape down.
The purple tape. That's all. That's
This
everybody should know what it is. So
now, yeah, exactly. This album right here, of course, is a classic.
yeah.
Everybody in the world probably won't even argue. You know what I'm saying? Oh, maybe what's that dude that might argue?
Maybe
Nathan Hall might argue, dog. But anyway, I'm gonna get him famous, dog. But this everything about this album between him and Ghost was like it's like they was twin brothers or like stuck in the same room, staring at each other, flowing off each other. The energy in that room, I wish I was a fly in that wall when they made this album.
Definitely.
I can't think of anything on here. Rainy Days, Incarcerated, Scarface, and Knuckleheads, Driving like Guillotine, like Ice Water, Glaciers of Ice, Verbal Intercourse, like I can't. Ice Creams on here, like Heaven and Hell, like it's just incredible.
Crazy.
Incredible. They was definitely in sync. This whole album was in sync, and that's probably what makes it classic. I tell people, man, like artists, you gotta like live with this music. You can't just like say it's a hot song, and just put it out. No, man.
Exactly.
You gotta make an album, man. You gotta like that song gotta be kind of not like that song, but kind of like, you know what I mean? Not similar or whatever within that realm. You know what I'm saying?
And to do that for a whole album, not just one song, but for a whole album.
Exactly. You just can't have a couple singles and then and no fillers. Don't put no fillers on your album, man. If you put fillers on your album, don't put that album on.
Exactly.
Don't put that album on. So there, number 4, man, Purple Tape, man, and that's like I said in the top 5. That could be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But the Purple Tape, I had to go with 4 because my top 3. I had to put them in the top 3, the ones I got.
You said you wildin'. You got Cuban Link at number 4?
I got them at 4. I know people's gonna go crazy. I had to do it. I had to do it. I'm explain when I do my top 3. I explain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Number 3, I got GZA, Liquid Swords, classic. The album cover alone is classic. Just the album cover alone is classic. Yeah. I would say it's probably the best Wu-Tang cover of any album from Wu-Tang. Yeah. These like solo album or group album. This illustration is that's back when the album covers meant something. You know what I'm saying? The production, again, RZA in his bag, you know.
That's your number 3, right?
Yes. You got collabs with, you know, Cold World was fire, and you know, the title track Liquid Swords, and you know, the Bible joint, and you know, Fourth Chamber, Shadow Boxing, one of my favorites. I think Method Man, one of his best collabs ever. To me, I think he killed GZA on his own shit. To me.
He did. I was listening to it recently. Yeah, he
You know
did.
what
I was
I'm
listening.
saying?
I was like, damn, this is the Method Man
Yeah.
I wanted on to Cow. Yo, I'm
Man.
telling you, when Method Man goes on other albums, when he went on
Wow.
all the Wu-Tang albums,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, where's this dude? Where was he? Where was he at on Takao? Even though I liked Takao, I wasn't like, I was still like, yo, it seemed
Right.
like Method Man was more hungry when he did a feature. I
Yes.
don't know
I
why. It
agree.
just to me, it felt like that.
I
You know
agree.
what
I
I'm saying?
definitely feel that way.
Yo,
You
and
know.
I'm gonna go on your bandwagon, man, and we gonna agree for the first time for
Oh,
number 3.
okay.
Liquid Swords. Like I
Yes.
said, GZA was in the GZA and what I could say, Inspector Deck was like my first favorite MCs out of the Wu-Tang. And
Right.
GZA, just the way they explained to him, you know, they were saying he was the head of the Voltron and all that stuff.
Right.
And it was just, he was just lyrical. And first he was rhyming before them, so you know he was kind of out before them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Even though that album didn't hit, but
Right.
I was like, who is this dude? Just the way he rhymed, his voice, his metaphors, just the what
Yep.
he's saying. He just stood out from the group
Yep.
lyrically, kind of like he just kind of like, I'm like, who is this dude? Like, is he? I could tell he was older. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I could tell he had like more, like, and I didn't even know he had an album before this at the time.
Right.
Nobody, I don't think anybody knew. I don't know, maybe you did. I don't know,
I didn't
but
know. I didn't know that.
I just thought this was a fresh new MC. I didn't know he was. What's his first album? I got it right here. His first album was what?
Rush from the
Uh,
Genius.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, words from the Genius. Yeah, words from
Yeah.
the Genius. Like I had to go back and go, what? What is this?
Mhm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I listened to it, but I was like,
Right.
okay, buddy. And then of course, listening, watching the Wu-Tang series, then
Right.
you kind of see like he was first. He was the one that was doing it before all of them, kind of. And he had the first record deal. But the GZA, man, that I think he's been chasing Liquid Swords for quite some time. He almost did it with Beneath the Surface. I thought Beneath the Surface was dope.
Yeah.
And like you said, the Muggs album,
Yeah. That was good.
another good album.
Yeah.
But yeah, I put GZA at 3, and GZA could be number 2, it could be number
Number
1,
one.
but I had to put him at number 3 today because that's how I was feeling. But
Right.
he could be in that. He could be lower. I love this album. I really, 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 really love this album. Like I said, Method Man got his best verses. The
Yes.
Bible was dope. Everything, man. And that's why I thought, I'm like, why is it on here? But I like that album anyway.
Right.
And then he got Sportsman with Killer Priest, so they was introducing him to the genre, and they said, "Fuck it, let's put that one of your best songs on here,
Right.
the Bible, and then we can really introduce you." But Labels, come on, man, Labels. He's rapping about
I think that's the first
Tommy
joint I
Boy
heard
and
from that album. Yeah.
oh my, like it's like what the
Yeah.
Cold World,
Yep.
like, and just the the boy, the father, of the skits, the father like talking about, oh, you don't know what I'm talking about, son,
Right.
but you got to pick between life and death. You got to pick the sword or the whatever, a toy or something, whatever it was.
Right.
What? Like just
Crazy.
the lines they was picking from these karate movies. I'm like, yo, where they getting these lines from? This is crazy. And I love kung fu movies, so I was like, maybe my cousin probably know. My cousin's a kung fu head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He probably
I know
where
some.
all
I know I'm a big like kung fu. I don't know like everyone, but I know like some by title and stuff.
Yeah, the classic, like
Yeah.
Shaolin versus Wu-Tang, and
Yes.
stuff like. I know they got them from a lot of those, but they were so deep into karate movies, man. You don't know where they got that stuff. RZA was deep.
Oh yeah.
RZA went deep, man.
A lot of those titles came from those movies. The Five Deadly Venoms. That's an actual film.
Yeah, and their names.
Yeah.
Some of their names came from these kung fu movies.
Yep.
So people go, what the hell is Ghostface Killer? It's probably something killer, or maybe there is a Ghostface Killer somewhere out there in the Chinese world or Asian community. You know what I mean? In the movie. No, I'm just saying it. I'm just being honest, dog. They stole a lot from the Asian community. I'm guessing mostly Chinese. Mostly it was Chinese movies.
Right.
But but great GZA.
Oh yeah.
Great album.
Definitely.
Great album. Number 3.
Definitely. Number 2, we talked about it already. Wu-Tang Forever, classic double album. I love it. My favorite double album of all time. I love, like I said, like I love all the double albums, Life After Death, All Eyes on Me, All the War, Dipset, Diplomatic Community. I love all of those, but I think Wu-Tang Forever definitely. I want to say it's the best one, better than all of them, but I love it, man. Like the flawless production. I don't think there's a bad song on here. ODB got to rock with his solo joint. You had Inspector Deck with his solo joint, and the city joint, and Ray and Ghost on Older Gods, and the Triumph.
Just enough for the
Love that.
city.
That should have went on his
That's my
album.
joint.
That should have went on Uncontrolled Substance.
Yo, that would have been, yeah, I know, right?
If that was like a first single, yeah, that would have sold more.
That was a dope song.
You know what I mean?
And I gotta agree with you. That's what I said. Like, when I was telling you about the rotation, I was flipping back and forth.
Right.
Number 2 is the other one, man. The first joint. And so
and
I was going back and forth, try. I was like, because they can go back, you know what I mean? They can flip flop, because I was like, this made Wu-Tang. This gritty, because I remember, like I said, I heard it on the tape of a tape of a tape of a tape, and it was all burnt out. But I'm listening to it like what are they saying? Like, because it's that messed up.
Right.
But I'm like, this is dope, and it's like this low, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you had a tape from somebody else,
Right.
But I said, yo, whoever these dudes are, man, they better get signed. And I just remember all of a sudden, Wu-Tang. I go, that's them. That's them. That's the dudes. And I never put that album down. I remember that.
And they set precedents for like getting record deals for like different labels and having a crew and being solo out of your crew. Like, if it wasn't for them, there would be no Dipset and G Unit and Maybach Music and all that. They started that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Auto solo. Everybody got a deal.
Right.
You God got a deal. I'm not trying to diss you God, but everybody got a deal.
Master Killer, everybody.
The RZA's Cat got a deal. Like, everybody was getting a deal.
On the majors, not even the independent. They made Epic Records, and Def Jam, and Loud, Elektra. Everybody got a major deal. The RZA,
everybody got a bag, and I think maybe that's why RZA thinks he don't. I don't know. We gotta find out that story for real. Why people think RZA, jig these dudes, some of them dudes. Because maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't.
Producing the album as well as executive producing, then I can see why, because all that money's going back to him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's his money. But he got to split it.
As an artist, they only getting the money from touring. They're not getting that money from the albums. That's the RZA and the record label.
And that's what I think. Back in the day, nobody understood the record company business, and the white people from the up the top wasn't explaining it to them because they didn't want them owning nothing.
Right.
The slave masters was like, no, we ain't gotta tell them how to own this or do this or flip this or make this like this or you know what I mean?
Right.
Or everybody was just like, but RZA, like you said, he started all this stuff. He was throwing beats.
He had his own record label. He had Razor Sharp Records too. So
he gets
wasn't Capadonna on his label? I thought he was like
Capadonna was on his. I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the beef that Capadonna had with RZA, because he's like, yo, he's not paying me. If he produced your album or the majority of it, that's going to him, and For Disciple, True Master, everybody produced that album, and then he's also the executive producer, and you're on his label. So that all that money's going to him and Epic Records. They ain't going to Capadonna.
Oh, here go King with a capital K. Who's King? Do you know King with a capital A?
Yeah. That's the homie. That's the homie. Yeah.
Yeah, he got his top 5 right here. He got top 5. Wu. What's this? It says Wu. 5. 36 Chambers. 4 is Wu-Tang Forever. 3. Only built for Cuban Links. 2 Liquid Swords, and you got 1 Iron Man. That's a good top 5. Yeah, but I agree with all that. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's great.
And you got Sam. You got number 2 for Iron. You got number 2 Iron Man.
That's dope.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's my number 2, Wu-Tang Forever.
Oh, you about to do a drum roll? Drum roll?
Yes. What's your number 2? You did 2?
I did. Yeah, my 2 was oh wait. Yeah, my 2 was Wu-Tang. My 2 was 36 Chambers. Yeah.
Okay.
But I was talking about switching them.
All right, drum roll. Drum roll.
Yeah.
Drum roll. I got Cuban Link. No surprise. It's Cuban Link. I love this album. I love this album more than I love the Wu-Tang album. That might sound blasphemy. I love this album more than the Wu-Tang albums.
No, man.
Listen, you know how much I think I love this album right next to Illmatic. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That's how great it is. I love this album right next. Illmatic is the only other album to me that's on this level. When it comes to, like, if I had to pick like 2 albums to go to the island with, it would be Illmatic and Cuban Link. Now in my top 5, I got Doggy Style, I got Chronic. You know what I'm saying? I got Ready to Die. But
Yeah.
if I had to pick just 2, it'd be Illmatic and Cuban Link. Because Cuban Link, the all-time classic, my favorite Wu solo album ever. I think it's the best Wu solo album ever, in my opinion. I think it's the
I saw
best.
you look at me funny when I had it at 4. I saw you look at me funny, Try. I was
No,
like,
that was meant for all of
this
them.
dude about
I
to
didn't
send
mean
a
to keep on
hitman.
you. I didn't
He's
say
about to send a
nothing.
hitman in
I didn't say
Boston.
nothing. Nope. 'Cause I know everybody got their own opinions. I didn't
No.
say
Listen,
nothing.
like I told you, I can rotate that album to number 2, number 1, number 3, whatever. But I'm just saying, like right now, it's like I'm just like, yo, which one was I really, really going crazy about, like in the top 3? And I just remember like that got pushed out of my top 3 because I was listening to the first Wu and then
Right.
and Liquid Swords more, and then my number 1. You know what I'm saying? So keep going. I know you ain't done yet. So
A great album. I love it. The Purple Tape. If you could just do the abbreviations, whatever you want to call it, Cuban Link, whatever. Love it. Classic album. Incarcerated Scarfaces, Ice Cream, Criminology, Laces of Ice. Every track is fire. There's no skippable tracks on there. The collabs with the whole clan on there. You got Nas on there, who they gave one of his best verses. I think he shitted on Raekwon and Ghost on that Rebel Intercourse. Love that.
oh yeah.
You
Woo!
know what I'm saying? It's great. A great album. Blue Raspberry on there. You got Papa Wu on the North Star Jewels joint. I love it, man. Classic album. Best Wu solo album in my opinion ever. It's definitely, that's how great. I put it right on the level with Illmatic and man.
I can't
You're not
argue
a
with
hip
that.
hop. You're not hip hop if you don't listen. If you don't think this is a classic album, you're not hip hop.
Oh,
Something is wrong.
you're
Something's
bugging.
wrong.
Yeah, if it's not in your top, whatever, you're bugging. That's why I
Yeah.
kept saying, I kept going back and
Classic
forth with
album.
this album. I love that album, but I'm gonna tell you the reason I didn't put it like number one,
Right.
right? And I'm gonna tell you why when I show you my number 1. It's only because, and you might guess it, but it's Ghostface again with Supreme Clientele.
Okay.
And the only reason I did number 1 and I put it over like the Purple Tape was because Ghostface pretty much helped them on that album, and it wasn't really. It's a solo, but it's like a duet album. It's a duet. Like when you say it's the best solo album, I would say either the Jizza or Supreme Clientele.
He have joints by himself, like Incarcerated Scarfaces. He didn't need Ghostface though. You know what I'm
No, I
saying?
understand that.
Spot
I
rushes. He
understand
didn't
that.
need Ghostface on that.
Yeah.
Knowledge got like that. It's a classic album, even with or without Ghost. I still feel like it would be a classic album.
Yeah.
But I never looked at it as a duet album. I always felt like it
I
was,
did.
Ray featuring his homeboy, and like it's not Ray and Ghost. It's a Raekwon album. See, with Iron Man, it's a Ghostface album. It's not Ghostface featuring. You know what I mean? But it's a great album with or without Ghost, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because Ray hold on a whole album himself. Like he's done that before. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I feel like, he can hold on an album by himself and still be dope with a collab. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mobility, a lot of people don't like that album. I love that album. And a lot of it was just him by himself. That was another difference from that album to, compared to this one. He didn't have no production. But he did collaborate with some Wu members on that album. Method Man is on there, Master Killer's on there. But I feel like, he's always in sync with Ghost. And I think that's why people love them so much, because they're like a tag team duo. Before Red and Meth and Westside and Conway, you got Ray and Ghosts. So they hold the standard for that when it comes to the duos. Even Jada and Styles, I love them, but they never did an album together like that. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a classic, man. Like I love it. I don't have no complaints about this album.
And that's why like my top 5 can flip. So my number 5 could be 1. My number 4 could be 2 or whatever. You know what I mean? They can all flip around.
Right.
And like I said, I love the Purple Tape. You know what I'm saying? That was probably my first the solo like that. I think was that their first solo album for artists. I think that was the first. No, the Method Man came out first.
Nah, Meth was first. Yeah.
Method Man came out first, but like I was like, yo, okay, Raekwon's coming out next, so I remember going back to the Wu-Tang album. And I kept listening to Raekwon's verse.
I go, ODB came out. ODB and Ray came out in '95. I think ODB came out first, and then it was Ray.
And then it was Ray, right?
Came out like Ray came out like the summer. ODB was like March or April or something like that.
Okay, yeah. You got to get the date.
And then Ray came out, and then Jizza came out like in the fall.
Yeah,
He
because I
got
was
three
like still
classics, three solo albums that
no,
came out
yeah.
in '95.
I was skeptical only because when I heard the Method Man, it wasn't like what I thought. And then when he started putting out other people, ODB, I wasn't going crazy about, but I thought it was a good album. But then I was scared for Raekwon because he was like a lyricist.
Right.
And then I was like, what's gonna happen? And then I fell in love with the album. I said, oh, they back. Wu-Tang's
Right.
back.
Yep.
And then but then and then when I don't know, it's just something about Ghostface. When he started putting out those albums, I was like, this dude's special. Something about Ghostface is just special. This dude wearing a big ass ego. Like he just doing stuff. He just did stuff wearing robes to video shoots. Like he just did.
Right.
He was just like intricate character, just a guy that just highlighted the clan. You know what I'm saying? Like he was one of the top, not just the MCs, but the top members. Period, just by his personality.
Right.
And so I always fight. I was gonna put Iron Man didn't make the list only because I put too much Ghostface on my list. I was like, I was fighting. I didn't want to do that.
Like, yeah, because there's multiple albums I like. Like I said, like I love Immobility. I love Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang from Ray. I didn't want to put those on there. And same thing with Ghost to me are the best discography from Wu-Tang. I didn't want to put, Supreme Clientele, then More Fish, then Fish Scale, then Bulletproof Wallets. You know what I'm saying? It would have been a whole Ghostface countdown.
That's what I was fighting.
That's for another episode. You know what I'm saying? But so
I know. I don't want people to kill me. Hey, he just good Ghostface album for 10 albums.
Right. I didn't want to do that. The only two albums that from like is the group albums, like the first two Wu-Tang albums. They have to be on it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I put Into the Wu on there and not Wu-Tang Forever, I would have been cheating myself because I love Wu-Tang Forever. That's my favorite double album. If I just put the double album, then I would have still been cheating myself with the first one, and I got like 3 different copies of that album. So that's the only two I put on there from that's sort of like Wu. You know what I'm saying? But the Wu solo, I wanted to like mix it up and not put more than one from like one artist. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had Iron Man and not Supreme Clientele. But Supreme Clientele could easily go on it. That's a classic too. I love Iron Man more though. And that's why I put Iron Man on it.
And then I was fighting again with the collabo because I was like, I didn't feel like it was his solo album. Like he had Capadonna on it and he had Ray on it again. So I'm like, I love Iron Man. Iron Man's a classic.
Right.
Going down, if I had to like do a top 10 tomorrow, it might be in there, but it's just like for Wu albums. But it's just like I was like, yo, I'm putting too much Ghost in here, like you were saying. I was like, this is crazy. He gotta think I'm crazy. He gotta think I got a contract with Ghostface, or I make money every time I say Ghostface or something. Like because I was like, listen, I was fighting myself not to put a third Ghostface on my list, but I said, yo, man, I can't. I had to put at least three Ghostface out. I had to.
Right.
It's just like he draw. It's something about him, his lyrical cadence, his character, his ability to flow on like any type of beat. Like it just. I said, yo, I can't cheat myself by not telling the world who I really like. Even though I was like, Triboro might think I'm crazy. Or the people in the comments might think I'm crazy. I like what I like, and that's why I like your opinion. I like talking to you because you have your opinion. And I'd be like, what you talking about, Willis? But at the same time, I write it down because I'm gonna go listen to it. I'm gonna go check it out because I respect your opinion at the same time.
I don't chip on people's opinion.
Exactly. Me neither.
Look, I've said a lot of crazy shit to people. They feel like, oh, you're bugging, but it's. I mean, I still if I say like, yo, if I say something that people feel like is blasphemy, I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. I'm not just gonna say, oh, well, I don't like this album, and that's it. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. People can say, oh, well, they don't like this artist or they don't like this album, but they don't tell you why. They just say, oh, I don't like it. But I'll tell you why I don't like it.
Yeah, you gotta give an explanation. You gotta give it. That's why I was like, I'm gonna have to explain this Ghostface thing because not just because he's my favorite he is my favorite, but it's just his cadence, everything about his albums.
Right.
I can't put down, and I'll be cheating myself if I didn't mention Ghostface as being one of the top Wu-Tang members. And sometimes he slept on because people say Method Man first. They might say RZA because he's producing everything. I mean, RZA got to get his bag. He got to get his just dues because he did start the goddamn group. Right. He started everybody's career pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like it was RZA that pushed everybody. A lot of them didn't like each other.
Right.
So. But RZA was like, nah, man, come on, like, and got them all together. Like, yo, that's 9. You kept 9 people together.
Yeah.
That didn't like each other.
Yep.
You got to give them an award for that.
Change their lives forever. So definitely should be commended for that.
Yeah, and they brothers forever, man. They brothers forever, man.
Sure.
And they still take care of each other, man. Everybody's moms is their moms, and
right.
I love the dynamic of Wu-Tang, and I think more groups like that should be together. Did you hear about ASAP? Not Rocky, but ASAP Ferb. Did he leak somebody? He got kicked out of the group.
I heard something about that on Instagram that came up. Somebody left or something. I don't know.
Did he leave? He got kicked out. He don't need the group.
Right.
I think he's a dope MC anyway. But I'm saying that we talking about the group dynamic. I'm like, I just read that like he got kicked out. I'm like, why he get kicked out? What the hell did he do? Did he?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just like trying to get into ASAP Rocky now. Like I heard it was long live ASAP. That was dope. You know, I wasn't really a big fan of this before, but you know, I thought I would give them a listen. So
yeah, there's a lot of rappers I gotta get caught up on. And that's why I like doing these things, because you learn. And you go, oh man, I meant to check out this person, or I'm gonna check out this person.
Right.
Because like, first of all, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't respect you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you the homie, man. I love your reviews, and I like to talk amongst like-minded people like us and Guillermo and Freezy, you know. So you know,
it's fun, man. Listen, I do this stuff.
It'd be off when you in a group chat with people, and then I have my opinions, and then you hear other people's opinions, and they say, "Oh, Big Sean is a GOAT," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "No, I can't fuck with you." Like y'all just saying one too many like crazy shit for me. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's better when you know you've been in the building at the same time with other people. So you know what I mean?
You gotta respect no matter what, man. If you don't got that respect for somebody, man, you first of all don't say nothing in the chat line is disrespectful, because everybody has an opinion, and everybody's gonna be different. And think about if we had the same list, it'd be boring.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, this would have been boring. I'm glad we did this, and I'm glad we had different opinions. Now we can, talk about it, and people can bug out about it. We got this for years.
That's what makes a great discussion. Like we can't always like agree on the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So
that's hip hop. Hip hop battling, going against each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is in a friendly manner. But you know what I'm saying? It's that's all.
Right.
I appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Maybe Harlem said
got any questions?
Nas and Ferg just shot the video for Spicy. I definitely love that song, so I want to see the video.
Oh, I gotta go check it out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Always. It's 2 group chats. I've been in more group chats, and every group chat I had to leave, except for the Front Stoop Discord. Like their group chat is cool, but the other group chats in the past I had to leave because they just sound crazy in there.
Yeah, some people don't. That's like when I start. If I ever start one, I don't know if we can kick people out or whatever, but it's like, yo, I don't want like disrespect. I mean, you can bug out and have fun. Come on, man, don't be disrespectful in the chat lines or whatever. Even on screen, if somebody's in the box,
crazy,
they gotta relax. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can't just bug out. They just can't, snap on somebody. I've seen, like you said, podcasts or whatever, people being mad disrespectful to people in the box.
Listen, both me and Reg, shout out to Reg. We both came from another podcast where it was like that. And if Eric knows exactly what I'm talking about, and Sam, because they watched us over there. We came from another podcast where it was the same shit. We have our own opinions and stuff, and people don't even respect our opinions. So we had to leave. This is why I'm here now. This is why Reg does what he's do. Does what he do. You know what I'm saying? So
you know what? It was meant to be.
We all ain't gonna agree on the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like if we all agreed, it would be boring episodes. Nobody would want to watch it.
But think about it. Their actions made you better. And that's what you got to do, even if it's a negative reaction or a positive reaction. You got to be a better person no matter what it is. Right. And you're a better person. Now you got your own platform. Right. You know what I'm saying? Reggie got his own platform. I got my own platform. And we're all hooking up, being cool. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it's about, man.
That's the way. That's what it always was for me. It's always about the music. It's not about all the extra shit.
Thank you. The music. Thank you. Music first. And listen, music first all day. You see me in the chat line. You see the stuff I be talking. I be trying to be funny. I try to, entertain people. Or say my opinions on good, if it's good or bad.
Right.
I don't just go in there and be like, and start cracking jokes on people. I can't, because I don't know these people.
Never about that. Like the other podcasts we've been on, You know, we have people on there calling out people in the chat for their opinion. I didn't like all that, and that's something I vowed never to do. I don't do that now. Not one time since
Yeah,
I started this podcast, do I ever call out anybody since I started going live, because
and that's
everybody got their
respect.
own opinion. No, not
That's
everybody's gonna
respect.
agree with me. Not everybody's gonna agree with you. As
Of
long as we all
course,
respect everybody's opinion, that's what it's about at the end of the day.
of course,
So
of course,
never
and that's
will I
what it's
call
about,
out.
man.
I will never call out Made by Harlem or King or anybody in the chat
Yeah,
for their opinion, because that's their opinion. I'm not them.
yeah. I
You know
do
what
it.
I'm
I do it
saying?
and make jokes. I'm not, like I think I'm a comedian too. I might joke around with him, but I'm not gonna
Right,
disrespect them. You know what
right,
I'm saying?
right,
I was oh, what you doing? You know, like make a
right.
joke, but that's just my character. You know how I'm upbeat and I like to
Yeah,
laugh.
exactly.
Um, and I try to make it fun, like because like first of all, I think everybody has a personality,
Right.
and if you're on camera, it's gonna come out. I'm like this every day. If you meet my friends, they're gonna go, yeah, that's Marquis, man. Marquis
Right.
just like this
Right.
every second. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
I like to have fun. I like to entertain. I like to bug out, and I love hip hop, man. I love music. Period. It's
Right.
about the music, like you said.
Exactly. That's what it's
You know.
about for me. So it's about, like, just not just music, but just sharing my interest to everybody. That's what it's all about for me. So I'm not gonna call nobody out if they don't like this, or you know what I mean. I just
Exactly. Exactly.
just
Not seriously. You know,
right.
you wouldn't do that, and you know, and that's what you're not supposed to do. Like you're not supposed to judge somebody. You're not supposed to
Exactly.
judge anybody for anything. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Unless they like hitting you or hitting your mother or something. Yeah, and then you can judge them and whoop their butt.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You looking forward to any albums coming out? Anything coming out that you're looking forward
Um.
to?
Shit. With everything that's happening this year, I don't even know like who's doing what. You know what I'm saying? I just like hear about, certain people like Flea Lord. I know he's coming out with something every month, and Griselda, of course, and I'm trying to think any major.
I'm looking forward to
I
38
didn't even know.
Special
I didn't
coming
even
out.
know Nas was coming out with a new album this year. I was like, he's
Who,
coming with a new
Nas?
album. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I heard he might come out with something, yeah.
I'm talking about like King's Disease. I didn't know he was coming out with King's Disease, because you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like, it's been a
I heard he's
minute.
coming out
Like,
with another album. I
he was
don't
coming
know
out with
what.
this kind of secret project. They kept saying.
Yeah.
Now,
So,
for me, I think it's the Firm album of Union album. I don't know, because I know he's
yeah,
been
because
working with
Drake,
Dre.
that picture with Drake.
Right, and they have a snippet of the song that he worked with Dre, and it sounds fire from what I heard, but I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Could be an album with Dre, who knows? But I mean, if he is coming out with something, that's great. I want to hear it.
Yep.
But I mean, whoever comes out with something, I'm gonna just check it out. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, then it ain't.
Yeah, like the
You
times
know?
when something don't come out good during the week,
Right,
I usually try to catch up on like stuff I haven't listened to,
right,
or like you said you started listening to ASAP Ferb, like, well, I
yeah,
mean ASAP Rocky.
yeah,
Like I only listen to their singles. I heard some of their singles. I never heard none of their albums.
right,
You know what I'm saying, so I might have to, maybe I'll go check out one of their albums. You know what I'm
right.
saying, the whole album and listen to it from front to back.
Hmm.
But this is the time I either go back to my crates and listen to some classic stuff, or I
Right.
usually check for somebody that you might say somebody. I go, oh yeah, I'm gonna check for
Yeah.
that person or whatever.
Right.
Or Samuel might say something. I might go, oh, I'm gonna check for that person.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and this was music's about, like
Yeah.
sharing your opinions, sharing your sharing stuff. Like the guy was
Right.
like, what do you say? What video came out? He's sharing that. So
Yeah.
now
Spicy.
when we get off, we're gonna go, oh, I'm gonna go check that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's sharing information, having fun, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's
Definitely.
about.
Definitely. I agree. I miss the days when we used to have like the release date schedule, and you knew
Oh,
every month was something. You know what I mean? We don't have that
yeah.
no more. So now it's like some surprise releases come out, and we just go check for it. So
Well, you go. I go on is it hip hop? What's it called? Uh something online. They kind of tell you what's coming out, kinda,
mhm.
but it's not. Sometimes they're not always correct. And
Yeah.
I'll be like, what the, like what's that? You know what I mean? So
They
on that,
have a
my
release
phone
date
acting funny,
schedule.
huh?
They have a release date schedule. Then
Yes, it's I'm gonna go to hip. Wait, I'm gonna say new releases. It's always on my
just
thing, like a new release.
send me the link. If you could send the link to the chat, just send it to them so everybody knows.
Oh, I can't. I'm gonna tell you what it is because
Okay.
then I can't type it or something. I don't know what's going on. I
Okay.
can't, for some reason I can't type. I don't know why.
All right.
Hip hop. I'm gonna tell you, it's I have you type. It's Hip Hop DX. I think that's the one. Is that the one I
Hip
go
Hop
on?
DX. I know them. Hip Hop DX. They got an
Yeah,
Instagram page too.
they usually kind of tell you what's going on. Like right now they're saying September 4th. The Voice, Little Durk. Oh Lord, I gotta say this name. God damn it. The
You brought him
Snitch.
up.
It says, yo, his name is his album title is called Tattletales.
Really? For 6ix9ine?
Yes, and then
wow.
Big Sean's coming out with Detroit too.
Wow.
So that's what they're saying coming out right now. September 11th, Young Boy. September 18th, Joyner Lucas. September 25, 2 Chainz. But then somebody like 38 Special come out, or it won't be on here.
Right.
Or Fleetwood won't be on here.
And what's his name? Elzai is coming out in September. He got a new album coming out.
Yo, he's working with who was he working with? I saw him with somebody. Was he with Royce? I saw him with somebody, another lyricist. I think, yeah, he was with Royce.
Royce and Elzai.
In a picture.
Dope.
And I was like, yo, is that gonna be a track or an album, dog?
Album. Interesting.
Woo! That's gonna be, you know how dope. And if Royce is doing those beats too, Royce is in his bag on those beats, man.
Right.
Woo! I still listen to the Royce album from this year.
Algorithm?
Algorithm, yeah. I love that album.
That was cool.
I love that album. I really do. It's not an album you listen to like a Illmatic or something,
right?
Or a Purple Tape, but it's like you go back to it and you can listen to the whole thing and it's good. You go, oh, this is a good album, man. It's like when you go, yo, this is a good album. It's one of those ones, and you know, I thought his lyrics was dope.
I agree with Made. Made said that he feel like Nas should just ride into the sunset with King's Disease. I agree. Like he shouldn't drop nothing like just yet. Just like come out with more singles. Yeah, come out with some more singles for the album, promote it. And then maybe next year you come out with the Firm Reunion album or something. If that's what
I think so too. I agree because like you gotta let this one this one breathe. Yeah, he's gotta let this album breathe because it's a good album.
It just made the top 5 on Billboard charts. Like when's the last time you could say that about a Nas album? Top 5? He hasn't done that. I don't even think he did that with Life Is Good.
I thought that was a good album. Life Is Good.
Yeah.
A lot of people slept on that one too. They just thought he was mad because of the breakup.
I thought he was mad too. You got Khalees.
Well, he was mad. He was mad.
You know what I mean?
But yeah. What's the worst Nas album you think? How about that question?
Nasir. I mean, you could call that an album. I would say Nasir.
Nasir, yeah, it was.
I don't like Untitled. I don't like Hip Hop Is Dead. I know we're Made by Harlem loves that. That's great. I didn't care for it. I think those are like his worst, project.
I didn't like what was that other album? The Disciples. This other double album. It's double.
Oh, Street Disciple. See, I like Street Disciple.
Street Disciple. Like I said, I got into some of the tracks, but like the whole double album type of thing.
Right.
It was just too much. It was just too much of like songs I didn't like. I was like, what is this?
He tried it just like Jay-Z tried it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I like Street Disciple more than Blueprint too, though. I like that. I like that better. But
I have to go back to it. That's another one I gotta go back.
I mean, he got some joints like Thief's Theme. That's a great song. Thief's Theme and Seku's Story. He had Bridging the Gap with his pops. He actually got a Grammy nomination for that song from Street Disciple because he performed it at the Grammys that year with his pops. That was a dope joint. There's some other joints on it that was cool. American around it? I think American Way was on it. The joint with Khalees.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. That's one I gotta go back and try.
Songs I ain't careful like My Style and Suicide Bounce with Busta. That's terrible. That's the worst Busta song I ever heard him on. In my opinion,
Busta about to come out. Hopefully, Busta come out with some fire, man.
They keep it, but there's no release date, and we don't know what label he's on. Is he independent? Is he just on the conglomerate?
He better get the independent bag. He better.
You know what I mean? Because he got Cooks on that, and I didn't know he was a part of the conglomerate. So,
yep.
I don't know. I ain't hear nothing from Busta album, so I want to definitely. Actually, I did hear. I heard something that Dr. Dre did, but I don't know the name of the song. But hopefully, it's a good album. I don't know. If Nas could do it, Busta could do it. So,
yo, Samuel Blind says Sanford and Son or the Jeffersons.
We talking shows. We talking Nas here. You giving.
I know that he just jumping. You jumping with the show.
We might as well, right? We did movies first off to start the episode. So. Jefferson.
Pick real quick and go back to music.
Definitely Jefferson.
You know what? I like Sanford and Son because Red Fox was just a classic. He always had them classic lines, and he used to fight with the what's her name? The what's the old lady's Esther. He used to fight with Esther all the time, and those are classic fights. And then he's always called his son a dummy, and I don't know. The Jeffersons is dope too. I love the Jeffersons, but I always go back to Sanford and Son because it just seemed like they just stayed in that one goddamn junkyard. They might have went to the bank one time or something weird, right?
Right.
But yeah, they stayed in that one place, and but they made it entertaining. You know what I mean? So
Street Disciple, Nasir or Street Disciple? Street Disciple for me, I think that's way better than Nasir.
Yeah, I go with I'll agree with you. Street Disciple is better than Nasir. Way better.
They both wasn't great though.
Yeah, they both wasn't great, but I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Get that, dog. Yo, stop playing, man.
Crazy, yo.
Stop playing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, like Nas need to take advantage of this opportunity and promote King's Disease, and release some more singles. Hopefully next year when everything is over, hopefully we can get Nas on tour and he could, do the album live, and that would be nice.
Which Wu member would you pair Nas up with for an album, a duet album?
Ray.
Ray?
Yeah, because he did Verbal Intercourse on Cuban Link, and he did Rich and Black on Shaolin versus Wu-Tang. So and he's also on the Mobb Deep infamous album with Ray and Ghost, and that's a classic album too.
They probably cool together. They probably real cool. They doing like those, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and Nas was on the W album as well.
See, Nas don't rap with everybody.
Yeah.
If you think about like Nas features, he's not out there like that. Even when he wasn't rapping, like people were like, "Yo, where's the Nas album at?" He wasn't doing features out there like here's a feature, here's a feature.
Nas, he has to respect you to do a collab with you. So if you get Nas on your album, you straight. You know what I mean? But if we had like a Nas and Wu album back in the 90s, yeah, that would have been crazy.
Oh yeah, that'd have been dope.
Nas and Raekwon album, or Nas with Ghost and Ray, crazy. What if Ray gives us that? What if he gives us? He's doing Cuban Link 3. What if he gives us like, Ray, Ghost, and Nas?
Oh, come on, man! I have to peel my face off. I'll be like,
the trilogy, the end of the trilogy, Ray and Ghost with Nas. Sign me up. That'd be crazy.
Oh man, you going crazy? You going crazy right now, man?
The beat's gonna be fire. Yeah, they ain't gonna do no crazy shit on there. They ain't have no Little Durk on there and shit. So, I mean, beat's gonna be crazy.
You ain't gonna put
you get RZA on there with RZA production. It gotta be fire RZA. It ain't gonna be no Banks and Steel RZA and all that other shit that we got from him.
Oh, yo, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about this. Freaking Rick Ross is coming at Lloyd Banks. You heard about that?
Well, no, what's that about?
He keeps taunting him. Like the first taunt, I didn't hear the second taunt yet, but I heard he taunted him again. I didn't get to see what it was. But the first taunt was he shouts out loud Lloyd Banks like, "Yo, come over here." He said something about this 50 cents or something. I give you $5,000 or something. Like he was dissed him.
So he trying to get
$5,000 for doing something for him.
Wow.
I was so heated, dog. And I like Rick Ross.
Yeah.
But I love Lloyd Banks. You can't, what? Lloyd Banks, you dissing Lloyd Banks? What did he do to you?
He ain't fucking with Banks lyrically, but Ross got the better discography than Banks, though.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I mean?
Banks with the mixtapes back then?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mixtape Banks was a problem. Definitely. Halloween Havoc Banks.
Uglier than the Masterpiece sneaker.
Yeah.
What do you say? Something about Ashante, thick sideburns like Ashante? Like, this dude, yo.
I don't think Rick Ross want that battle with Banks. So
No. You know what? No. Get Lloyd Banks mad because he's working on music. And he's down with Griselda, I think. I don't know if he's down with him, but he's working with Griselda, I think.
Banks?
Yes, dog. He been hanging around him in studios and stuff.
Banks with Griselda.
Get Lloyd Banks mad, and he turned back to the mixtape king, rapping on these albums. Rick Ross better chill. Rick Ross better chill out. Crazy. Rick Ross better chill out. And Jules Santana's back out too. So Jules and Banks get together.
Came home a couple of days ago.
Oh my God, man!
But Jules ain't dropped nothing when he was out. What's the last album he came out?
No, he did it, dude.
How many times
he was dropping singles? He dropped singles when he was in jail.
The many times I got pushed back by Def Jam. That means it's in a vault somewhere. You know, release that album. Like he's like the cat Feel My Face album with Weezy. He never released that.
Yeah.
He wasn't dropping shit when he was out. So it's like, you know, I didn't miss him.
I got excited when he was in jail. I got excited about he had these. I don't know if he stay on here. Yeah,
Right.
23 and I. No, I mean 23 and 1. I'm sorry. Look up that single.
Okay.
And from Jules and what other single he had? Pink Eagle featuring who's on this one? Hold on. Featuring Dave East and Jim Jones. Those are the two singles that he had out when he was like basically came out before he got out. Like probably 2-3 months before he got out.
Right.
He started releasing singles. And I was like, these two singles right there, Pink Eagle.
I want to hear a new Joel Santana album featuring Dipset with the Heatmakers producing it.
Ooh.
You know
is that coming out? Or that's your wish list?
No, that's my wish list. I want to hear that.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? Because Dipset is back. Like Dipset, it feel like if they're reunited, but it feel like they're not even like together again. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what's going on with that.
Did you hear the Jim Jones and Heatmakers album?
Yes, that was fire.
Fire.
That's
and I'm not a Jim Jones fan at all. Like I thought he was like the weakest link sometimes. And then
I wasn't
that album. Woo! Oh my god!
I want to say like when Diary of a Summer came out, that's when I really started to fuck with Jim. Because before then, I didn't really care for him like that. I think he was the weak link to me, like you said.
That's what, in the group. And then I was like, who is this dude?
He's proven himself as a solo artist, and he had a lot of deals with different labels. I think he was like A&R at Warner Brothers or something like that. And you know, he had Bird Gang, his crew with Mel Matrix, and Rest in Peace Stack Bundles, and Max B was still in prison, and Jim was doing the mixtape thing too for his.
Yeah, he was. No, Jim. I started liking him when he was a solo artist, and he wasn't messing with dudes.
Right.
And he started like relying on himself. He got stronger.
Right.
He got stronger as an artist, and then that man when he came out with that he's working with the Heatmakers again.
Okay.
With another album.
Yeah.
I want to before these questions go out. Will Meth and Red ever make another album, Blackout album?
They keep saying they will.
They should.
3, but who knows when that's coming out?
They better.
That shit came out like 10 years ago.
Thank you. Just like the goddamn second movie of How High 2.
Right, but they said that they couldn't. I don't know. I think they didn't have the funding for that. That's what it was.
No, they didn't have the rights to it. I thought they had the rights to it. And whoever put out the second one would who I don't even want to say who's in the second one, but it was actually all right.
It was Little Yachty.
Yeah. It was all right. I watched it like on a late night, and I was like, I'm high. Let me watch this movie. That type of thing.
I didn't see it.
It was okay. It wasn't better than part 1, of course.
I went to see part 1 in the theaters, but I didn't see part 2.
No, I saw part 2 on my TV. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to movies for that.
Oh man.
Yo, somebody says Richard Pryor or Bernie Mac. I'm gonna say Richard Pryor because he started trickulating all these comedians. He's the king, one of the kings. Bernie Mac's dope too.
Yeah, for sure.
But Richard Pryor was come on, man. Sure. But you know what's funny? What's the dude that used to write for Richard Pryor? Paul Mooney. So you really got to kind of shout out Paul Mooney because Paul Mooney wrote for Richard back in the day.
Right.
If you don't know that.
Right.
That's a gem. I'm gonna let everybody know. Paul Mooney was writing for Richard. Right. Richard was high all the time. They said he was high a lot. Nah, for real. I mean, he's if you
Paul Mooney's funny. I always like watching his stand up.
Yeah, Paul Mooney. Yeah, sometimes you get too political and you go, "Come on, dude, can you say a joke? Can I get a joke? God damn it! I'm trying to laugh. Now I'm like, I want to beat up the White House. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell's going on here?
For real.
What do you say? I heard the story. The Big Pun personally requested Nas to get on John Blaze so he can show everybody how nice Pun is next to Nas. Huh.
Okay. Yeah, John Blaze was a dope collab too.
That was that's one of the dopest collaborations. We should do something like that. A collaboration, the dopest collaborations. Oh,
I'm down for that.
We have to do a top 20 for that, a top 25 because it's too many.
Sure. Too many.
And then we got to research. Write that one down, man. We got to do that one. Collaborations.
I got you on that.
What?
Yep.
Oh my God! I can think of 400 right now. It's too many.
Too many.
Posse cuts and all that stuff like that. We can do there's so much stuff we can do. I love hip hop. I love what we do, man. I do it for free every day, man. Every day.
I've been doing it.
Santana don't even sound the same. His voice is different. I don't think so. I think his
I
voice is the
haven't heard
same.
him in a long. I want to say the last thing I heard, the last mixtape was the God Willing, I think it was called.
I wish I
That
could
was like
play
a
something on
couple.
here. Here's the question. Yo, how come you can't? You only can play 30 seconds of people's music. What's like? Or you gotta put the stuff in the
I don't know
description.
the guidelines with YouTube. I think it's when you hit like a certain amount of followers or something. I know Reg had issues with that. You know what I'm saying? There's other podcasts that had issues with like playing music. So I don't know. I mean, I never got no like notice when I played music on here. So
Do you play like the whole song?
nah, I usually play like a couple like snippet seconds and then I take it off. But that's only I used to do that for like reviews. Like I did that with like the Grand Poobah review and I think Souls and Mischief or something. Like, that's like from last year. But I never had no notice from them.
I'm gonna tell Made by Harlem. Go check out the singles 23 and 1 by Drew Santana and Pink Eagle featuring Dave East and what's his name? Jim Jones. He sounds
Right,
the same. I think he sounds the same. Yo, he sounds fresh. He's dope, man. He still
right.
got bars. I'm telling you, Drew Santana got bars. He just gotta
Oh
come
yeah.
with if he do an album like you said with the Heat Makers,
Yes.
oh my god. Oh my god. And then he have like Banks as a feature. If he has Lloyd Banks as a feature, he has Jim Jones's features, even Cameron. Put Cameron on there.
Yes. Definitely.
That'd be fire, dude.
Definitely.
Fire.
Definitely. Yes, because it's been a minute since we had a solid Jewel's album.
He said high too was terrible. It was terrible, but it was like you got to get high to watch it and just laugh at the stupid stuff. That's what I was laughing at. I was like, it was not good movie. It was like one of those good bad movies that's good.
Right.
It's so corny that you watch it because it's bad. You know what? You
Right.
know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Like the Leprechaun or something. You know, like
Oh
Leprechaun.
God.
Like I was like, what the hell is this
Bad.
movie? But it was funny.
Bad. The first one was great. I haven't liked none of the other sequels for that.
Yeah. You know what
Terrible.
I'm saying? So like that, that's like hood. It's like hood classics. Like
Right.
you would compare How High to as like a hood classic because
Right.
it's like so bad. You go, if it's on, you just watch it. It's not like
Right.
you look for it. You don't look for it.
I don't look
You
for that.
hell no, hell no,
Yeah.
hell no, hell no. But that superhero movie, man, The Boys, go check that out, man. I'm
Yeah, I
serious.
checked that. Yeah.
I want to say it twice, man. I'm telling you that it's really interesting because at first I was hesitant too. I'm like, come on, another series of superhero, da 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 da.
Right.
But it's so clever how they get your attention and you'll be hooked. You'll be hooked,
Right.
man. Anybody
Definitely.
ever see it?
Definitely.
The Boys, Made by Harlem or King with the capital K? Anybody seen The
Yeah,
Boys?
yeah, the Cameron freestyle, that shit. Well, Cam was always so
I
I
seen
never.
Cam on battle the other day. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
What do you battle? What do you do?
I'm attack. He was. I don't know. It looked like he was in Harlem or something. I don't know, but he was like freestyling around some people's, and he still
Yeah.
got it. Like Cam was always a dope freestyler. So
Oh, in the car.
yeah,
Yeah, I
he was
saw
by the
that. He
car.
was
Right,
eating.
right. Yeah,
He was eating them up. Everybody was
crazy.
like, "Oh, yeah, going crazy!" Like the old
Yeah,
school. You just rap.
yeah. He
He was
always was great. I
killing it.
always liked Cameron lyrically, so I wasn't surprised. I'm like, he still got it.
Oh no, Cam still got it. Like I said,
Mhm.
Jules still got it.
Yeah,
And I told you, like the Jim Jones man stepped his pen up, man.
yeah,
He stepped his
definitely,
pen game up.
definitely,
I don't know
definitely.
what kind of drugs he taking. I don't know what he doing. But Jim Jones, I'm telling you, I'm looking
No,
forward to a Jim Jones album. I would never say
Dipset,
that before. Seriously.
Dipset was always like they were always different. They was always ahead of the curve, and they did a lot for fashion and for
Yeah.
music. So I'm a big Dipset fan. So anything they
I
come
like
out with,
this.
I always
I like when they was a group. When they was a group that was dope. That was
Mhm.
they fed off each other.
Right.
Like you said, the fashion. I like fashion. So
Yes.
like I
Yes.
said, I told you I like the Capadonna album. So I
Yes.
love the fashion talk. I love the
Mm-hmm.
scarves they wore. I love the clothes they
Mm-hmm.
wore. The big
Religion.
belts. I was like, yo, where'd they get that? I was so mad
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. You know what I'm
We
saying?
was always up on like anything that Jim Jones was rocking and Cam. We went out and we bought. Like when True Religion was popping, I was the first one on my block with True Religion jeans. Nobody else was rocking
Oh
them
yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
my block.
True. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I was rocking like 2008, 2009. You don't
Oh
rock
wow.
them anymore. People still rock that, but I'm like True Religion. Do people still rocking that? You
Were
know what
they
I'm saying?
expensive
But I
back then
was,
when they first came out?
they
True
was, they
Religion.
was. But you have to know where to go because there was like certain boutique shops around the city that you can get it for like 100, 120. But then there'd be other spots. It'll be more than that. But we knew where to get our stuff. Like we knew where to get the Ed Hardy stuff, the Christian J stuff. You know what I'm saying? The
Oh,
Nike
New York.
Nike ACG boots. Yeah,
Y'all had
that's
your
I
hot
still
spots.
I still got my Nike ACG boots. Like I
see,
never got rid of them.
see,
You know what I'm saying? And I was rocking the ACG boots with the vest. I didn't see nobody with the ACG vest.
oh,
You know what I'm saying? 2008. Like
yo,
we just like we patting ourselves like Dipset because Dipset was ahead of the game when it came to music and fashion. So I always was a big Dipset fan, you know.
you might have to be my plug now because like I lost a lot of my New York plugs. I got a female up there still.
You gotta know where to go. It's like
Yeah,
people feel
yeah.
like people feel like you gotta go to Manhattan. Manhattan, the taxes they overtax you.
They kill you.
The taxes more in Manhattan. You gotta go to Queens and the Bronx and Brooklyn. I ain't even gonna tell you all the spots.
See.
I know the spots. Trust me.
I know.
You know
Yeah,
what I
when I come
mean?
up there, when all this stuff is over, you know I'm
Oh
coming
yeah.
up there, dog.
Oh yeah. I'm
Cause
gonna
it's
definitely
like,
take
yo,
you.
man, my boys go up there every year and go shop, at least twice a year and go
Right.
shopping. That's
Right.
it. We go shopping for summer
Mm-hmm.
and shopping for winter.
Mm-hmm.
Those are our trips. We come back with the coats,
Oh yeah.
leather coats or whatever. I still
Right.
got a leather coat from New York. I still got 2 leather coats I bought from New York, and they look brand new.
Right.
Probably wore one of them 3 times, wore the other one 6.
Right.
Like
You gotta
I
know
take
where to
care of
go.
my joints, dog.
Even when like when we were shopping in Manhattan, we would go to the Village. The Village got a lot of low key spots that got way more fire than like going to Fifth Avenue. So you gotta know where to go in the city. You know what I mean?
Yep. I'm
That's
gonna say
definitely
because
what we
like
do.
Boston's like that too. Like if you don't know Boston, you ain't got nowhere to
Right.
shop. But New
Exactly.
York got the hidden gems,
Oh
though.
yeah. Definitely.
I know you got the hidden
Definitely.
gems.
Oh
Try.
yeah. Queens,
I know you
Queens.
can get Tim's for like
I've
two
been all
dollars,
over.
dog.
Queens, Long Island, Jersey, all over. Like I know where to go.
You
You
can
know what I'm
get
saying?
Timberlands for two
Because
dollars,
it's
dog.
always been like, yeah, even with Tim's, it's like because it's always for me, it's like when it came to fashion, I never wanted to look like nobody else. I didn't want to have the
Me too.
same
Me too.
Tim's like everybody else, the same fitteds like everybody else. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I make an exception like for the Yankee fitted, I make an exception for that. But I got
Of
other
course.
Yankee fitteds that is different from what everybody else got. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So I always wanted to stand out and I didn't want to dress like everybody else. So I know where to go if
I
I
was
want to
always
go to
on top of the
Queens.
line too. So like when I did my fitted, it was the back. I was the first one with the backwards one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people was like, "Yo, where you get that
I like
from,
that.
dude?"
I
Going
like that
crazy.
right
I go,
there.
"Yo, man, I shop.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
shop, dog. I
You
like to
gotta
shop."
know, even online, you gotta know where to go, where to shop online too. So it's like I know where to go in Queens and to Long Island and Jersey and Brooklyn and man, I know all those Bronx, all those spots. So you
Yep.
know what I mean?
He
I've been
said
all over.
Uptown for sure.
Yeah, definitely Harlem, even in Harlem, definitely. I know where to go in Harlem for that stuff too. You know
Oh,
what I
hold on.
mean?
I'm stacking up some money to order a record store
Made by Harlem.
thing.
You know where the spots is at, 95th Street and all that up there. I've been all over there.
Oh, he's
You
saying which
know,
one he should cop. He's saving up for some a vinyl record. He said Bone Thugs or Grave Diggers. Which one she should get?
get the Bone. I mean, Grave Diggers one was cool, but I love the 6 Feet Deep. But get Bone. The Bone album was dope.
Yo, Bones. A lot of people. Yo, I ain't gonna say they're underrated, but like a lot of people don't talk about Bones. Not
I like
really. Not around me. I
Bone.
don't know. Do they talk?
I wasn't big on like I became a Bone fan when First of the Month came out. When that came out, I ended up getting that on cassette, the E99 Eternal. And
Yep.
I've been a Bone fan ever since. Like I wasn't really up on creeping on the coming way. I mean, I remember when it came out, but I wasn't really big on them then. And then I went back and I listened to it and I loved it. But like yeah, First of the Month for me was like my first time I really was like into them.
I was never on fast rappers back in the day. I remember when the first fast rappers first started coming out, even like Twista and all them. They was like,
Right,
I was like, yo, y'all gotta relax.
right.
Like
Yeah,
I'm trying to
Twister.
listen, I can't hear.
I got one Twister album, but I wasn't really big on Twister like that. But
Yeah.
Twister was dope. Definitely,
No,
you know,
he
dope.
gets his just dudes. All these rappers do because they was
Yeah,
they did it first. Busta, all them people that was
right,
doing fast rappers.
right,
You know how like you trying to listen to hip hop and you can't. First of all, you're trying to hear the beat and the flow, but the flow so fast. Now you're trying to listen to the lyrics real close. Now you forget. Now
right,
you go, oh, what's the beat like? Now you got to rewind the goddamn song, listen to the beat again.
right,
It was like one of those things. I'm like, Twister, chill out, relax for a minute,
right.
like just so I can hear you. But
Um,
yo, now I get it. I get the flow. I can hear it. I
right.
can hear it. I can, my ears caught up
But
now.
I mean, like New York, New York. I mean, what Ti said about New York being, this and this South. That part of that is true because we did sleep on a
No,
lot of
we did
artists
the
that
South.
wasn't
No,
from here. You know what I'm saying,
we did
including
the
Bone
West.
Thugs,
We did the South. We did
right.
Canada. We did everybody. But
Including Bone Thugs and
yep,
Outkast. They did sleep on them. But
yep.
me being so eclectic with my taste, like I was up on Outkast on Southern Playlistic, and same with Bone. Like when Bone came out with E99, so I was already a fan of theirs. You know what I'm saying? But New York did sleep on Bone Thugs.
Yo, I love freaking Outkast. I don't
Right.
know who's sleeping on Outkast, but every album got better and better.
They got slept on it.
What the hell? Like I was like, what is going
I
on?
want
Even
to,
when they did that double
I
album.
want to say see when Angie Martinez used to be on Hot 97 and she had that Battle of the Beach show, and every
Yeah.
night she would have like that one song going up
Yep.
against other songs for like all week, and
Yep.
Elevators was on there, and Elevators won, and that's when I feel like that's when New York really started paying attention to Outkast.
Yep.
When it was on that Battle of the Beach,
I've been on Outkast. I'm trying to remember when I first heard them. I don't know it was down with somebody.
right?
Somebody from the East was like promoting them or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, Outkast, what the? And I was like, and I'm all into lyrics. I was like, who
Right.
are these dudes? And
Right.
the first album I was in love with, man.
But
Oof. Oh
but
my
it's
god.
it still happens. I feel like, well, I don't want to say it still happens. I feel like a lot of the Southern artists from the past, past Detroit, David Banner, they got slept on by New York because we wasn't
They
bumping
did.
them.
No,
Big
they did.
Mafia, we
They
wasn't
did.
bumping them like that over here. You know what I'm saying? Until years later, then people say, "Oh, okay, let me go back and listen to 3 6 Mafia." Let me listen to Young Buck or Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? So 8 Ball and MJG, they got slept on. Slim Thug, a lot of those cats got slept on until I want to say like the 2000s came. Then when the South got really hot, that's when people started checking for them over here.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Either like the hotness and the money. When the money came down south,
Right,
producers and everybody started flooding down there, and the record label was
right.
like, "Yo, let me go check out Big Mike or whoever was down there."
Hmm.
That's when they was like, Scarface and the Ghetto, like that's when and all the way anywhere.
Right.
That's when when the bag started moving from New York to everywhere else, and
Elsewhere,
the New
right,
York rappers was like, "Hey,
right.
can I do a
And
song with you?"
because it was like we wasn't getting the quality hip hop anymore from over here. A lot of people wasn't
Yep.
dropping them after 50 Cent, cooled off, and Ja Rule, and they, Murder Inc. was done because of that whole case or whatever, and
Yep.
it was all about the South now.
Well,
And
New
then the
York was
West was
hot. New York was
right,
hot, like for violence, like for rappers and stuff. So a lot of people wasn't trying to come to the West
right,
or the East, and it was like so that really messed that whole beef with the
right.
Biggie thing and the
Hmm.
Tupac and all that other stuff. All that
Right.
stuff, everything it all collided, man. It just like ain't nobody wanted to mess with New York
And
rappers.
then you had Game was already hot on the West, and then you had Kendrick coming out. You know what I'm saying? So the West
Yep.
was they had they young guns over there. You know what I'm saying? And then it was
I
like
always
the
mess with
South
the
was still,
West. I like Cam. Remember Cam?
yes, Cam,
Freaking
yeah.
the Alcoholics,
The Alcoholics, love them.
King
Yep,
T, dog.
slept
Freaking
on.
all the man.
Yeah,
Come on, man. I
and
keep
we
naming. Yeah,
slept on those artists.
I
We
used to
slept
rock with the
on
West. I was like you. I had an open ear for music.
right,
Period.
right.
I didn't care
Because
if it was
for me,
Ohio. I was like, who's this dude? I'm
music,
listening to him.
music didn't start for me. Music didn't start with rap. Rap wasn't even a genre in the '80s. It was
Like,
everything
of
'80s.
course,
It was
mine was 80s,
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 yeah,
80s
'80s
to
pop
70s
music,
or whatever.
the pop
First,
music, the R&B, the reggae. You know what I'm saying? Because my family's Caribbean, so I grew up on like a lot of Caribbean music too. So it wasn't
oh,
rap for me. Rap came in later on. You know what I'm saying? And
what are
that,
you? Are you what island was?
Trinity and
Oh,
Barbados.
that's
Yeah,
what's up.
Trinidad and yeah.
Oh,
You know
that's
what I'm
what's up.
saying? So like I grew up on a lot of the soca and calypso music and reggae. You know what I'm saying? The steel pan music. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was for me. It wasn't even rap. Rap wasn't even a genre back then. It was just we had Curtis Blow, we had Grandmaster Flash, we had Treacherous 3. We had Run DMC, UTFO, African Bambaataa. That was it. It wasn't Kane and Cool Rap came later in the '80s.
Yep.
They came like late '80s, early '90s. You know what I mean? So rap it wasn't even rap for me. It was more R&B soul music and '80s pop music, and then
Dude,
Caribbean music, and then
I'm listening to
slowly.
Duran, Madonna,
Right, Madonna. I love Madonna.
Michael Jackson.
Yep, Michael.
Friggin' anybody you get all the 70, 80, anybody with hair that was out the hair, I was listening. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Those videos, that was
right.
crazy. I think that somebody's watching me. I
Yeah.
was watching all that stuff
Rockwell.
was like Lionel Richie,
Yeah,
off the
Lionel
wall,
Richie.
like
We talked about
all
Lionel
that
Richie
stuff,
last
man.
night. We just talked about Lionel Richie last night.
Oh, yeah, did something on Richie?
Yeah, we on Red Channel. We
You
talked
and
about
Rich?
the Dancing in the Ceiling album
Oh,
with Say You Say Me and Level
oh,
Conqueror.
woo.
Classic album, classic.
Come
It,
on.
it was it was commercial. It was cheesy at points, but that was what it was back in the '80s, though.
Yeah.
You know what I
But you
mean?
listen to it now, it still runs with the
Yeah,
probably the best R&B albums or whatever,
right.
you know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? And so that's what it was. It's like rap came later on. Like when Kane came out with Long Live Kane, that was like my first, I want to say rap classic album. And Walk This Way, when Run DMC came out with that was like the first vinyl I bought. Like first rap album I bought on vinyl. You know what I'm saying? So rap came gradually later on, but for me, it didn't start out with rap. So that's why my ear is different from everybody else's when it comes to music.
Yeah,
You know?
mine's too. That's why it's so open because I listen to
Right.
everything. I listen to rock
Exactly.
and roll. I love Creed. I used to love Creed. I used to love like all these rock groups back in the day. I used to be all into them, man.
Without
Van
Chili
Halen,
Peppers,
all them people, man. I was all in. And once in a while,
Evanescence.
I still rock them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I mean, like
I
and
listen to
people go,
those.
"What you listen to?" I go, "Man, I'm listening to so and so, Ozzy
Yeah,
Osbourne or something." They're like, "What?"
people used to trip out. I used to be like, yo, like I love Phil Collins and Genesis. I love Culture Club.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Phil
I
Collins is
I grew up
dope.
on those Hall and Notes. I grew up on Hall
All
and
the
Notes.
notes.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh,
So it's like that's just part of my life. So it's like it's not weird for me. It's weird for everybody else when they hear that. You know what I mean?
yeah. But
You
see, you know
know,
what's
and,
funny?
and
But we was talking about those kids that they had the first reaction videos now.
right.
They listen to the songs that we liked that we grew
Oh
up
yeah,
with.
yeah. I just saw them on TNT. They was on the TNT NBA show with K
What?
Smith and
They
yeah,
made it like they now
they they were critiquing the Shaq Diesel I know I got skills with Def Jeff.
oh.
Yeah, they were critiquing that video because they never saw it. They never
I
heard the
gotta give it
song.
to the kids, man. Anybody that's making money off YouTube or getting successful, I mean,
Right,
you got your lane. I ain't gonna hate on it, but
right.
it's just, it's like it's weird. It's like, yo, man, we've been talking about this. Like you
We've
said,
been
we've
talking
been
about
talking
that.
about
You
this
know what
stuff.
I'm saying? So
And
I
now they
mean,
famous off listening to one single or something. Like
right.
what?
We
Like
doing the whole album. So
we
I
doing?
ain't
Yeah,
think
we doing
we talk about
albums.
all the notes. We ain't doing one fucking man eater. We doing the whole album. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So
and then we do stuff like this, break down other stuff.
right,
We're
right,
actually doing. We actually did almost 20 albums. If you know,
right,
not 20, but if some of them
right,
was
right.
the same.
Yeah,
But we was breaking down, not completely, but we're pretty much breaking down every album anyway. Like messing
right,
around, talking about singles.
right.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? So, but
You know what I
the
mean?
love for music is gonna make us
So it's like,
continue to
yeah,
do what we
like,
do.
oh yeah. You know what
I
I'm
love
saying?
it, man.
I definitely would love to discuss, Linkin Park stuff and Red Hot
Oh
Chili
yeah. Oh, I
Peppers.
like Linkin Park. Oh, I love Linkin
I love
Park.
Linkin Park. We got to do that then. We got to do that.
I like Linkin
'Cause
Park. Yo, put me down for Linkin Park. I
yeah,
like Linkin Park.
I got a couple Linkin Park albums and I love them.
Yeah, I'm
The
gonna
Red Hot
go
Chili
back on my bag
Peppers,
for Linkin Park. Yeah.
Paramore, Evanescence. I love those groups. So
Yep.
you
I'm gonna have to
know,
listen to it like tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be Linkin Park Day, man. I'm gonna have to listen to a
so,
couple albums, man. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be like, I'm in my car, they're gonna be like,
Paul Abdul. I got the Spellbound album from Paul Abdul. That was the one with
oh, yeah,
Promise
Paula
of a
Abdul.
New Day. That was
I
on
love
there.
Paula Abdul.
Yeah, Paula was dope. She was underrated, I feel, but she definitely was a great dancer.
I think she maybe she got famous too quick, and
You think so?
maybe they abused it. I don't know what it was because she just like ran out of energy. It
Right,
seemed like,
right.
or maybe that I don't know record label. I don't know what happened, but it'll come out.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
she dated Arsenio Hall.
Yeah, yeah. She did Paul Arsenio. Paula was the shit. She was
She
good.
was dope.
She
She
was
was
good.
pretty. She's really pretty. She's still pretty. She still do stuff once in a while. She do something. She
Right.
hasn't done no music. I mean, she
Nah,
like
she
do
hasn't
a
done no music.
cameo.
Nah.
She do something like that. You know what I mean?
Dave
But
Bone Thugs song. Um, I want to say For the Love of Money. That's like one of my favorites.
oh, that's what he's asking.
Yeah.
For the love of money. I remember that
That's
joint.
fire. Easy E. Fire joint.
Yeah. Man, Easy, if he didn't pass away, they probably have been a bigger group because he was like putting them
I
out there
mean,
like that.
they accomplished a lot. I just feel like I don't know if it's the like the they couldn't like update with the times. I think maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
And they had like a lot of infighting. They still going through infighting with the group, but they definitely have some classics.
No, they did. They had some good music, man. Like I said, like at first I was like, who's these fast rappers? But
Right,
I kind of course, I listened to him because of Easy E. I was like, Easy E's,
right, right,
he was like one of my favorites and stuff.
right.
I just did a review on his classic, Easy
Yeah,
Does It. That's dope.
right,
Like that, like without, of course, without everybody, it would have been a classic.
right.
But Easy E has to get props because he kind of created everybody too. He used this drug money
Mm-hmm.
to get Dre off whatever label he was on. He was singing and
Right,
dancing and being in tights and looking all fruity.
mm-hmm.
Took him to, and then did some with him and did some with Cube and everybody got them together.
Right.
They might have had a shitty deal, but he got them to get in their bag and be famous. Really,
Mm-hmm.
if you think about it, you know what I'm saying? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm mad at? MC Ran because he
Why?
just kind of stopped. Like he was coming out kind of good and then he just kind of
I mean,
gave up.
I don't know. Like some people not don't care for the spotlight no more. I think Ren is underrated. He definitely got some Shock of the Hour, great album.
Yo, he was
Kiss My
my
Blackjack.
favorite on NWA. Everybody kept
Right,
saying Q. I go, nah, it's Ren, dog. They're
right.
like, nah, Q. I go, yo, Ren, listen to Ren. They're like, Q's
Mm-hmm.
bitch. I'm like, Q was dope too. He's one of the dopest MC. But it's like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
Ren was dope, though. Like,
Yeah.
man, That Kiss My Ass album.
Yes, Kiss My Black Ass.
I jumped in the window with my hand. Yo, he was the stuff he was. I was like, oh shit, going crazy. Man. I love MC Ren. He was one of, like I say, he was my favorite out of the group at the time. And then of course Cube started like having more verses and writing more and doing more. Right. But then like when the Cube left, MC Ren ran that group. It was MC Ren, dog. Yeah. He was the dopest MC after that. You can't say he wasn't.
Right.
He was writing for Dre. He was writing for Easy. DOC was writing for everybody after the accident.
King asks, favorite Eazy-E album.
I'm gonna say Easy Does It. That's it. Yeah. I mean, how many albums does he have? You gotta. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I'm not familiar with his hot take. Maybe Harlem said Eazy-E was trash. Rest in peace. I wasn't big on Eazy-E. I wasn't big on NWA. I wasn't allowed to listen to them when I was younger until I became like I'm serious. Until I became I want to say like 14, 15. That's when I really started messing with the gangster rap. But I wasn't.
He only got Eazy got 3 albums. Well, he had a Christmas album, so that's 4 albums. He did have a Christmas album, but he got Easy Does It. He got It's On. Is this a whole album? Was that a song? No, It's On. That's what he was dissing Dre in them.
Right.
But he had 8 songs, and then he had on 96 was his last album, Straight Off the Street. Straight Off the Street. What? Straight Off the Street. Is there more to the title? Come on, title. Yep. Straight Off the Streets or something. I don't know. Straight Off the Streets of Eazy-E. Of Compton. No, Straight Off the Streets of Compton is pointing down to his hat. So it's 3 albums on title, but I remember the Christmas album. Do you remember that Christmas? You wasn't an Eazy-E fan. Nah. He had a Christmas album. It was terrible. It was terrible. Yo, y'all gotta look up the Eazy-E Christmas album. Christmas is coming, so I'll put it in y'all stockings or something, man, because that album was terrible. You can have mine, dog. I don't even got it, but you can still have mine, dog. Terrible.
Crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I know a lot, because I follow NWA. I used to love anything that came. I didn't love everything that came out, but I was following the groups and following everything, until they fell off. So
crazy.
So they really didn't fall off. Drake kept going, and Cube kept going. When Cube did the album on Public Enemy,
right? Oh yeah, Marquis Most Wanted, yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
Squad, yep.
Public Enemy saved his butt. No, he did with the beats, and and then Public Enemy and East Coast, they were a gang too. So like, what you gonna do? You had the S1W, had all them dudes, man. You can't mess with. Then they had like Muslims and stuff backing them up.
They got a new album dropping in September. I forgot about them.
Oh, on the 4th, right?
I
saw it's like 21 tracks. That's a lot of tracks.
Oh, I didn't see the track list. Wow.
I saw the track list. It was like did you hear the remix with who's on it? The remix of Fight the Power?
Oh, with Nas and Black Thought, and I didn't hear it.
It's they got like what's the names on it? Who's on it? I'm messing up the female.
They got Nas,
Rhapsody's on it. Yeah, Rhapsody's on it.
I forgot who else was on it.
Let's see.
I like the song they did with Primo. That joint.
ST basically shut the F up.
Yeah.
That song is dope. I got that in my rotation.
I'm surprised they never worked with Primo before. I'm like, y'all never worked with Primo? That's crazy.
You know what it is? They had their own crew. How many people was producing for, like, they had their own producers, I'm saying, like the crew of producers.
I know, but even for like the Greatest Misses remix album, when they had Pete Rock do the remix for Shut 'Em Down.
Yeah, they should have just done Pete Rock.
Yeah, they should have had
Pete Rock was busy. Pete Rock did what? First of all, Pete Rock, I don't know why he not slept on, but underrated, because how many Guru classic albums he got with just them two.
Right.
I didn't even talk about him and Royce and him and somebody else. Him and friggin' Group Home. Him and Group Home was dope.
Right.
Back in the, I don't know if you heard Group Home, that album.
Oh yeah. Living Proof. Classic.
Living Proof. Like,
yes.
It was just Primo. Whew. Yeah. Primo's like a Primo got more classes than Dr. Dre.
You think so?
Yeah. How many Dr. Dre classes? Name the Dr. Dre classics.
Chronic 2001. The first 3 major labels from Eminem. Right?
Did he produce all 3 of them? All of them?
Well, the majority. I know Eminem did some production on those too, but I mean, Slim Shady LP and Marshall Mathers, that was Drake. You know what I'm saying? Eminem did more on Eminem show, but
Yeah.
Drake had some tracks on it. What else? What else? The NWA albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably 2. Yeah. So probably like what's that? 7 so far
Um,
that you naming? Like
Michelet,
7?
Michelet
Huh?
first album. That's a classic to me.
Which one?
Michelet.
Oh, Michelet. That's right. He
Yes.
produced that one. I forgot. I
DOC.
forgot he did a R&B
Yeah.
joint.
Right. The DOC. His album.
DOC, dope. Yep.
Snoop
That's
Dogg,
about
Doggy
10. He did
Style.
50 Cent.
Right. Get 50 Cent, Doggy Style.
Doggy
Um,
Style. Did he do the Dog Pound album?
no, he
Or was
mixed
that
it. He
like
didn't
Warren
produce it.
G?
That was Daz. Daz
But that
produced it
was
and Dre
Daz.
mixed it.
Daz was in his back. Okay.
Yeah. Dre mixed it. But it sounded like Daz. It sounded like Dre production though. The
He
Game.
probably
That's
helped
the
him.
documentary.
He probably helped
That's
him.
a classic. Game album is classic, definitely.
Game.
Um,
But 50 Cent did that Game album, man. That first one, he
yeah,
wrote all the songs.
but he ain't produce it though. He had
But
his
if he didn't
input.
write 7 or 8 of those songs, and all of them was the singles,
That's still
like
a
so he
classic.
kind of like executively produced
Yeah,
that
but
album, kind of.
Dre did the production though. You know what I mean? Like, well, majority. I know High Tech did some stuff on it too, but
Yeah.
no, Dre. That's a class. Good Kid, man.
So that
Yeah,
might be
but
a
he didn't.
battle then. You got, but if you think I'm saying, if you think about
Nah, but I
Primo,
don't. He didn't. I don't think he produced on Good Kid, Man. He did the recipe, but I don't think he produced the majority of Good Kid, Man City though.
oh, you saying Dre did that? Nah, I don't think Drake. Yeah,
I don't think Dre did Kendrick first album. He didn't do nothing from Kendrick. He did the recipe. He did that joint.
he might have been
But
like executive producer, but he didn't do
yeah,
like no
but he didn't
real.
produce. Yeah, he didn't produce Kendrick stuff.
Yeah,
And
he
same
didn't
thing
do
with
no
Anderson .Paak.
real.
He produced some joints on Oxnard, but he hasn't done. He didn't do Malibu. He didn't do Ventura.
Yeah, King with a capital K said, yeah, he said Primo got more classics. We gotta like that's another debate. We just gotta like
That's a
write
good
down
debate.
all the albums. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because
right. Yeah.
Primo was in his bag, and
Yeah,
he's still
Primo.
in his bag. He's still doing
I
shit. Like,
always say like after like outside of the Gangstar stuff, I think like the first two J. Wu albums,
oh yeah, J. Rule, yep.
Group Home first album,
Luke Combs
Alive,
first album,
Ramadia,
Mama Dia. Yep.
MOP Firing Squad. I think those are like the best produced Primo albums in his career to me.
I'm like it's just up
And
for
there's some
debate. I
others.
mean, like you start thinking about the discography and stuff, and then you start to figure
Right.
it out. But yeah,
There's some others. I
Primo still
think
doing it.
another one I'm gonna mention that people don't mention, Black Poet from Screwball, the Black Print album. Primo did all of that. That's an
Did he?
underrated album. Yes. That's an underrated album.
I gotta check that one out.
Yeah.
See, this is
Check
why
that
I
one.
like having these discussions. Those saying that was
Yes.
recorded, I could go back to it. Go, oh yeah, he did
Black
that.
Poet is Screwball as a whole was an underrated group, but Black Poet definitely that's a I want to say that's his classic album.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and listen to that one
was
because I
solid.
think I probably heard it once, and it was like back in the day. I remember it was so much like I think you know how like back in the day you'd be a fan of certain groups or certain whatever, and you
Right.
kind of follow them, and if someone else come out, you kind of listen to them real quick and go whatever.
Right.
And I think I did that with him. You know, no disrespect, but I was like okay,
Definitely.
and then I kept listening to something else. But I gotta go back for that. That's why I like these discussions. I can go back and listen to these classes or these or these albums that's supposed to be good, man. Yeah. I love this stuff, man. I thought, we can talk about this all day.
All day,
hip-hop.
All day, you know what I'm saying? It's already like almost 3 hours we've been on here, so.
Oh, snap. Damn, 250. Oh, yep. Oh, my goodness. I gotta go eat. I'm gonna go eat some. I'm gonna cook some shrimp tonight. What you eating tonight, man? You already ate?
I ain't eat yet, so I definitely need to go eat some dinner, and you know what I mean? And watch the OKC Thunder game and some room for OKC tonight.
Oh, it's just game 7, right?
Yes. Just because I don't like Harden, I think Harden is overrated. So I want to see Houston lose. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to anybody that's rooting for the Rockets. I just feel like James Harden is overrated.
You know what? I think he's overrated, and I think he's cocky.
Mm-hmm.
But he can be. It's like saying Jordan was too. It's like, is he as good as Jordan? Probably not, but he's almost. He's a really good player, man.
He don't make his teammates better. It's like, and
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's a good. Yeah, he's a selfish good player.
Y'all already in a game 7 with the Thunder? I thought they would have took care of the Thunder a long time ago.
This is gonna be a good battle. What time the game?
And Miami is 2-0. I missed I was watching a piece of the Milwaukee and Miami game. I didn't even know they beat Milwaukee.
Yo, Miami's dominating. What's the name? Got how many points? can't think of the damn player now from Miami.
Oh, Jimmy Butler.
Butler.
Yeah.
Butler was going off yesterday. It was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
He was. Oh my! He couldn't miss.
Today there was. I missed the game, but
Woo.
wow.
You can see
If
the
they knock
highlights on
off
YouTube.
Milwaukee, Milwaukee's the favorite. If they knock on Milwaukee, it's like who's gonna come in out of the East? Boston, Miami.
Boston.
Who's coming out of that?
I think.
I like the Celtics. I think Boston got a good team, but Miami, with Jimmy Butler, they got some swagger.
Even though I'm from Boston,
I can't root for Miami. I'm a Knicks fan. We can't root for Miami.
Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan. Even though but if Boston's in there, I ain't got to throw no green on, but I root for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm a Laker fan, man. Even before LeBron, I'm talking about Magic Cooper days with the socks up high. You know what I'm saying? So now that LeBron's, I stayed a Laker fan. I never stopped. So hopefully they can do it again this year.
King said,
West.
Have you guys ever got hooked on an artist and only been listening to them for weeks? I got hooked. I want to say like Mac Miller when he passed away. Like I listened to a lot of his stuff after he passed away, and I was listening to him a lot when he was still here, but it only increased after he passed away.
So the question is basically like, have you ever been hooked on an artist?
Have you been like in the zone for like I guess for like a week or a couple of weeks with one artist, and it's like Griselda. That happened with Griselda too. I listened to a lot of Griselda for like weeks.
Yeah, Flea Lord. I mean, Flea Lord. And forget weeks. Listen now with all this stuff going on. I'm listening for not just the beat. I'm listening for real lyrics. So like when I say 38 Special, Benny the Butcher, Shay Noor, Ransom, these people like that. Like I'm just I can name more, but it's just like I'm going bananas with these dudes and one female. You know what I'm saying? Because they really don't disappoint me. And it's not weeks to weeks. I can listen to that stuff that came out this year or last year over and over again. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like Plugs I Met, I can listen to that album over and over again. Anything Shay Noor dropped, pretty much I can listen to over and over again. Shit. 38 Special is insane with beats and these 38 Special is working with Vado. They took a picture on Instagram.
Vado from Harlem?
Yep. Vado went to where 38 Special does the beats. Because 38 Special, he said, if you want me to make I don't send beats. 38 Special don't send beats. He says, come to my studio. Right. So they had the picture. It was just today before I got on. Vado was chilling and 38 Special, they smiling at each other in the studio. I'm like, what?
That's dope.
So like stuff like that, I'm excited about, man. Oh, yeah. Like you're gonna get quality beats, and then Vado's nice.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Come on, man.
I like the Slime Flu mixtapes he had, and
these MCs get beats. Some of these MCs just all they need is great production, man. Yeah. That's all they need. And Vado, I'm happy for Vado.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm happy for Vado, man.
He's underrated, definitely.
Underrated for sure. For sure. All the questions say, Dre was do something.
Yeah, he didn't. He talking about for Kendrick. Like he didn't produce. I don't know. That's weird too because Kendrick is on Aftermath and he don't do shit for Kendrick. So
Kendrick got his own crew too and his own music. His own producer. So I mean, Dre might go, oh yeah, that's dope, and then I'm an executive producer because I said it's dope. Like even when Dre was in his bag, that's why I said Primo's a better producer or has more hits. You know why? Because Dre had a friggin' team. Dre still has a team. He had a team back then.
Right.
There's people there's producers that don't get. I mean, you got to look at the credits.
Right.
Hitman Holla didn't work. It was a Hitman something.
Hitman, right.
Hitman made a lot of those beats too.
Right.
So you can say, that's why I say Primo got more classics because Dre got a friggin' team. Primo take 8 years to do one album, and then but if he don't, you know what I'm saying? Like but he's by himself.
See, like him. But when you listen to the Compton album, like Kendrick was on that, so you get to hear Kendrick over Dre instrumental. But I want to hear Dre do some stuff for Kendrick's album. Yeah, like not just one song, but a couple of songs. If he still got it,
at least three. Yeah, at least three.
And he hasn't done that for Kendrick. He's done that for Anderson .Paak, but we haven't heard.
He's working on something though. Did you see the picture?
Oh, Kendrick.
Yeah, he's on you can tell he's on a payphone sitting on a crate or something. Right. And you can tell if you look at the picture, it's not a real, it's a a prop. Right. You can see the phone's clean, It's not a real payphone.
Right.
So you can tell people are going crazy. You got new music? Is that a video? What's going on?
Right.
I saw that today too.
But
I be
they
tuning
said
in,
he
man.
was
So
doing
Kendrick, he's coming
a
out with
rock
something.
and
I don't
roll
know.
album
It
or
gotta be the
something.
shit.
They said he was doing a rock and roll album or something.
Oh, he might. Well, who though? By himself?
I don't know.
It's rock and roll by himself.
I don't know nothing about it.
He might be good at it. Whatever rapper did a rock and roll album.
I don't mean it's gonna be good though. That's the part I'm worried about. Like a rock and roll album. Are you a rap artist?
I'm trying to think. Who didn't somebody do a rock and roll album that was kind of good? Let me see.
That was a rapper.
Was it DLC? Not DLC. I think of DLC for some reason. Not DLC. Who came out with a rock and roll album? It was some rap. I swear to God, some rapper did, and it was okay. I can't remember. I'm blanking out right now.
You talking about that? What's his name? Post Malone. Him?
I don't consider him a rapper.
Oh, okay.
So he's a rapper, but he's everything.
But
He's weird. He's
yeah.
I won't put him like a hip hop. I won't even put him in hip hop. I would say he's a rapper. I don't think he's an MC.
Right.
MC's, better than a rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, Jay-Z's an MC.
Right.
Post Malone's a rapper. So
Diddy's a rapper.
Yeah. He can rap and he can probably do rock and roll. Oh, well,
Onyx.
I didn't hear that album. Machine
the
Gun
Black
Kelly.
Rock album. Yes, they did.
Who?
Onyx. They came out with the Black Rock album.
Yeah. Onyx and it was
Onyx.
The first single
was it Onyx and Snow Goons, or was it just Onyx and that's it? I thought
Run DMC did that one single. Run DMC did the one single.
Right.
But I think it was Onyx. I think Onyx did rock.
King of Rock had some rock influence tracks on it.
Tracks, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking I thought somebody else did like a whole album. I don't know. I can't remember, man.
Yeah, I didn't.
What did he say? Somebody said something.
Yeah, Onyx album. I didn't hear that.
Onyx.
That came out last year or year before last.
Yeah, because it's new. It's like I gotta listen to it. I didn't listen to it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I think I heard one single.
So they've done stuff with like rock and roll, like when they won the Judgment Night soundtrack. So that makes sense. They had like a rock.
I like Onyx, man. Matter of fact, Onyx. Do you think Onyx has a classic album?
Oh yeah. I think they got more than one. They got Back the Fuck Up. I think that's classic. All We Got Is Us. Shut 'Em Down to me is a classic.
Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one. I'm trying to. I'm going to it real fast because I'm like, it was one album. I was like, this album is so freaking dope. Because they came out with Back the Fuck Up. They came out with
All We Got
Shifty.
Is Us.
All We Got Is Us.
Right.
Oh,
then,
Shut 'Em Down.
90. I think 98 was Shut 'Em Down. That was
Shut 'Em Down.
Yeah.
And then I think that was it, man.
After
they got
a
lot of albums, man. To be honest with you,
they got a lot of them wasn't good though.
Snow Mad, Onyx and Snow Goons. I'm sorry, 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they got one. They got two for 2020. No, Lost Treasures is one of them. I won't count that. They got Deep in House. What's that?
I don't know that one.
That came out 5/15, 2020.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's got like a pink. I don't know.
That was another single. Wow.
Me neither. It came out
Sticky first album was definitely a solid album. It wasn't well received. I don't think a lot of people got the concept of it, but that's a dope concept album, definitely.
I think my favorite one was what's the one with Shut 'Em Down with Veronica.
Yes, that's Shut 'Em Down.
That song
Veronica. They had Big Willies. They had the title track.
The Worst, Shut 'Em Down.
The Worst with Wu-Tang.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great album.
Face Down. Robin Vick. Robin Vick.
Yeah.
Street. Oh man, yeah. Raise it up. Yeah, this is the album. I was like, classic album for Onyx.
Yeah,
oh my goodness, definitely. This came out of nowhere. I don't even think they was they down with
Yeah, they was on Def Jam. They were on the Def Jam Survival of the Fittest tour. That was '98. That was at the Apollo.
Oh, okay.
That was the tour with Def Squad and DMX and Red and Meth. Def Squad was on that.
Yeah. See, they surround themselves with. They had a lot of MCs around them. They had to come out dope.
Yeah, definitely.
That album, I'm about to review that album. There's so much stuff I gotta review, man. So much stuff. I love hip hop, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know
what I mean?
That was a great album.
Sticky Fingers solo album was dope.
Yeah,
He said,
that
when I,
was
when I,
Black
I hear that
Trash. Yeah, Black Trash, the autobiography of Kurt Jones.
Kurt Jones. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
hear that. I
that
did hear.
was 2000, 2001, something like that. I promoted. I was on the street team for that, and then a couple months ago, me and Reg just discussed that on his channel.
Yo, when you say you was on the street team, you talking about you was like promoting all everything on
Record
what?
label, yeah. Cause that I got into that. That was I started in I want to say 2000 with Def Squad actually. I started with Def Squad when Eric was coming out with the Eric Onassis album. If you remember that album, he
Oh,
had
yep.
the joint with Exhibit and Quick, Focus.
EPMD is my favorite group.
Right. And back then, when artists had their own websites, they used to have like the newsletter. You sign up for the newsletter, they give you the updates for them. So I had signed up because I always been a Def Squad fan and EPMD fan, and I signed up for the newsletter, and they were looking for people for their street team. And they hit me up and they asked me if I wanted to join, and I joined, and I was promoted for that album. That was the first time I promoted for any street team. And then after that, I had other like labels hitting me up. They were emailing me. I had Def Jam emailed me, and I worked for like Murder Inc. and Rockefeller, Dipset, everybody that was on that label, Def Soul, the
Oh
R&B.
wow.
Um, I worked for Priority Records. I worked for Boot Camp, Duck Down, everybody on Duck Down. Um, who else? Alistair Records. They had their own street team. I worked for them. So Universal, they hit me up to do the Sticky Fingers album, and I promoted for that album. But it was still, I didn't even know he was coming up with an album even at that point. I didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah, you're like,
And
what?
I remember looking at the track listing and seeing all these people, and they said it was a concept album and he was to come out with a movie and stuff like that. And we promoted for it, but a lot of people still didn't check for it though. Like it was a slept on album even then. And even now, a lot of people don't really they know about it, but it's like they didn't really either they heard about it, but they didn't
I
hear
have to go back to it.
it.
You know
Yeah,
what's funny
so
about that? Everybody was like, Sticky Fingers is the best one. He's the best honest
right,
member. When you come up with a solo album, nobody want to talk about it.
nobody knew right because it was like Sticky going solo. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was I think that was after he was with Aftermath because he was signed to Aftermath as a solo artist, but he never came out on Aftermath. You know what I'm saying? But he
Yo,
went
but
to
nobody came
Universal.
out of Aftermath.
Yeah, no, that's how Dre
Dre,
was. Dre signed
Dre,
people that
man,
never
Dre
came
was
out.
like Puff.
Right. You had the God MC Rakim, and you couldn't do nothing with Rakim. Come on.
Yo, I was so heated,
You know
dude.
what I mean? And
So
and
pissed. So pissed at Dre.
over. I mean, there was rumors saying that Rakim couldn't make hooks, or the way that him and Rakim work was different, and they wasn't gelling. So Rakim
Yeah.
actually is released, and he left. And the King T album, Kingdom Come, that was still unreleased, but you can find it online to listen to. That never came out. He had Bishop Lamont. I don't think he ever came out.
It's online?
Yeah, it's online. There was a website I used to have that had it. They
Oh,
had the full because he talked about it in the DJ Vlad interview that he talked about being on Aftermath.
oh man. See,
You know what I
Dre,
mean?
man, Dre and
They
Puff,
fucked
man,
up.
messed up a lot of
Joel
goddamn
Ortiz,
careers, man.
Joel Ortiz never came out with Joel Ortiz. He left. Eve, he had Eve before she went to Rough Riders. Never came out with her. So there's a lot of people that he had. So he had Sticky Fingers, and then Sticky left, and then he went to Universal. That's when they released the album. So that's one of the albums I promoted for back then. But
Unfriggin'
even back then,
believable.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even like bump that album for a minute. It took a minute because you know what I'm saying? I was like, I wasn't used to Sticky Fingers being solo. He was part of Onyx. I'm like, why are you going solo? And you on
Yeah.
Universal Records, and you was with Aftermath. So it took me a minute to bump it, but I liked it. But I didn't really start bumping into like maybe in a couple years ago. I really started to get into it, but it's a dope
Yeah.
album. You know
I'm
what I
about to
mean?
listen to that too. I'm about to do my homework, man. I got some homework to do, man.
Yeah.
But I
But
love it,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? So it was like it just got the ball rolling. It was like after it was like one after the other. After I was finished with Def Jam, I had Duck Down hitting me up. Then I had Priority. Then I had Christina Aguilera. I promoted for her Stripped album. That went like 8 million. She got a Grammy for
Yeah,
that album.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like a lot of people. Erica Badu, I promoted for the Mama's Gun album. Um, CeeLo, it was his first solo album, but it wasn't the one with Danger Mouse. It was like the other one. I forgot the name of that.
Shout out to Percy
Usher,
Jackson. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You still early for us, man. I know it's 3 hours, but you still early,
Yeah,
brother.
we're about to go. I can't be on here forever now.
I
You
know
know what I'm
you
saying?
about to now. You about to leave, but yo,
You know what I
Percy,
mean?
that's what he said. He like real quick, only built for Cuban Links, aka the Purple Tape Best Wu album,
Yes.
arguably the greatest hip hop album of
Oh,
all
chop it
time.
up. Chop it up. What's good?
That Sticky
That's
album is one of the most slept on albums. Yeah, he's agreeing with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
the homie. That's the homie from IG. Chop It Up Hip Hop. Shout out to him.
Oh, where? Oh, what's up, man?
Yes. Salute
What
to
up,
him.
first, baby?
Yes. That definitely. That was my #1. I love Cuban Link all time. Great album. You know, the Sticky album was dope. You know, like I said, we talked about that like months ago. I don't even know what month it was. Like, might have been like February. Yeah, we did that like I think March, February, something like that. But it's on Red's channel, so you could go back on his. I'll send it to you. I'll send you the link for that. You know what I mean? Like subscribe to Red's channel because we've done like hundreds of reviews, and I always forget what the hell we do. So
no, because listen, if you're passionate about something,
yeah,
you listen. I write notes. Like I got like a notebook full of everything.
right.
So I
Yeah,
won't review it twice because I'm
so
like,
do I.
yo, I be forgetting.
So do I. Like I write all the notes I actually write down. Like I don't have nothing in my phone. I actually write shit down in a notebook. So
Me too.
you
I
know what I
still
mean?
write. I still like to write and read. I still influence people to write and read.
Right.
I blog. So I got 4 different blogs. I go hip
Yeah,
hop
I
blogs. I
checked
got
out your blog. I seen it. I like it though. It's dope.
yeah. So I put more information. I bug out in the blog. You know what I'm saying? Like I want
Right.
people to read again, man. I try to make it fun so they can laugh and bug out. You gotta read and have fun with it though.
I agree, definitely.
I'm a good storyteller, so I can bug out in the story, and you'd be like, "This dude's bugging out," and you already read 20 pages. You're like, "Yeah, I read 20 pages," because you're stuck into the my loophole, what I'm bugging out with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So keep
Definitely.
it entertaining, man. That's
Yeah,
all.
especially now, like we have all this time on our hands. It's definitely like a good time to read. So
Yeah. The funny thing is, I was blogging all this stuff and doing this YouTube. I was like, I'm gonna start doing this stuff seriously
right,
prior to the epidemic. And then when the epidemic hit, I go, what the hell is going on? I was scared. I didn't know what to do. But then I said, yo, I can focus more on this now.
right.
And it's been working out. Like meeting people like you, meeting people like Red, meeting people
Yeah,
like Made by Harlem, Percy
yeah.
Jackson, everybody,
Chop
King
it
of
up. Yeah, it's
A capital.
definitely.
You know what I'm
We gotta
saying? Like these are great connections.
support our platforms because there's not enough of us, on. So that's what I'm all about. Supporting Chop It Up Hip Hop and the Front Stoop and your channel, Guillermo's channel, Greg's channel. Everybody of our color just got to support each other. So
We building, man, and that's how it got to be. We got
yeah,
to. I tell people we got to build wealth. We got, and you know what I'm saying.
right,
We got to build wealth together. That's the only way we're gonna win. That's the only
right.
thing that's respected. Money.
I
Money
agree.
is respected. I write about that too. I got blogs about money and making money and how to make money and how to get out of debt. I do all that. I get people out of debt. I do it for free.
Right. So
But some
same
people
here.
don't want it.
Same
My
here.
family and friends don't even want
But
to follow. They don't even
it's
want
never
to.
been about that for me. Like I just love discussing my interests and what I like. So it's never
Me
I never
too.
looked at it like making money and all that. I mean
Yeah.
when I was promoting for those labels, I never made no money. They gave me like free records and free swag and all that, but I wasn't making no money off of them. So
And because you did it for the culture.
yeah,
You did it
exactly.
for the love
I
of it.
wanted to see some of those artists go platinum. Unfortunately, not all of them went platinum. So
Exactly. Exactly. So
um
that's dope though, man.
yeah Percy said between Iron Man and Supreme Clientele, what album do y'all feel is better?
Oh, you missed it. He's going.
Oh,
Well,
I love both albums. Both albums are classic,
again.
but I don't know. I mean, for me, I just felt like Iron Man, the nostalgia with that album in '96. Remember, we talked about '96. '96 was a great year. '96 for hip hop, that was just like a one of those classic albums that came out for that year, and it just has a different meaning to me in '96 compared to when Supreme Clientele came out in 2000. But I love both albums. I think both of those are classic Ghostface albums.
Yo, so Pete Jackson, we talking about this earlier. I loved Iron Man first. Of course, it was his first album. I was like, this is the best thing ever in the world. Like, there's no way Ghostface is topping this album. It was dope. I was going crazy. But then when Supreme Clientele came out,
Mm-hmm.
I liked it over. I just liked it over Iron Man, and then I started liking it over Iron Man just because it was more of Ghostface and not
Right.
a Ray. Not just I'm
Okay.
trying
Right.
to diss Ray and
Right.
Capadonna, but it was just more Ghostface, and it seemed like more of a solo album.
I
So
agree.
but it can go back and forth. One day I might go Iron Man Day, and
Mm-hmm.
that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, but I do like if I had to pick one on an island or something, probably Supreme Clientele.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a great album, man. Like,
that's a great album.
the green and one, nutmeg, all of those drinks is fire.
It's just like I don't know dude. I don't know what he was on, but he need to pass that. He need to pass it, man. So I can do something great. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Definitely classic albums, man.
Yeah, they say you said both for class anyway.
Yeah.
You said
For
Iron
sure.
Man. He says Iron Man. Ah, King with a
King
cap.
loves
Yeah,
Iron
you
Man.
said Iron Man.
I think he has that one on vinyl. You have that one on vinyl, King, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yo, how many records you got on vinyl? King with a my every time I try to say his name, I
King with
mess
a
it up.
capital K.
King with an A, capital K. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's hard. That's like a tongue twister, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many vinyls you got? And what's your address? Let me write this down. What's your address?
You gonna
What's
send
your
it to him? You gonna
address,
send it to
man?
him? Don't give him your address. Don't give him your address. No.
I'm playing
Um,
around. I'm playing around.
yeah, Big Doe Rehab. That was a dope album too. I like that one.
Yeah, that's
The
why I
joint he
said
did,
Ghostface got the most classics for Wu members.
the joint he did with I forgot the name of that song. The joint he did with Method Man and Ray's on that. I forgot that the
Was that
name.
on the Doe album?
Yeah,
Let me look it
that
up
joint
real
is
quick.
fire though.
Cause I like information, man, to be so we can you have it on people. Oh, he said this. It was this one.
He
You know what
said
I'm
he
saying?
been collecting for 3 years, so he got like a lot of vinyl. That's dope.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
I'm
King
gonna
got
start
all
collecting vinyl. I'm gonna start doing it, man. I'm gonna start getting Big Doe. Let's see. This is who we have on there. Which one you looking for? Yeah, Beanie Siegel on his album. Raekwon,
uh
Method Man.
yeah,
Yolanda's house.
the drum. What's the name of it?
Yolanda's house.
That shit. That's my joint on there. Yolanda's house.
Okay, yep.
That be fire.
You got Kid Capri on here.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a
You
celebration.
got
That was a single celebration.
Chrisette Michelle's on here. Master Killer. Yep.
Remember
Yeah,
how
man.
I said I have a list on Amazon for all the vinyl record I want.
Oh, for like his wish list.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's
King
up.
got all the classics on vinyl, man. Like the NWA stuff, Ghostface stuff.
That's what I'm gonna do. I gotta
Yeah.
buy the house. I'm about to buy the house. When I get the house, then I can
Right,
have a place to really put it.
right,
So I'm
right.
still renting. But once I get the house, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna have a nice place
Yeah.
for it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually sitting on like a bin of vinyl right now.
Yo, my mother got mad vinyl. You talking about the old school Prince, all that stuff? My
Nah,
mom, I
yeah,
got
yeah,
all
but
my
I
mother's
got the
vinyls
old school
downstairs.
Prince and Michael, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got everything. Her whispers. I got
Yeah.
anybody. She was a big Prince fan, so I got anything you could. Al Jarreau. I got all that stuff downstairs. If I
I'm
wanted to make
sitting on
some money,
a vinyl, like a bin of like vinyl records I put in the bin. So.
yeah, I used to put it. Yo, my boy used to be a DJ. I used to
Right,
carry crates with him and DJ with him.
right.
Yeah, so I
But
remember
it's
all
like,
that,
see, like
man.
yeah, like I used to have them in crates, but like the crates, if you stack them up, they'll end up messing up the vinyl. So I just put them
The
in like
tip, yeah,
plastic bins.
they mess up the cover, yeah, and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I just put them in like plastic bins or whatever.
Well, now that they're collectibles, back then we
Yeah,
was just like, oh, record, play a record,
right. You know what I'm saying? It's like some of these albums I ain't playing years. You know what I mean? So
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna get there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just steal my mother's collection. So I'm gonna start off with that.
right.
What you gonna do? Fight me?
Oh man.
I'll beat my mother up.
Oh Lord.
I'm playing around.
His thoughts are not condoned by me. I just want you to know that. This is
I'm playing
only his
around, man. I'm
thoughts.
playing around. I got a sense of humor, man. Hopefully everybody else got a sense of humor. No
Oh,
violence. No beat up your mother or any women.
man. You got to say that because in this day and age,
Yeah, I know.
what
Yeah, you
kind
do
of
gotta
things
say
people
that.
go.
Yeah, you gotta say that.
You know what I
Hopefully
mean?
people, they get to know my character. They know I'm funny, man. I just play around, man. I just
Oh,
like a
man.
joke. I like to have a good time, man. That's all.
Yeah, facts. I be seeing on your videos, you be like all animated with it. I'm like, this
That's
dude.
me.
I fuck with
That's
you.
not even the front. People go, yo, that's me.
Yeah.
You see how I am. I be bugging out like and stuff like I can calm down when I smoke weed. I smoke weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Smoking like a ninja.
My grandfather, he said my grandfather had all the original MJ records.
Ooh.
Cousin didn't know any better. Oh, what? How do you give away Michael
Oh,
Jackson
that's
records?
what happens though.
That's
Because nobody
crazy.
know. Nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're a real collector, can you
Yeah.
imagine DJ Premier's
Hmm.
collection,
Oh yeah. All those producers, Q-Tip.
Dre's
Yep.
collection?
Yep.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah. And
You
a lot of them still dig for records. Like Q-Tip, he got like I heard like 15,000 or something like that. Yep.
man, we gotta find out where they live. Yo, hold down, yo, we gotta find
Not
out.
we, not we, you,
I ain't got put
not
pictures
me.
on. I thought we already.
I got my own little collection. I'm good. I don't need to find out where nobody live for their shit. I'm good. Leave me out of it. I'm good.
I'm just joking.
You know what I'm saying? I got like people I want. I got people I want. Huh?
I said JK for the kids. I said just joking. You know, kids go. You know, you always initial stuff. You got Dick
I'm out of that. Marquis wants the records, so you send him your records, yo. You know what I'm saying? We'll start a GoFundMe page for him and shit.
I know you might have
You know
to.
what I mean? For real.
Records get the
Start his record collection for his new house and all that.
I wonder what my first one's gonna be. Probably like Nas or like Dre or something. I don't know. We'll see.
I know MH. I don't know if he's still in. MH was he started his collection, his CD collection, a couple months ago.
Oh, he just started.
Yeah, he was buying like the Nas stuff. He started with the Nas stuff first, and then Jay-Z stuff.
Jay-Z, yep.
Yeah.
You gotta start off with the East, I would think. I mean, you know.
Yeah, the ones that are easy to collect, the ones that are available to get now, not the out of print ones are like hard to get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Even like the new artists are smart. You see the new art, that's how they make most of their money. They sell the vinyl.
Yeah.
Edo, Flea Lord, all them.
Those are cats.
If you go on, they got like a site. It's all vinyl. They sell their vinyl. That's oh man, they make a lot of money out selling their vinyl, dude. Yep. The album just come out, they sell it next week, the vinyl, and people go crazy for the shirts, the merch. These rappers are rich, man. They hood rich. They got money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, definitely. That's crazy.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, man. This was fun, man. I appreciate it, man. I always have fun with you, man. Bug out.
Sure,
have a good time.
For sure. That's always fun.
I need to eat some shrimp. Bubba shrimp, green shrimp.
Yo, go eat your shrimp.
But I'm Bubba, baby. I need some shrimp.
We definitely gonna connect. I want to be able to like do some album reviews too with you, because I know like you do your album reviews differently from how I do it, but we're definitely gonna
we can collab.
Come to like a medium on that too. So
yeah, I'm down. You know, come on.
Yeah, definitely.
You've been introducing me to people. I'm hopefully I'm gonna do the same, man. Get you. You know what I mean? It's for love. It's out of love. Hip hop. We love hip hop. We love music. Pretty much. We love music. So, definitely. Shout out to Chapman Bozeman.
Yes. Rest in peace,
forever, man. Very humble guy, man. You know, man. You know, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
You know.
Shout out to everybody, King and Percy, Made by Harlem, MH, Walker, everybody that was in here. Eric Jackson.
Shout out to everybody that was in here. It was Eric Johnson. There was a lot of people that was in here.
Yeah.
Earlier. So you know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that was here, man. Everybody. Yeah. Showing the love, man. I appreciate it. I did try to invite a lot of people. A lot of people, check it out. I don't know if they did or not.
They'll check out the replay. The replay always get like the most plays. So
True.
You know what I mean? I find that's what it is. Like I know, like I just started going live a couple months ago, and I feel like the live was cool, but it's always the replays that people check out and stuff. So it's all good.
I love the lives, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Like I told you, I started trying to do the lives by myself to see. Like I didn't want to like promote it. I didn't want people to be all in it and be like, "Yo, you suck" or something. So I was doing them sneaking them. When I did the Beat Nuts and I did the Easy one recently. I did it times when like nobody would kind of be around, but then people were popping in anyway, and I'm like, "Oh shit, who's that?" but I like the live, so I get what you're doing. We can do the live reviews, or we can do them. We can record them, whatever you want to do, man.
True.
I'm down.
Lives is cool.
Yeah. I'll make sure I smoke so I can be less animated. You know what I'm saying?
All good.
Right now, I'm trying to take care of my health, man. These headaches are still kind of getting to me. My migraines and my chest still be tight, and my arm be tingling like on my left. So I be thinking I'm having strokes and stuff. So I got to take care of my body. I stopped smoking for a while, and I'm just trying to take care, drink water, do what is the bloodstream going and stuff like that, man. Yo, and all the men on here, go get that colon check.
Right.
Go get a check. Go get your body check. Go get the blood work. Go do it, man. Every year, man. Stop playing.
Right.
That's my message for today.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Definitely right on that. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely. Stay tuned. I'm doing some other shit. Like I know you're doing something with Reg. It's always something with Reg. Reg got like a whole schedule for us, yo.
He probably got a whole book full of stuff.
Tomorrow, he got a schedule for us. Like tomorrow, what we doing? Marvin Gaye, You're the Man Out.
Oh yeah, y'all doing all the oldies this month.
Yeah,
right?
all the Motown. Yeah, for
Motown this month. Yeah.
Marvin Gaye tomorrow.
Marvin Gaye. Ooh.
Thursday. What's tomorrow? Thursday, right? Friday.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah, Friday, nothing. But Friday, I don't know, cause I want to do like a vid collection with like all of my like WWE like DVD collection and stuff. So
Ooh.
I might. Guillermo said he wants to. He thinks I should be live for that. So, but I don't. I was planning on pre-recording it, but I got a homeboy that he got like a collection too. But I don't know. We might go live for that. I might do that Friday. If not, maybe Saturday. Um, Sunday we got the Busta Rhymes ELE review on Red Channel. We're doing that. Next week I don't have nothing planned. I don't like planning these. I just like being spontaneous and just be like, yo, I'm gonna do this. But
You like me? You like me? Like
yeah, like
I don't
I
really.
used to plan them out, and then I was like, it was overwhelming at one point. So I didn't want to plan like a whole month worth of like stuff. So I just go by day, and if I feel like doing it, then I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'll drop something next week. But I want to do the vid collection. If not Friday, then maybe Saturday I'm gonna do that joint. So all the wrestling fans definitely stay
Oh,
tuned for
tune
that.
in. Hell yeah. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I know you like wrestling too, so maybe
I
I'll go
love
live with
wrestling.
it.
Hell yeah. I'm always making a
I know
wrestling references.
Wacker King up. They like wrestling too, so maybe I'll
Yeah.
do that live or whatever and showcase some of my collection. And I have my homeboy on there because he got like a collection too. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. 'Cause I want to do other things besides just the music. So I want to do like the wrestling stuff and like the movie stuff and all that. So,
Yeah.
you know what I
Me
mean?
too, man. I love it too, man. I'm a tune in for the wrestling thing. I'm not too tuned on the wrestling. My boy does. I
Right.
probably should connect you to my boy.
Yeah. If you
And
want to come on,
he's oh man, you go crazy with him. He just that's all I'm like, yo, if you don't be quiet, goddamn it, I gotta be telling him. But like, no, I love it too. I'm like, but I'm not really caught up on it like he is. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But like me, like you said, I'm more spontaneous guy. I feel what I feel. I do what I want to do. If I want to write a blog, if I want to do a YouTube video, or want to go live, I'm kind of like that. I don't mind structure because I do that at work. I'm like that guy. I'm a robot. Boom, 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 boom. That guy.
Right.
I can do that too. I don't mind scheduling stuff. Like this is great.
Right.
Because of course you got to respect people's schedule. But at the same time, I'm like that too. If I do my own content, I try to kind of freestyle. It's kind of like rap. I kind of like freestyle. And I'm organic. I just
I don't.
whatever I want to do.
I don't know how Reg does it. Like a lot of people, I know like
Just,
with the podcast.
he's just organized. Some
they have
people got the structure. Some
and
people kind of like freestyle, kind of like.
Me. So I was like, nah, I don't want to. I don't feel like doing this on this day. I want to do it. You know what I mean? So now I just don't have no schedule. I just do it whenever. So
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we didn't plan this. But until you mentioned it to me, I was like, yo,
yeah, we didn't plan it. We were just like, yo, is it you want to do it this day? All right.
Right. Because I wanted to do like have a Wu-Tang series every month, and I'm like, yo, this is gonna be the next Wu-Tang episode, and then next month I'm gonna have something for Wu-Tang. But yeah, every like once a month I'm gonna do something for Wu-Tang because I love Wu-Tang. I was doing this before, like when on my old channel, I was doing this, and then I stopped it. So I'm like, well, let me bring it back because I love
Bring it back, baby.
Wu-Tang, so you know what I mean? So this is what we planned. I just was like, yo, this is a good idea, and I'm gonna have you on here more. So that's just what it was.
No, I appreciate it, man. I really do, man. Like I said, I don't have a plan, but if you think about it, when new releases come out, if I like a new release, you're gonna see a review or a blog. When I do check for the record, and usually I don't do a blog with it. It might be just an album I kind of like, and I say, yo, y'all need to check this out. But if you see me, like, if it don't say check for a record, that means I got a blog for it, and I'm really deep into it. I'm doing a lot of research for it. So you know what I mean?
Right.
And not saying I don't respect other artists that I do check for a record. I love those albums too, but they don't be as good as the albums that I actually sit down and chop it up with, like kind of really dive into it.
Right.
So yeah, this Friday, I don't know what's coming out, but we'll see. I don't know who's coming out.
Right.
You know, because I listen to more underground than like say like we know Big Sean's coming out, but will I review it? It got to be good for me to review.
Yeah.
If I stop reviewing bad albums, people got to pay me for that because I don't really want to trash nobody.
I've never done that. Reg does that. I'm like, yo, I don't know how you do that because like an album like China Doll, I hate it. I would not even discuss it.
No, dude. If somebody goes, yo, please review my album, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna do it on Patreon, and I'm gonna get paid for it. Maybe y'all can. I don't know how Patreon works, how you get paid, but whatever. But I don't want to do a bad album because I don't feel like doing bad. I want to give everybody their flowers while they can smell them, man.
Right. Exactly.
You know, just like you were saying earlier, man. We want to be nice to people in the comedy. We just want to respect people, man. That's all. Right. That's all I want to do. I might joke around a little bit, but it's all for fun, man. You know, that's all. Right. I can crack with the best of them. If you ever get me in a cracking battle, you know how the people play the dozens, I'll kill you. Because I'm freaking. I'm short.
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I had to defend myself, and I know how to get at people. You know what I'm saying? If I had to, but I'm not gonna do it. But
Yeah,
if I had to,
Public Enemy. Yeah, we was talking about the Public Enemy album that just dropped on Friday.
oh, see that? So I'm gonna probably review that one, but it got to be good.
Yeah.
At least 75% of it got to be good.
Yeah.
Because if it's say it's 50%, I'm just gonna say I might say check for the record. Go check it because Public Enemy is still a dope group. So I might say go check for it. You know what I'm saying? But like Tony Braxton, I might say go check for that.
Right.
She
Yeah,
got
that's
2
right. She
albums.
got a new one coming out. Yeah.
She got a new it's already out.
It's out already? I gotta check that.
Yeah, she got 2. She came out back to back at once. Like it's weird. She came out with one week, and then she carried 2 songs from that to the next week album. It's weird. I don't know, but she's only promoting the last album. So that's why I was confused. That's why I didn't do the review yet, because I'm like, what's going on with the albums? I need to know something. I want to talk about it, but how am I going to talk about it?
Albums out? The new albums out?
She got 2. Watch when you look up Tony Braxton, you're gonna see 2 albums, dude.
Okay.
From a week apart.
That's crazy.
Babyface is, of course, back on it, producing and doing whatever.
I know Jones said he was doing something like that. He was dropping an album like in November and then another one in January or something like that.
Who is Doom?
Donald Jones.
Oh, Donald Jones. I just said Doom.
Yeah.
Oh, Donald Jones. Oh, yeah, you need to come back. What's up? I miss. We missing a lot of R&B, man. I'm into R&B, but I don't like. It's like a lot. Not either they're not getting promoted, and we don't know about it. Like just like we didn't know about that. Like you just looked up Onyx. We didn't know they had a new album. Like what the hell? Right. It's just stuff like that. No one's promoting this stuff, man. Exactly. Especially R&B.
Exactly.
Come on, man. I love R&B. Joe, friggin' Brian McKnight.
Yeah.
Friggin', whoever, man. There's all them. Man, come on. Yeah. That's why I respect that Motown thing. Y'all doing that. That's dope.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
That's all Reg.
That's all dope. But I'm saying that's a dope idea. Like you got a dope idea with the rest. Everybody got dope ideas, and that's why we should connect and be cool. Everybody should be cool.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And spread the love. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's all.
That's what it's about for me.
That's all it's about, man. I appreciate it.
Yep. Love and hip hop.
I'm not watching Love and Hip Hop though. You're not getting me there. You're really in there because I'm not discussing that ever.
I can't watch that stuff.
Yo, from Beantown to New York, man. I respect you, brother.
No doubt, I respect you, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
So we keep it going, man.
All right,
everybody. Carl Thomas. Yep, that was another one. Oh, you already said Carl. Did you say Carl Thomas? Carl Thomas is dope too.
Yes, he is.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yes. All right, man.
Salute. All right, man. Yo, peace, man. Peace out, man.
Peace to everybody. Thanks for supporting. Love is love.
Thank you, guys, man. Appreciate it.
Peace.
One.